Righty then. Europa League champions thing of the world, innit? Kinda, tonight. Welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is Thursday. That means we're here to do the Europa League. United are playing against Granada. We have got a pretty good opportunity to win this damn thing, and I want to see us try and take the opportunity to do that. Before I get into what I've got to say about Granada, let's see what some of you guys had to say in your predictions.
What's good, guys? This is the Paddock Match Day prediction. My name's John. Before we get into it, give the lads at the Stretford Paddock a like and a subscribe, because you know the content's real, you know the content's good, and you know that they're just great guys in general. So, Manchester United face Granada. I feel that it's going to be a wishy-washy affair, because Granada are going to have a weakened team, which makes me feel that maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will rotate heavily for the first leg. Say this, then he'll probably still play his strongest 11. Anyway, so I'm going to go with a 2-0 Manchester United win. So, yeah, that's been my match day prediction. I hope everyone's been well. Take care.
Hey, Angelina here with my prediction for the Granada game against Manchester United in the Europa League. And I'm feeling quite confident. You know, looking at Granada, they are 9th in La Liga. Their last 3 games have been losses. And I just feel like Manchester United definitely have a lot more quality on the pitch. I'm looking for a really strong performance tonight, and I'm hoping that we can just kind of kill this one in the first leg, so that going into the second leg there's not as much pressure, not as much threat for us to mess it up. So I am going to go with a 3-0 victory for Manchester United, depending who's playing. I'd really like to see Mason Greenwood get 2 goals, and I'll go with 1 from Bruno Fernandes.
So back in the Europa League again against Granada, a team that are struggling in La Liga this season, and proven some of the pedigree during the Europa League, but really this is a match United should be winning. I'm going to say 3-0. I think that's a good prediction. I think that gives us a chance to rest some players next week and let some of the younger players play. So yeah, 3-0 to United.
Hello, it's Ronaldo here with another prediction for the game, and it's the game tonight against Granada. I'm in the business end of the competition and there's no time for slip-ups. I think it's a great opportunity at silverware. I personally want to knock Arsenal out, so we've got to get through to the next round, and hopefully we do get that tie, because I feel like we do owe them one. But I don't want to look ahead. Obviously, the Granada are at this position in the competition for a reason, and it won't be an easy tie by any stretch of the imagination. And I think United need to be on it. They need to be ready. And I believe we do get the job done. We've got the better players, we've got the stronger team, and we've got no excuse really. And I think tonight the game will end up being 3-1. I believe that against La Liga sides, it's a good matchup for us, and I think that we will get the job done tonight. I think Greenwood gets on the score sheet again, as I've been saying on every single preview.
Alright lads, so we got Granada tonight. It should be a straightforward game. We didn't play too great against Brighton, but I think we've got enough to see Granada through in this first leg anyway. I'd like to see Ahmed start, Van der Beek start if he's fully fit. Yeah, it's time to get the ball rolling again now. We need this top 4, we need this Europa League, so come on United.
On the 10th of May, it's Mental Health Awareness Week. And on the 11th of May, it's the 30th anniversary of my late father, Leo Lindeman's passing from suicide. Today, more than ever, our mental health is being tested. And suicide, ridiculously and unfortunately, is a huge killer in Britain. 75% of 175 people a week who die from suicide are men. And under 40, it's the biggest killer, bigger than cancer, unfortunately. To commemorate my father's passing and to raise the profile of mental health and to stop suicide, I'm walking a marathon, 26 miles in one day, in Leeds, the city where my late father died. I'm doing it with some great friends, and I'm very fortunate I've got great friends. So I say to anybody who's struggling at this moment in time, there's always someone there. I know it's a cliche, but there is always someone there. So please take a leaf out of my book and speak if you can. My father was a huge Red. I wouldn't be here today supporting United without my father. So if you've got a moment and you want to give a tiny bit of money, I'm going to put a link below to Just Giving to raise the profile for Calm. Calm are a charity to do exactly that. They raise the awareness of mental health. Thanks very much for your time. Keep well, keep safe, and up the Reds.
Hiya, it's Liam here. It's my match day prediction for the first leg of the Europa League quarter-final away at Granada. I think it won't be as straightforward as some pundits are saying. I think as Granada are 9th place in La Liga, I think it shows that they're a decent side and progressing well.
Paddock match day of Manchester United against Granada in the Europa League. Out of all of the teams we could have possibly had in the draw, this is probably the easiest draw we could possibly have. It's up to United to try and get this result for the 2 legs that we've got. It will be tough in this first leg. I bet Granada will probably sit back in a low block, and it'll be up to United to try and break them down, and hopefully we come out of it with a win. My score prediction, I'm going for 2-0 Manchester United. Come on, United.
Hi guys, Liam here, coming in with my prediction for the Stretford Paddock match day. I think this game, obviously it's the first leg against Granada, is hugely important for United's season. Obviously we need to go on and hopefully win the Europa League for Ollie, because he does need a trophy. Especially, obviously, that's what the media and rival fans are suggesting. And I think we're in a good position to hopefully get a strong lead in the first leg. Obviously, who knows what could happen. Granada could come out and play really well and surprise us. But I think we played reasonably well second half against Brighton. I think it's good to see Greenwood starting to find his form again. Obviously, Rashford's been exceptional this season. So I think we're in a good position, hopefully, to come away from this game with a win and set ourselves up well to progress into the semi-finals. So I'm going to go with United to get a 3-1 win in the first leg.
Stretford Paddock, this is Sam Spanner of the United Forever podcast. Here I am outside Los Carmenes in Granada, and I think that we will have a bit of a tough match, because we're going to be facing a few of the Premier League flops, someone called Roberto Soldado, and also Kennedy, who's a bit of a, sorry about the traffic here, who's a bit of a flop at Chelsea and at Newcastle. Mike Ashley didn't want him, but here they love him. So we've got to watch out for them. And I think that we're going to win by a couple of goals, and Anthony Elanga is going to get one of them. So apart from that prediction, I also think that Stretford Paddock are going to win on Saturday against Manchester Polonia. So let's have it. Another cheeky goal from the one and only Ronaldo Brown, and maybe another one from the Cam. So good luck, boys. Viva el Paddock.
Paddock match day, not here. So off to España we go for our Europa League tie against Granola. What? Granada? But I've got a whole load of puns and jokes about granola. Like milking the occasion and serial semi-finalists. Bit niche to talk about ITV channels. Well, we are in Granada then. That's known for the Sierra Nevada mountains, the World Heritage Site of Alhambra, and Sam Spanner from United Forever podcast. Buenos noches to you too, mate. This is our chance to land a trophy this season, so let's hope the players are focused and we put on a good show. I think we'll grab a 2-0 win to take back to the Old Trafford Bowl. Shit, it's not granola. Trust the Notchster. It's not granola. It's not granola.
Cheers to everybody who sent in a prediction. And if you would like to send in your prediction, and I do encourage you to send in your own prediction, then just send us a little video to paddockmatchday@gmail.com. That's paddockmatchday@gmail.com. How do I think United are going to do against Granada? It all depends on the 11 that we play. Let's be honest. United, it seems like they're going to be playing a rotated 11 with Anthony Elanga supposedly being in the squad and going to be involved in the squad. And I think if he's on the bench, surely that's got to mean someone like Ahmad has to start featuring in the first team or possibly even starting. I would like to see some rotation. I don't want to see the full best 11 that we've got. I definitely think we do need some rotation. Tottenham on Sunday is a massive game. But you beat Tottenham, you basically properly take the wind out of their sails for getting into the top four. You almost cement United's chances of being in the top four and really take a step towards us finishing second. And I think we owe them one after the way it went down at Old Trafford at the start of the season as well. So I would like to see United take this one extremely seriously if that's something that we're able to do. So that's what I think on that. In terms of Granada, what we've got to face, they've got some injuries and it's their fullbacks that are injured. So it looks like they're probably going to be playing centre-halves or at least second choices at fullback. And they're not blessed with pace, which means if they attempt any sort of a high line, you've got to look to get in behind them. In my own prediction, I was saying I wanted to see James and Ahmad featuring, give Marcus a night off. James, Ahmad, Greenwood as a forward three. and I wanted to look to try and get in behind them, in behind those fullbacks, really take the piss out of them fullbacks that aren't there, and see what we could find. Got some clips here for what's been going on over on the fan channel this week. So here was me, Jay, and Joe talking about what could, or probably realistically is going to happen with Haaland and Raiola this summer on the podcast on Monday.
Back to the point of Haaland then, and this sort of European tour that has been going on.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit before, and I was making the point that when you look at all these teams, like the number that's been reported by everyone, which is, whether it's true or not, it seems to be the number that Dortmund are telling people is the number, is 150 million quid or 150 million euros. That's what Dortmund are telling the journalists. That's what is being touted about. When you actually look at the big clubs in Europe, the ones he's been, properly linked with, City, United, to a lesser extent Chelsea, but still Chelsea, Real Madrid and Barcelona. I mean, to me, Bayern makes sense, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be going after him. They're the big five that I've seen him linked with.
Yeah.
Only Barcelona have ever spent in the region of 150 million. Like you said, Dembele, I think Griezmann was well over 100. I think...
But Real Madrid and Manchester United have broke the world record fee.
They have, but to the tune of about half of 150 million.
But we still, whatever the world record was, we held it at one point.
Yeah.
In the last decade.
But, City's record is around 65 or 70 million. Chelsea's record, I think, is 75 million for Kepa. United's is 89 million for Pogba. Real Madrid's is 89 million, I think, or 100 million, sorry, for Hazard. But I don't know. I think... do you think one of those teams is capable of even spending 150 million?
And if you want to listen to more of that, make sure to hit the pod follow link, which is below, and go and check out some more of the podcasts. They're available on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts, providing it's not some really weird, obscure place that no one's heard of. We also had a preview with Mckola this week where he was talking to Rory from La Liga Lowdown, and here's what he had to say about Granada.
I think if you had to mark out one player that's maybe perhaps going to go on and do bigger things in this team, it's Yangel Herrera. He's on loan from Manchester City, and I don't know if they signed him permanently actually, but he's a presence in midfield. He breaking from midfield and getting into the box. He scored 8 goals this season, and he's technically very good. He's very smart at losing his marker. He's a threat in the air. He's the sort of player that you will notice charging into the box when he's coming at you. I think as well, you might want to keep an eye on Darwin Machis, who's coming back from injury, but he's a Venezuelan sort of winger / wide forward, and he scored a goal against Feyenoord earlier in the Europa League, and it was like watching Cristiano Ronaldo in his early days. He just cut in from the left, drove at the defence, and then whipped it into the top corner, and it was one of those goals where you're not even looking at the defence and being like, oh, they could have done something more about that. It was just like, hats off, that was a phenomenal goal. And I think those two players will provide a bit of spark for them.
And of course, we've got the legend that is Mr. Andy Tate. And here is what he's got to say ahead of tonight's game.
Hi, Andy Tate, Stretford Paddock, Manchester United versus the Granada region. Europa League, quarter-final, first leg away. We are now in a position to get to a major semi-final and maybe not bottle it this time. I just want a performance reference to the previous round against Espanyol, where we dominated, we played them off the park and we bossed the game from start to finish. And I think Martial's not available. I think it's a full-strength squad, bar Martial maybe, and that's it. So who's going to be in goal? Interesting question. De Gea, or is it going to be Henderson? A solid back line is needed. No Eric Bayer. A midfield, maybe Fred. Maybe Fred taken out of the firing line. McTominay and Pogba and Fernandes in midfield. So, yeah, up front, the big guns need to start firing. Mason, after his goal on Sunday, well taken goal that. So, let's crack on and try and get to this semi-final, because it's 30 years since we won the Cup Winners' Cup. And on the final, it's Matt Busby's birthday. So it could be an omen. So, but I'm not taking anything for granted. I'll take this trophy because I want a trophy. A season without trophies is potless. It's potless. Second, nice.
Right then, it's almost time for us to go over to the studio and see what's going on with the team news. That's going to be out in a couple of seconds. So we'll head over to the lads in a minute, but make sure that you're back here all the way through the game and then back afterwards for the fan cams and the reviews and all the rest of that sort of good stuff. But I want to know, give us your goal scorer and score predictions. Let's see what we're thinking. What score's it going to be? Who's going to score the first one? And all that sort of good stuff. Let me know in the comments and I'll hand over to these guys. See you in a bit.
Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Granada Europa League watch-along. Joining me, as always, is my very good friend, Joe Smith. How are we doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm excited, man.
I'm glad you made it to the studio today.
Yeah.
Tell them what you did.
I went for a walk. I thought, right, I'll go for a walk down the canal. To work. Yeah. I thought I'll walk from my home. It's 5 and a bit miles. Yeah. Bit of exercise. I'll walk to work. Down the canal, scenic, picturesque, lovely.
It's a great
Salford
walk.
In the afternoon, past Old Trafford as well. Yeah. What more could a boy ask for? Unfortunately, I'm an idiot, and I walked the wrong fucking way, and ended up getting a tram to work after walking 5 miles in the wrong fucking direction. So the moral of the story is, don't do drugs and listen at school. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. United team is actually out for Granada. Amazing. United away at Granada for the Europa League first leg of the quarter-final.
Yes.
We've got the teams. I think Simon Peach from the PA, I think he's from, isn't he? Simon Peach.
He does a bit for a few different locations, I believe.
He's tweeted the team and he says, this is the team, I'm going to run through it.
I've not heard this yet.
You've not heard it, so this is exclusive news to Joe as well.
Go on.
De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka at right back, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw at left back, Pogba, McTominay, James, Fernandes, Rashford, Greenwood.
That is my exact predicted lineup.
Is that your predicted 11?
Yep.
So, according to...
And basically...
Simon Peach, that's the team.
Yeah, I believe that's my exact predicted lineup from the preview. What do you think to that then?
I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? You talking, you are right, that was your predicted 11. You said about David De Gea, the fact that he's no longer number one, despite all this saying we've got 2 number ones, which is a load of rubbish, then that would make sense for him to play in the Europa League, which historically has been the starting point for the number 2 goalkeeper at Manchester United. Get involved in the comments, by the way. Let us know what you think of that team. Give us a like, and let us know as well whether you're happy with that team, what you make of the fact David De Gea's started. Just looking at the front 3, it looks like it's going to be, or say a front 4 of James, Fernandes, Rashford and Greenwood. So Greenwood is the striker you'd expect there?
Yeah.
I've only got a list there. I've not got the positions, obviously.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Rashford is going to be on the left-hand side. So then you're fighting between Fernandes, Greenwood and Dan James.
Some people saying, didn't you say Matic?
Yeah, you said Pogba, Matic. You didn't want Fred playing.
I thought...
I was going along with you. I was backing you up, bro. I was like, you know what, you did.
I thought
I was on the preview with him.
Because before I did it, it was a very tight call between the two. I must have gone with Matic.
Sorry, well,
sorry about
Stretford Paddock viewers.
Thank you for letting me know,
Unlike me, who was sat next to you. But what do I know? I walked the wrong way to work today. So
either way.
Yeah, strong team.
I don't particularly need to have got it right, but...
No, you were a lot more right than I was, let's put it that way.
It's a good team, though. Yeah, it's going to be Greenwood up front, isn't it? Dan James is on the right-hand side. There's no way anyone's displacing Rashford on the left or Bruno in the middle. So then the option is Dan James on the right or up front, and he's on the right. So Greenwood starting as the number 9. We saw it... Well, he didn't start. He came on as the number 9 for Cavani against Brighton. Got the goal, got a poacher's goal. Good to me. I like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, some people in the comments are already saying we're going to lose against Spurs now because obviously we've got Spurs at the weekend. That's a strong team. Should he have rested more players? I think you have to show Granada some respect, don't you?
It's a first leg.
It's a first leg, and we it's easy to dismiss this team and go, well, the mid-table in Spain, but being mid-table in Spain is almost like being mid-table in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And Arsenal are mid-table in the Premier League, and they've beaten us and drawn with us this season.
Yeah.
So you can't just take it for granted that you can just pick any team and they're going to win. A couple of people in the comments asking about Donny van der Beek. I've not got the subs, so I will get the subs. Are they there? Sorry, producer Cam.
Yeah, there you go.
He's
I
put
can
them
read
up
the
there.
subs if
Do you
you
want to read
can't
the
read
subs
them.
out for us, and then we'll get into it.
Foggy eye. Grant, Henderson, Cavani, Mata back on the bench as well, which is good to see. Fred, Ahmad, Tellez, Matic, Williams, Van der Beek, Twanzebe and Elanga as well, of course.
Anthony Elanga.
The one thing that stands out there is no strikers on the bench. Not even anything you could twist and push and lie about being a striker. There is nothing. So if we don't get goals, I mean, I guess, Van der Beek can come on and he can help create goals. Same with Mata, but there's no finisher on that bench whatsoever.
No, you've got Diallo and Elanga.
Sorry, I've just made that up. Cavani's there.
Is it?
That screen is fucking
You just had a go at me, right? Screaming foggy eyes.
No.
Right? And then you've read it out and then missed out the fact we have got one of the most prolific strikers in the history of football on the bench and then gone into this big spiel.
It was good though, wasn't it?
And I'm agreeing with you.
But Cavani is on the bench.
But we have got someone who's got like 500 career goals on the bench.
Yeah.
In case we need it. Strong bench though, isn't it?
I mean, it's everyone in the squad, isn't it? I think that's how Europa League works. There's like 14 people on that bench. Of course it's strong. Everyone's on it. Grant, Henderson, Cavani, Mata. Yeah, I think it's a strong bench.
Saying that you guys drunk. No, we're just a bit.
He's drunk on walking, and I'm drunk on hot dog.
Hot dog and walking. It's not a great combo. No. A couple of people saying about Donny van der Beek. Whenever Donny van der Beek doesn't start, people say, "Oh, he's wasting his time here, and this is unfair on him, and why did he even come here?" You've been talking on that there radio about this today, haven't you?
Yeah.
What are your views on Donny?
I mean, he's played 28 games for Man United this season.
Fucking hell.
Say no more. I know he's not started a lot of those games or even most of those games, but if you play and make 28 appearances in what is essentially the start of April, I mean, it is the start of April, you haven't been left out. You haven't been hung out to dry, left out in the cold, whatever cliched, overused sentence that people tend to use about Donny van der Beek. Those things haven't happened. If he had, he would be like Jesse Lingard, where he played 6 times or 3 times for United. That would have been wasted money. He's come on, he came on against Brighton and helped us win the game. That's exactly what he's meant to be doing. He's doing the job that we wanted him to do, and I don't think there's a problem with that. And I would say, almost every time he started for Manchester United, he's looked knackered after 60 minutes. And again, it's a sort of catch-22 for him because you say, well, how's he ever expected to be fit to play a full 90 minutes when he doesn't get the chance to? But on the other side of things, it's not, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's, it's not a right that Van der Beek has for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to let him play when he's unfit to try and get match fitness on the pitch in games we need to win. So it's going to be a difficult thing. He has to fight his way out of it somehow. One of the ways he could have done that maybe was capitalising on Paul Pogba's injury, but he happened to be injured at roughly the same time and didn't get to do that. So I think Donny van der Beek is a great option to have off the bench and honestly a good option to have on the starting lineup as well. But he's played 28 times. Let's calm down on the whole. It's been a waste of his time, waste of money. Let's sell him immediately. I think he's a good player and he's great to have off the bench.
Glenn F as well. I've got your email, mate. I will reply to that. Apologies for the delay.
Sorry, we're drunk.
Also, as well, big shout out to Angelina Kelly. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Big,
how old is she then?
I'm not sure how many candles on the birthday. You don't ask a lady that, do you? Do you know what I mean? Happy birthday. And I hope you're having a good one over in Germany. Yeah, a lot of people saying about Van der Beek, about minutes and things like that. Yeah, he's had a lot of games, not as many minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Matthew Brooks says, Donny started well, but last couple of performances have been big pants.
Big pants.
Uzi says, Donny's getting there. Against Brighton, he looked fitter and pressed a lot better. His time will come. He's clearly adapting to English football and Ollie's system. Mike C's asking who's on the watch-along tonight. You've got him over there, you've got Freddie Quinne, and you've got Adam Mckola as well. So you've got the...
It's that Europa League dream team, isn't it?
That is the Europa League, second string squad.
No, the second string squad. Better, if anything.
Equal.
Yeah.
Right, the same.
Should be equal.
Yeah.
TikTok star Freddie Quinne, by the way.
He is, Freddie Quinne's going to be on there.
200,000 followers on TikTok.
An absolute TikTok star. He's a very funny guy.
Amazing.
We will get I was just looking on my phone then to try and find the Granada team. If I can get that out, we'll give it to you. Because we were speaking to Rory from La Liga Lowdown ahead of the game, and he was saying, there's 1 or 2 players in this Granada team you need to keep an eye on. This isn't like going to be a walk in the park, as they say. And we've been here before, haven't we? Because, you were talking about in the preview, when Bilbao came to Old Trafford, and you're like... Who it is. I'm not saying this team's as good as Bilbao, but you get the idea. It's easy to dismiss these teams when you don't know a lot about them, and sometimes you do that at your peril. in terms of score predictions, then,
Yeah.
I know you've not seen the Granada team, but you've seen the Manchester United one.
Yeah.
A fairly strong team. Does that still fill you with confidence? Because what did you go for in the preview? Was
I think I went for 2-0.
I think you did. I know you went for a win. So, still feeling confident?
Yeah, I do feel confident. That's a good team. And I mean, the fact that people are saying, "Oh, we've ruined the game against Tottenham because we've picked a strong team," you really can't win with that kind of thing, can you? Because if he picks a weakened team here and we come away with a 1-1 draw or a 1-0 loss or something like that, everyone's all over him. And then he picks a strong team and, we're going to lose against Tottenham now. Well, what do you want? Do you want to win a trophy or do you want to look good against Tottenham at the weekend? I want to win a trophy personally. So get this team in there, get a win. I still think, I'm going to say 2-0 because I think it needs to be based on not conceding. And that's a good place to start. And that's the place that we've started from in most games recently. I know that we have conceded some goals here and there, but we've had a defensively focused 2021, I would say. At United, and I think that'll carry on. So, yeah, 2-0, good team. What do you think?
No, I'm happy with that team. I'm happy to see Mason Greenwood leading the line. I think that, obviously, long term, that's what we're probably going to see from him. He's going to be a striker for Manchester United in the years to come. And he's had sort of glimpses of that this season. I think it was Milan, was it in the second half? Was it Milan? Where he was in the second half, first leg, or the second leg, sorry, where he was up front. And the goal he got against Brighton was very much a striker's goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, really.
He has been forced to play on the right side. He's not a right winger by any stretch of the imagination. He just plays well there because obviously he can use either foot and he can sort of use his trickery to create chances for himself. But I'll be interested to see him leading the line today. Also in the chat, Alistair Fraser says, shout out for my 26th birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Alistair, same age as me, 26. People going in the comments, a few people saying, someone saying 3-1. Sneezy Lasagna, which is a great name, says 3-0, Greenwood hat-trick.
Nice.
Defensively, that is sort of, the goalkeeper we spoke about, but the back four is the back four now, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all love Eric Bailly, but there's no, I don't even think there's a conversation in him. I know he can't play at the minute because he's got COVID, but even when he has been fit, it seems now that Ollie's pretty much settled on this back four, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it, innit? That's the four when they're available. Luke Shaw obviously being the main one that's sort of come into that this season because I know he often was our left back, but he was the one where you'd go, we need a new left back.
Yeah.
Whereas now no one thinks we need a new left back. We've got a new left back and
It's
we don't use it.
We're not going to get a new left back.
No.
That's not,
Well, we got one, and it made Luke Shaw better.
That's it. There might be conversations to be had about a new centre back, maybe even a right back as a bit of cover for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but I think the left back conversation, like you say, Alex Telles, it's weird, isn't it? Because when we bought Alex Telles, it seems like years ago, it was only a few months ago, and a lot of us were saying, well, actually, he could be the first choice.
I think he was brought in to be the first choice,
I think
personally.
Right. And Luke Shaw's up to his game. We know what Luke Shaw's capable of. He's playing to the best of his ability, and he's keeping Alex Telles well out of the team. And long may it continue, because we all want to see Luke Shaw performing to the levels that he was pre-injury, and I think he's there now. I think he really is.
I don't think he's ever been better than this for United.
Do you think he's as well? You've answered the question. But I'll ask it you anyway. So you're saying that he's better than he was pre-injury?
Yeah, I think he is. I don't think he was ever this good for this long. It's been 4 or 5 months now. He's been brilliant.
I think the difference was when he got injured. We were terrible as a team. We had that ropey start, didn't we? And I remember it was a Swansea game away where we lost, and Luke Shaw was fantastic, and the rest of the team were garbage. And then obviously it was PSV got his injury again, going forward, getting down that wing. He was in that Van Gaal system. He's the one that stood out as actually. I don't know if he didn't listen to Van Gaal or Van Gaal just let him go forward, but he was very attacking when a lot of it was just possession play and just boring the other team to death. So he stood out as being like our best player and our best attacking option, which sounds crackers for a left back. But now we've got other options. We've got other players who are fantastic and great going forward, the likes of Rashford, the likes of Pogba, the likes of Bruno. So I think you may have a point there because this team is, for me, better than that Van Gaal team.
And he holds the ball so much better as well. He doesn't lose it. He's good in high pressure situations at the back and going forward. He keeps possession really well. He's not wasteful on the ball, and yet he still manages to offer danger in the opposition third, which is even at his like I said, pre-injury best. I don't think he ever offered as much quite going forward. He was good on the ball. He drove forward with the ball well, but he was never that good in and around the 18-yard box of the opposition. I think he's got much better at that. I think it's just part of it is just being there more often, actually being, overlapping the winger more often, actually getting in that position where you can do a step over, go past someone and whip the ball in. for a long time, and not his pre-injury self, but in the last 2 or 3 years, he's just been sat back. Like Rashford would be on the sort of corner of the 18-yard box-ish, and he's like 5 or 6 yards further back from that, just sort of looking at play, open for a 5-yard pass if he needed to, but not actually going for it. And he's absolutely going for it now, and it's really good to see.
Right, I think I've got the Granada team.
Go on then.
Here. I hope so. Let me just translate this tweet. Yeah.
Sorry, have you just done that in your head? Let me just translate this tweet. Implementing translation module. What are you, a robot?
Yeah. A broken down robot.
Spanish to English.
One from the 70s. Right, it says, in goal, Rui Silva. I'm just going to read out the team. Yeah? I'm going to read out the team. Surnames.
What was the other option?
Me trying to work out the formation and tell you who's in what position, which is going to end in disaster. And loads of people are going to in the comments going, what are you on about, Jay? He doesn't even play there. So you got Rui Silva. Oh, this is going to be a struggle for me. I'm sorry in advance. Gonalons, Soldado, I've heard of him. Puertas, Neva, Diaz, Monsoro, Vallejo, Herrera, Domingos, and Kennedy. There you go. And on the bench, you've got Aaron. Good. Aaron. He's on the bench. Arnau, Folquier, Newen, German. Not even put his name, he just put German. That's a bit racist. Yeah. El Suarez. Luis Suarez was a late addition to the squad, apparently. Yaniteke, Di Machis, and Molina. So there you go.
Di Machis.
You're like a
supply teacher doing the register there, weren't you?
Di Machis. The way I said that,
Aaron,
like,
I can do that one.
I reckon that's how the Granada coach read out that team to the players. So, as I said earlier, they have got 1 or 2 good players. I mean, they've got lots of good players, but 1 or 2 stands out. I know that Rory on the preview was talking about Herrera, saying that he's one to watch. But again,
what position does he play?
Midfield. Well, that's what they tell me. Yeah. I'm not going to pretend that I've been watching a lot of
Granada.
Granada.
You've watched a bit.
Someone here in the comments makes a good point. Clinton says Rashford may only play one half. Do you think there could be something like that? Because
Ollie kind of said he hasn't got a full 90 in him, didn't he?
So. Yeah. And I prefer this tactic of playing a strong team from the start, trying to get ahead, and then taking players off, than the other way around of starting a weakened team like we did against Leicester, making 4 subs, thinking, oh, we'll just fix it all, and then it's being too late. I know this is over 2 legs, but I'd rather we went strong to start with than the other way around and went weak and then tried to improve it. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Rather than trying to glue the vase back together, let's just get someone who's good at juggling it to juggle it. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
Analogy,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't see why you do it the other way around, particularly. Ollie's pretty much said that Rashford hasn't got a full 90 in him. You may well see Ahmad or Van der Beek, depending. I think if we're 1-0 up after 65 minutes, you'll see Van der Beek. If we're 3-0 up, you'll see Ahmad. I think that's kind of the thing.
Anthony Elanga.
Potentially Anthony Elanga as well.
Go on, son. 10 minutes left. 3-0 up. Go and get yourself a goal. Quilba Hussein in the super chat says, "Hey guys, love your channel. Who had better impact for us from the right, Ronaldo or Beckham?"
Impact.
Yeah,
Ronaldo.
Yeah, the thing with Ronaldo as well, though, he wasn't always a right winger in the sense that Beckham was. No. Like Ronaldo, I know Beckham sometimes played as a central midfielder, but by and large he was a right winger. Ronaldo played as a striker, off the striker.
Played off the left,
on
off
the
the
left.
time.
Yeah, he was all over the gaff. So Ronaldo was probably, like, in terms of impact, I agree with you.
42 goals in a Ballon d'Or.
David Beckham's the best right winger I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, in any team anywhere. As a right winger, I can't think of anyone better than I've seen.
Salah?
Mo Salah. People say he's a winger, but he's not.
No,
he's not
forward.
a winger.
He's a forward.
Yeah, I mean, David Beckham spent half the game tracking back, covering for Gary Neville.
Yeah.
So I don't see Mo Salah doing that with Trent Alexander-Arnold.
No.
Probably should do as well.
Mo Salah's a right forward.
Yeah.
That's what modern forwards are, isn't it?
So
he's not a winger.
Because they like to use that, don't they?
Or
like,
he is, but he's not.
Ryan Giggs had so many goals, and look at what Mo Salah's got. Well, again, Giggs was a winger. It was a 4-4-2 with Ryan Giggs getting chalk on his boots on that wing and helping out Dennis Irwin on the left-hand side. So, yeah, I would say that, for me, the best right winger I've ever seen is Beckham. But, again, the best player I've ever seen for Manchester United is Cristiano Ronaldo. Who knows? Do you reckon he's going to come back?
If he's ever going to, it'd have to be this summer, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get him at 39.
No.
I don't think we'll do his Latan season. But what is he, 35, 36? Probably still got a bit left in the tank. Might get you 20 league goals next season.
Yeah.
If you're going to get him, got to be this year. I'd have him.
No, I don't know. I I don't know. Depends what day you ask me. I mean, it would be mad.
If I'm asking you, I don't know, today.
Yeah, all right.
What would you say? I'm just pulling a day out of the air.
Would I have Ronaldo back? Let's put it this way. If Ronaldo signed for United, I'll be buzzing.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, oh, you know what we're doing. You
Yeah.
can't help but party, can you, if Cristiano Ronaldo returns to Old Trafford. I
Big
remember
Chris.
in 08 when we all went down to Old Trafford after we won the Champions League and it was just Viva Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Everyone was chanting and
Best player in the
booing, kicking balls about. It was mint. Safa Lost says, I'm kind of mad at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for not starting Diallo more.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm not even a bit angry with him for that because I think we need to sort of bring in Amad Diallo gradually. He's only a kid. He's only played about an hour's worth of professional football.
No, and he's sort of
before
trapped
he
in this
arrived at
thing as
United.
well where a lot of young players have this, or players in this position. Van der Beek's in it a little bit, but obviously he's made a lot more appearances than Diallo this season.
Yeah.
Where he's good enough that he's in the first team squad every week.
Yes.
But not good enough to get loads of minutes. Or not good enough, but not ready to get loads of minutes. So it's not like he's like match fit from playing in the under-23s or the under-18s like he could be playing in. So he actually hasn't played 90 minutes in a year. Because he's always on the bench for the first team and actually never getting those minutes. So you think, well, he's not getting any experience, he's not getting match fitness. He's in a tough position because he's too good for the reserves, but not ready to play first team yet. So I don't know how he's going to overcome that in terms of fitness and readiness. But I guess it's one of those things, again, when you get your chance, take it. And I think he did against Sociedad, was it they got his goal, or Milan?
No, it was Milan, wasn't it?
Milan,
yeah.
sorry, they got
yeah,
his
it
goal.
was a shame that he didn't end up being the winner. That would have matter. But no, you're right, and I think it's not just like fitness-wise. He's not used to playing at this level, at this intensity for long periods. Confidence, you don't want to knock him. Like you're throwing him in, he has a bit of a stinker because he's still finding his feet, and then it's like that can affect him.
And this is a cup quarter final as well, isn't it? It's
yeah,
not like
it's
you know.
And let's not
round.
forget how much criticism and stick has Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had about his record in cups for not getting to finals. So do you want to start taking gambles when you don't need to? I think Amad Diallo, from what I gather from people we spoke to, I've not seen a lot of him. From what I've seen of him, I've been very impressed. And we've spoken to people who know a bit more about him. Fabrizio Romano was on the channel speaking about him, said he'd spoke to people at Atalanta, where he came from, who were raving about him, and he was surprised that Juventus hadn't come in for him. He said he's going to be a great talent. So it looks like everything's lining up for him to have a very bright future, and you don't want to ruin that by overplaying him in his first few months at the club, especially when, as you said, he's hardly played any top-flight football.
I think the one thing we don't need to worry about is Ole's usage of young players. Like I think the way he's done with what he's done with Greenwood has been brilliant.
Yeah.
He gave Brandon Williams a lot of minutes last season when he didn't necessarily need to. I think he knows what he's doing with that on that side of things, and I think he'll do it the right way. And the fact that all we have of Diallo at the moment is good thoughts and good memories because he's come on and done well and he's been brought in at the right times. That's what you need. You need 2, 3, 4 months of playing him at the right time so that the public opinion, that the journalist's opinion, that everyone around the club's opinion is, wow, this guy's great, we need to play him more, rather than this guy's shit, stop playing him. Sort of almost like a leave and want him more thing with young players, because if you oversaturate the team with bad performances, next thing you know, no one, oh, why is he on the bench? What's he doing starting? And I think managing that in the right way is key for the sort of mental side of it and the confidence side that Diallo's going to have to deal with as he gets older.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Well said. Pavman in the super chat says, looking back, should we have kept Chicharito?
No.
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 Do you know what thing we should have done? He's got more money for him.
Yeah, we should have got more money for him, but
we gave him away basically, and a proven goal scorer and a top flight who played in La Liga for Real Madrid and banged in a load of goals for us. And he went to Germany, didn't he, for about 12 million or something stupid? Yeah. I can't remember what the exact figure was, but I remember being very angry about it at the time. Such a shame with Chicharito, because I thought he was going to have a long career at United. Had a few good seasons, and then, like you say, Van Gaal didn't fancy him. Someone's asking what is Granada's 11 again. We'll get to the Granada's 11 in a minute. Joe, do you want to go through our starting 11 again, Manchester United?
I'd absolutely love to. We've got De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw. McTominay and Pogba as your 2 rocks in the midfield. Then you've got Dan James, Fernandes and Rashford, with Mason Greenwood as the number 9.
Mason Greenwood's dynamite.
That's good to see, isn't it?
It is.
Greenwood up front by himself.
Dan James is having a bit of a renaissance, isn't he?
Yeah, looks good.
Last couple of months. Eh?
Yeah. I think Renaissance is a bit of a strong word, like what was like 80 years of the most incredible art and music and culture the world has ever seen.
Accusing
that
me
to
of
2 goals in 12 games that Dan James has got.
here when I use the word Renaissance. I think this is actually better than the actual Renaissance.
Really?
What did they do for us?
Oh, Michelangelo.
A few sculptures and a few paintings.
He could paint
Did they help us beat Manchester City at the Etihad? No. Right. Did Dan James?
Yes.
Thank you.
Right,
The defence rest. No. All right. He's having.
I'm joking.
He's having some sort of rejuvenation.
Yeah, he is definitely. Yeah, and he's looking good. He's playing much better. He's playing with more confidence, and he's getting. And more importantly, it's not just like, oh, let's do, some activity to make Dan James feel good. That's not what Man United is. He's playing well. Like, it's not just like, oh, isn't it sweet that he's like we don't need to patronise him. He's coming in. He's playing. Not that you are, but you see it where it's almost like. People used to do it with Kante as well. Don't know, because he's like a nice, shy bloke. People used to talk about Kante like he was the team pet. And they were like, oh, isn't he all cute, Kante, because he's shy with his medal. He's like the best midfielder in the world at the time. And everyone's acting like he's a kid. Yeah. Like, give him some fucking respect.
I remember when they won the World Cup.
Yeah.
And there was pictures of him going, oh, look, they've let him have a go with a trophy.
Yeah.
Let him have a go.
Yeah, he's the best player.
Fucking win it, you muppets.
Yeah, I know. And
it's not like he's a mascot.
No, and it's like it's a little bit the same with Dan James. Obviously, Dan James isn't as good as Kante was at the time, but there's almost this thing of like, oh, ain't he little, ain't he small, ain't he cute? Oh, let him have a game, ain't he little? It's like he's playing well. He's a valuable squad member, and he's better than he was before. When I thought some of his performances were not really bringing anything to the table toward the tail end of last season, and maybe the start of this season. He's playing well. Like I said, he looks dangerous, he's creating chances, and he's helping us win games. And if he's doing that, that's exactly what his role is meant to be. Coming for games like this, coming against the likes of Leeds, coming in other games as well. And he does seem to do well against City and other big teams because his pace is so brilliant. But yeah, he's doing really well, and let him carry on doing that. And for a squad player, that's what you want. Be able to rely on him to help win certain games and let other people have a night off or change systems.
You know what as well? He's probably the only one post-Fergie, you could even argue, or certainly most recently, you can look at as saying there's a bit of a bargain.
Yeah.
Because any other player that's done well for us has cost a shitload of money. And they have done well, or they've been on massive wages, and, like Zlatan was on big wages and always a free. But, like Pogba's done well, but it cost 80-odd million quid. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The likes of Mata and players like that have done well, but it cost big money. Dan James, for the amount we paid for him, 12 million rising to 15, which in this day and age is pennies, really, isn't it? Relatively speaking. And you've had quite a few goals and assists from him in 2 seasons now. Now, I'm not saying he's the greatest player in the world, but for a squad player that costs that amount of money, he's been an absolute snip. So
I think he's got more goals and assists than Van der Beek this season.
Yeah.
And he cost three
Look
times.
At what was
and that's not a knock on Van der Beek either.
But
like you said about the price per goal contribution.
Didn't Arsenal pay like 72 million quid for Nicolas Pepe? Something stupid like that. He's got like similar numbers to Dan James. So I think Dan James gets a lot of stick, but sometimes I've seen a little bit of a thing recently where people going over the top and going, he's the best player in the squad, and it's like, well, he's not.
No.
But he's doing very well, and long may it continue, because it's good to see from a player who took a lot of stick as well, and obviously had a bit of trauma with losing his dad, but he's been very good of late, which is what we want to see. Robert McCarthy in the super chat says, Granada are from Spain. Who else is from Spain? Barca, who United beat in the best cup competition in the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup. Well done. All roads lead to Rotterdam. Yeti in the super chat says, nothing much to add. Just thought I'd say thanks for the content over the last year, especially with lockdown, etc. Have a pint or a J2O in your case, Jay. On me, thanks a lot for your super chat. Thanks for your support as well.
I'll have a pint on Monday, cheers.
Yeah? Oh yeah, you lot are all going to go out and paint the town red, aren't you? Yeah. As they say. Well, I might have a cheeky Pepsi Max cherry with you, and then I might leave you when you start getting a bit too tipsy. Yeah. Start doing that thing you do when you've had one too many.
Going in the street?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yes, exactly.
We all like to shit down a great occasion.
Who hasn't? I mean, I can't even use the excuse of being drunk. No. I'll go through the Granada team again for anyone that missed it. I spoke about it earlier. I'm not going to go through positions because I don't know him, so I'll just read it out. Okay. We've got Rui Silva, you've got Gonalons, you've got Soldado, you've got Puertes, you've got Neva, you've got Diaz, you've got Montoro, you've got Vallejo, you've got Herrera, you've got...
You know all these.
Domingos, you've got Kennedy. That's your starting 11. On the bench, you've got Aaron, you've got Arnau, you've got Falquier, you've got Newen, you've got German, you've got El Suarez, you've got Jan Eteke, you've got Di Machis, and you've got Molina.
Do you want to know something? The only thing I heard was every time you said you've got. I didn't even hear the players. I was hearing you've got. That's all I heard. You've got this, you've got that.
You've got, that's yours. Yeah. You've got Molina. That's safe,
that's in the bag.
But you've got Suarez there as an option.
El Suarez.
Yeah, El Suarez. Apparently it's not Luis Suarez, someone told me. Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think of the starting 11. I can see out the corner of my eye Freddie Quinne, TikTok legend himself, who is going to be on our watch along. He's here. He's in the building.
He's in the building.
Is Mr. Quinn.
He's got a new cap on by the looks of things, or certainly a different cap. It looks very good.
He's always well dressed out, and it was his trainers last time.
He's
He's
kitted out
flexing.
with fancy gear, isn't he?
Yeah, he's down with the kids.
Sex toys the time before that. That's true.
Jack Fisher says, Joe, your hair is looking luscious. Luscious. Look. That's the guy out of Batman, isn't it? Isn't that the guy Lucius?
Malfoy, isn't it?
What's it? Joe, your hair is looking Lucius today. Jay could try a bit harder though.
Yeah. Well, you've tried harder today because yesterday you had loads of stubble around the back of your head, didn't you?
Yeah, I literally said to you, don't say anything.
Oh,
but,
shit, sorry.
And you just said it.
Well, it's gone now. I can say it now.
Yeah.
Smooth as a...
I was on the way to work and I felt the back of my head and realised I'd missed a bit.
And
like
then
the map
you said
of the world.
that, and then I looked at it. I couldn't even see it.
I could feel it.
Well, now it's fantastic.
Not me all out of kilter. Yeah,
Shimmering
I've got
now.
producer Cam threatening me there with Manscaped on my head, so I better be careful. And East Joshy says, WTF,
Yeah.
Jay pronounced them all correctly. Probably.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I think.
No, he didn't.
Apologies to the Granada squad if you're watching from your changing rooms. Yeah, let us know what you think the score's going to be. Let us know what you think about that team. Let us know if anyone in the comments does know a lot about Granada team or anything about them. Let us know what you think about that. Who are the people we should be looking out for?
Are United Forever podcast in there?
Oh yeah, United Forever
don't they live in
podcast
Granada?
over in Granada. Yeah, if you guys are there, get in touch and let us know.
What's to look out for against this team? Because we've done a bit of research, but it's hard to get completely up to date with Granada, isn't it, if we're honest? Roberto Soldado. We know him from his Tottenham days.
Yeah.
Was it Valencia before that, wasn't it?
I think so.
Bit of a flop at Tottenham. Remember that period they had where they just had flop after flop up front?
Yeah.
Like, who was the other one they had?
I'm going a bit further back.
Jensen.
They had Sergio Rebroff for a bit, didn't they?
Yeah.
Was it Sergio Rebroff? Wasn't he there?
Jensen.
Paulino.
Didn't they have one of the De Jongs as well?
Yeah, they did. They had some bad uns, didn't they?
Yeah.
Do you know
It's
what I mean?
basically, they kept trying to sign players to get Defoe out of the team, and they just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Defoe
And then
stayed
Robbie
in
Keane
there.
kept leaving and coming back.
What a time. The greatest Premier League era, would you say? 2008 to 2012. Great for United.
Yeah. 08 was just unreal, wasn't it? I remember like 09, we lost the Champions League final and won the league, and I was disappointed with that season. That's like, season's not been that great, has it?
Yeah.
Been a bit crap, really.
Shit, that,
just the one Premier League title for us. What's
Is
going
that a
on
new
there?
cap, Freddie?
Well, no, this is a old cap.
It's an old cap.
Freddie's wearing an old cap, vintage, which you're going to see in about 10 minutes' time. We're going to be going over to Freddie, to him,
I'll be there.
to Adam Mckola as well. All them three will be there. They'll be taking you through the game for United's Europa League clash against Granada. Lots of people in the comments. Someone saying, Abdul says 5-1 United. What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, right, sorry. Adam McColl's there wreaking havoc as well. Glenn F says, does anyone remember the luscious Linda Lucardi from
Excuse
page
me,
3?
start that again. Say that again and actually get it right.
The luscious Linda Lusardi from page 3.
No.
Who's your favourite page 3?
Adam
What
McCall
is
was
this?
asking off camera,
and
who's
for
your
this feature
favourite
that we
page
pulled
3?
straight from 1997.
Yeah. Ooh,
Who's your
page
favourite
3.
Well, we all had one.
I didn't.
Take them.
I was 11 when they got rid of that.
Yeah.
Due to good
you know
taste.
You bossed one out before it got
Right, let's move on.
Adam McCall's giving us some
Adam McCullough will be
expert
here in
analysis
10
on the game off camera. You're missing out here, but don't worry, in 10 minutes' time, you're going to be able to hear all from him and Freddie and from Joe as well. We were talking about the attack, we've spoken about the defence, we've spoken about the goalkeeper. The one thing we haven't spoken about is the midfield. The Schmidfield. What do you make of it?
Good. I think Pogba and McTominay should work, theoretically,
Yes.
on paper, that kind of thing. Bruno Fernandes, been a bit of a dip in form from him recently, and I would say the same about Rashford as well.
Yeah.
But I think he's good enough to be able to pull us through this game, I think, or I hope anyway. Good to see Pogba back. Good to see McTominay back as well, because I feel like we've not seen that much of him recently. But for me, I think I don't know, Matic is obviously better defensively, or historically has been. But I think that McTominay, alongside Paul Pogba, should work out to be a really good midfield. So I'm happy with it. I really like it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think McTominay's having a decent season. He's not been perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But I think he gets sort of lumbered in when Fred's having a bad game. It's a McFred having a bad game. And I think he's got 8 goals this season, Scott McTominay, so he's been pretty productive, if nothing else. Neither of those two, McTominay or Pogba, are defensive midfielders, are they? I mean, Scott McTominay is probably going to have to do most of the work defensively in that pairing, but they're not really. Scott McTominay is more box-to-box, as is Paul Pogba, to be honest with you. But I think that should work. Loads of energy in it. And also, I expect us to be on the front foot for most of this game, surely. When you look at that front 6, Do you know what I mean? You've got so many goals in there and so much attacking talent that you'd expect Granada to be up against it. I hope so. Anyway, you want to see us taking this match to them. Nick Anand in the super chat as well. Thanks for your support. Ollie Aston says 4-0 United, get it finished in this leg. How important do you think that is, Joe, to go for it in this leg? And like we did against Sociedad, try as much as we can to sort of put it to bed. Do you think that's realistic that we could do that? And just?
I mean, it's possible. It's certainly not unrealistic to think that we could get 2 or 3 goals. It's one of those things, isn't it? Like how good would that be? Yeah, fantastic. Win it in one leg. Yeah, great. But that's not necessarily feasible, is it? You can't just win every tie in the first leg.
No, you can't.
Get us 3-0 up, but I'd be happy with that, of course. But I think it's going to be more difficult than that. Hopefully it isn't. Hopefully we can rest players in the second leg. But obviously it would be great to have the tie basically over and done within 90 minutes.
What are you up to over there, Adam McCall? Why are you laughing at me? I don't know. You're making me nervous. Yeah, whatever.
He's doing that thing that the bigger boys used to do at school, where they look above your eye line. And all right.
He's always up to something, Adam McCall. You're going to be hearing from him in about 8 minutes anyway.
There, like so you can
ask him what he's up to yourselves. Osin Tai says Luke Shaw hat-trick inbound. Andrew Sard says where is Bailly? Bailly's had COVID, hasn't he? So he's not been cleared yet to play in this game. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Connor Allen says, that's our best midfield, 100%. I mean...
Might well be.
Yeah, is Fred in our best midfield, do you
Not
feel?
at the minute.
No, I think form, no. I agree with that.
Maybe for most of the season he would have been, but he's just giving the ball away so much. I've never seen a midfielder give the ball away as much as he does.
Yeah.
So, we haven't seen this midfield play, so you can't say, without having seen it, you can't say, yeah, this is our best midfield, because how do you know? But on paper, I think it seems like the most balanced whilst being able to keep the ball, whilst being able to defend and get forward as well. I think it looks like a good team.
I don't want to be all sort of hipster trying to look for the thing that no one else has really mentioned or really thinking about.
I like it.
But, and people have actually mentioned it, but it is great to see Juan Mata in the squad. Because me and you've spoken about him quite a lot on the Transfer Lives, because he's been linked with a move away in the summer.
Yeah.
Juan Mata, one of our best post Sir Alex Ferguson signings, been an absolute servant to the club. Hasn't featured at all in any squads for about 2 months or something?
Yeah.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
He's back in the squad. Ollie obviously rates him. He speaks very highly of him, and he's seems like the type of player you'd want to have around some of these younger players as well. You look at the likes of Amad Diallo and Andy Elanga, and who better to learn from and to be around than someone like Juan Mata, who's a consummate professional, absolutely gifted as well. Let's not forget how talented he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think was he Chelsea's Player of the Year back-to-back or something, won a Champions League, won a load of honours with Spain as well. He's an absolute diamond.
One season, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, I know you in the comments, I think, was it 2012? He got like 18 goals and 35 assists for Chelsea. Like something mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Let me know if I'm wrong.
Yeah, have a look.
2012, I think it was.
2012. What were his numbers like for
one
Chelsea?
of those 2 years around.
Because you remember
I looked at it a couple of months ago and I was like, what? I knew he'd done well, but I was astonished.
Did Juan Mata get 35 assists for Chelsea in 2012?
Something ridiculous.
Yeah, something like mental.
Yeah, something
He
mental.
doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
I know, all right. You're a Chelsea fan, right? Philip Harris says, good on you, Joe. Willing to get a bowl cut, haircut if United wins the Europa League. Yeah. Stunning and brave. Is this something I'm missing out?
No, I think he's trying to force me into it.
Are you getting a bowl cut?
Yeah, if we win it.
If we win the Europa League, getting a bowl cut?
Of course not.
Are you going to do anything if we win the Europa League that could be mildly,
Cheer.
Do we get a tattoo?
Maybe.
Right.
Should we both get one?
If we win the Europa League, we're getting a tattoo.
What's it say?
We'll get a tattoo of the Champions League.
Here we come underneath. Yeah, great. Get a tattoo of the Champions League when we win the Europa League. 19 goals, 35
There you go,
assists.
producer Cam's remembered. He didn't even have to check that.
I said 18 and 35. It was 19 goals.
That is ridiculous. 35 assists. What was he doing?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Yeah. That was 9 years ago, so.
Yeah, well.
We did see that out of him.
Do you know what I mean? Amazing. He's just been a great player, hasn't he? Juan Mata. So great to see him back in the squad, and hopefully he'll get a bit of a run out today because we've not seen him in the squad, not even seen him in the team for quite some time. Get involved in the comments. We're almost going to go over to Adam Mckola, to Freddie Quinne. He's going to be going over to the other side in a minute. Let us know your score predictions. Let us know what you think about the starting 11. Let us know whether you think you'd like to see some changes. We know that Marcus Rashford isn't likely to finish the game. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was saying he's not fit enough to play the full 90, so we can expect to see some substitutions. How many subs can you make in this game? Is it 5?
I think it's 5.
Yeah.
I wonder how you do the maths on how many minutes a player is fit enough to play or not. Because that seems weird. Like, he's not fit enough to play 90 minutes. We know that. But he is fit enough to play some minutes. Like, is it an intensity thing? Is it a duration thing? I don't know. I always find that a bit like, oh, we're taking arbitrary. A risk.
Well, it's like percentage, isn't it? He's only 90%.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean?
How have you got that?
Yeah. Well, what sort of method have you got to tell us the percentage of how fit he is?
How many minutes he can play or not, for me, is a bit of a guess. I always worry
One
about
thing with Marcus Rashford, though, is he has had a lot of injuries where he's played and then after the game it's come out like, oh, he was carrying a knock. Or, his shoulder was strapped up and we knew he couldn't play the full 90. He wasn't able to play his normal game because of that injury. And you think, well, I get why we played him because we're reliant on him, but it is worrying, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And because what at 22 is he's got an injury but he can play through it. At 28 is he's out for another 2 months. He's out for another 3 months because your whole career can't just be playing through injuries unless, unfortunately for him, and I don't know that this is the case. I'm just thinking about why they would do this. Maybe he just has the sort of body that doctors assume he will always have injuries like this. He will pick up little knocks more easily than other people. I don't know. Because you sort of think, well, just let him rest and he'll be fine. But maybe he's more prone to these things than other players. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It seems strange that they wouldn't just let him take some time off and heal up completely.
Yeah, we spoke to Henry Winter on the Tier 1 podcast last week, and he's quite close to Marcus Rashford. He does a little bit of media stuff with him, and he was saying Marcus Rashford, I mean, it's no sort of revelation. He was saying that he's one of those players that always wants to play, and if there's a chance he can play, he will do. And I think sometimes maybe he just needs protecting from himself a little bit. I was mega relieved to see he wasn't playing for England, because I thought when he went away with that squad, I was like, oh God, he's not fit for United. Why is he fit to go for it with England? And also, if he does play against bloody, was it San Marino or something that picks up a knock, you're going to be absolutely raging. But obviously, he didn't.
Like Anthony Martial did.
Yeah, he's got a knock, and it looks like he could be out for the rest of the season.
Well, now it started off with, who knows, he might be out for the rest of the season, and now we'll be surprised if we see him again before the end of the season.
Which, I mean,
shit, innit?
You were going through the team earlier, and you mentioned that we've got Edinson Cavani on the bench, but if we get one more injury, attacking-wise, we're in all sorts of trouble, and you're going to have to move something about. Now, Marcus Rashford isn't really an out-and-out striker. He plays on the left. Dan James isn't a striker. Bruno isn't. Obviously, I know he can almost play as a false striker. You've literally got there Mason Greenwood and Cavani, really, haven't you? Who are sort of naturals in that position. Yeah. So if one of them picks up a knock, you're going to have to move things around, and that's when we could get into some serious problems, especially when you look at some of the games we've got coming up. Kieran Derbyshire says, part of the manager's job needs to be able to say, not tonight, lad. Brian Kelvin says, sorry, but I don't think we'd miss Martial that much. I think Martial was playing well though recently. He got the man of the match against Man City, and he's a different option as well, and it's like,
we won't miss him as much as Rashford.
He is a striker, and it's not like we've got an abundance of them.
It's not like you want him injured.
No, of course not. And it's like, we could end up in a situation where you're going to have to play a player who isn't a striker up front because you haven't got anyone. Yeah. We are going to go over to Freddie Quinne, to Adam Mckola, and to Joe Smith. They'll be taking you through for Manchester United's quarter-final first leg against Granada in a minute. Over in Spain. Looking forward to this one, Joe?
I am looking forward to this one. I think it's a big game, and the lineup suggests that Ole does as well. So it's going to be, hopefully, us getting a few goals, getting the tie sort of not wrapped up, but looking comfortable for the second leg.
Yeah, strong team. Hopefully, we'll see a strong performance. So let's go over to Freddie and to Adam Mckola.
Hello, can you hear me now? I said, oh, big. We're here. How you doing?
I'm not bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
I'm feeling pretty... do you know what? I'm feeling pretty meh about this game.
That's not good. It's the Europa League Championship of the world. The prime, elite, premium, supreme competition in European football.
It's the second-rate competition, though, isn't it? It's the B team.
Not on Thursday nights, mate. It's the place you want to be on Thursday. When I was a student, Oceana, people from Birmingham will know, Vodball was the place to be on a Thursday. That's the Europa League, mate.
Vodball. Vodball. Is that some what's subliminal messaging for
it
people
used
to
be
buy vodka Red Bull?
It used to be £10 for 8 vodka Red Bulls.
Oh, that is on Broad Street. Was it on Broad Street?
Not far. It's not far.
Everything's on Broad Street.
So that's
I like the sound of
what
that.
the Europa League is.
I'm just like
Vodball, mate.
So here's my thing, right? I watched the Champions League Tuesday, Wednesday. I watched Madrid and Liverpool on the Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
What a game that was! I watched
Great for United fans.
I watched.
Not so good for Liverpool fans.
Do you know what? Madrid played some of the best football I've seen in years for long periods of that match. They were brilliant. I watched Bayern Munich versus PSG last night, and I was watching Bayern Munich. I was watching that high line that they were playing with, and I was like, oh, we would have fun with this. Like honestly, if there's ever a team that's set up to play like how United would want them to play, it's Bayern Munich, because literally they're centre backs.
How mad is it to say that you think that we would have a field day against what has been the best team in Europe?
Oh, we would.
You might be. You're probably right.
We'll twat them.
You're probably right there. But look, we're the only team that's beaten City consistently over the last couple of years.
Yeah. Well, look,
We're gearing up for a quarter final.
Well, you might close
Granada reports. Yeah. And your man over here saying Bayern Munich will shit on me.
I honestly think that the way that Bayern Munich play with that highlight, you look at how much space PSG got time and time and time again.
Yeah.
Nicolas Sula turns like a fucking tank.
Yeah, he's
honestly.
a lorry.
But I'm looking at this though. I'm looking at these teams. I'm looking at Man City, who we beat 2-0 this year. I'm looking at PSG, who we've already beat. I'm looking at all the other teams that are left, and I'm thinking, I would fancy United. Like we're up there with those teams, in my opinion. So now I'm looking
Freddie,
at.
why are we in the Europa League?
Well, this is it, because we fucked up, didn't we? Because we didn't finish it.
But it's not like we didn't comfortably beat PSG away. We were better than them at home.
This is why I can't get excited about Granada, because in my head, let's be fair, you're looking at them and you're going, who the fuck cares about Granada?
No.
What they got Roberto Soldado up front, the Spanish Glenn Murray. Who the fuck gives a shit?
You've not been. He's not done football YouTube stuff for.
I am so excited. I am
like, you
so
don't come
excited.
on the Granada Watchalong saying shit like, who the fuck are Granada? Who the fuck is Roberto Soldado?
Yeah, he's going to score.
Minutes before we play against them. That's not what you do.
I am so excited. Do you know what? They are a difficult team to beat, Granada. They really are. Do you know what I mean? They've got Fred the Weatherman at left back.
Well, I mean, we've got Fred the Weatherman at midfield.
Do you know what, though? It's a strong United team.
Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, I really am. I honestly thought, I thought we definitely see a rest for Bruno Fernandes, because he looks... Do you know what? He's doing exactly what he did last season, where he kind of went off the boil a little bit towards the end of the season, because he's knackered, because he plays 90 minutes of every match. I thought that we might see Donny van der Beek or something like that. I'm also quite surprised that we saw Pogba. I thought that we'd be seeing Matic, maybe. I thought Alex Telles was destined to start this game. And so I thought he'd do the thing that he usually does, where he puts Matic in midfield, puts Telles at left back, and when Telles bombs forward, Matic covers the space. I thought that that's what we were going to see. Not surprised to see Daniel James, because I think he's played good form. I think we'll see Diallo at some point if things are going well. But I'm surprised by the strength of the team. I thought Tuanzebe might get in as well.
Yeah, I thought we might see a bit more of a rotation. It is a surprisingly strong team, isn't it? What do you make of the team?
No.
You're not surprised?
No. What did I do yesterday? Can't remember. I was on the phone with someone last night and they were asking me about the team. And they were saying, like, I expect we'll see a weak... Oh, it was Andy Goldstein. I expect we'll see a weakened lineup.
Oh, was it? Oh, I was on the phone with someone. Who was it?
No,
Oh, yeah, the biggest sports radio station in the country.
Because I normally get you to speak to my minions, don't I?
Yeah. I get hand-me-down radio appearances. It's
good, isn't it?
It's a great gig for me. He's like, do you want to go on TalkSport? He's like, yeah. He's like, do they want me? He's like, they want someone who I know. They want me or someone near me. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll take it.
Mate, I am investing those phone calls in you. proper. We're making a.
Do you know what?
We're making a star over.
I got a phone call a few days ago. It was from a private number. I answered it, and it was some dude who was like, "Hi, I'm some dickhead from BBC Radio Stoke," right? And I was like,
I was
"Hi."
say Manchester. I was going to say, is that Cass?
They went. I was just ringing up to see what's your opinions on the Suez Canal. I went. It's kind of funny, that it got blocked. And then I heard some whispering in the background, and then they went, "Yep, that'll do. Can you come on this afternoon?"
Really?
And I went, "Oh, that was
So
it."
you just want someone who thinks it's a laugh.
Yeah, so I just went, "Oh, it's kind of funny that he blocked it, really, isn't it? Do you know, that's a bad day at work. To fucking ruin 10% of the trade for the entire world. What a dickhead." That's all they wanted me to say.
Great.
It's weird radio.
So do you think there was a meeting at the BBC somewhere that day, and so they were in a meeting. You know how these kind of meetings are in these southern offices where they do all these things. We know what we're on about, all these shirts.
I think Media City's slightly south of here.
Oh yeah, well, Media City as well. Yeah, there's one there now, isn't it? Well, yeah, they all meet up these suits, don't they?
Yeah.
And some fella was probably there.
What, on his
looking through
TikTok?
not concentrating on what's going on in the meeting. In Suez Canal. This fella will.
Yeah, this prick's got opinions.
I find it I can't wait to see the documentary. I've been really intrigued by it. Like, I've done extra research, been trying to find out different stuff about this. Like, I want to know, I want to see a build up of all the work they've put in for that moment when it's it's moving, lads! Imagine that really. You know when you're trying to get that water out your ear after a bath.
Oh, and it all just goes,
and then it comes out and it's warm.
Yeah.
It's sexy.
It is a bit
nice.
sick. It's like a little bit of gravy coming out, isn't it? And you're
It's-
like, oh, hello. Drips down the side of your neck.
Yeah. Is that what it's like when you have sex? When it?
I don't know.
It might be, isn't it?
It might be.
It's like that though.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. That's so amazing.
Do you think it is?
That's,
Is that the closest?
That's what it's like for a woman, is it?
Is that the closest we're going to get, do you think?
Yeah.
And do you know what? Sometimes when it's in your ear for ages and you can't get it out, do you reckon she's at home tapping her fanny?
Okay. Right, we've got a super chat. Ishan Tiwari says, I disagree. I think Europa League has some excellent big names like AC Milan and Inter and whatnot. Looking forward to this game again.
You bring out the worst in me,
the
Mckola.
super chat yet?
Go on.
Right. Oh, fuck's sake.
What did he say? I think what?
He said, I disagree. I think the Europa League's got some excellent big name teams like AC Milan, Inter and whatnot. Looking forward to this game against Granola. So he's undermined the whole thing at the end by calling him Granola.
Do you know what, though, is look, I kind of get it that this is the last thing that we can realistically win. So, yeah, take it seriously. But if we win this,
Premier League's not over.
how much of an achievement is it going to feel like, really? How much is it going to feel like, really?
I don't know, but what you done there? You got a shoelace caught under the table or something?
Trying to sort out. So can you hear me now?
I think they can hear you. They should be able to hear it.
Everyone in the comments says they can't hear me.
They're not. Apparently, they can hear you. You should be able to hear you.
I peak the most.
Yeah, peaking Tom.
I
That's
am
what they call
often
you.
everyone's peak.
Don't know what that means. Are you surprised that Diallo hasn't started?
Look, he's a young lad, isn't he? We've still got. I think we'll see him. I think we'll see him at some point, particularly if the game's going well. I'd like to see more of him because I like that he's an exciting, unknown sort of product. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's sometimes Ole doesn't really tend to do this. He doesn't tend to throw in unknown quantities to see what will happen. He seems to be more methodical in how he operates, which is fair enough. But I think it's really important that he's around the team, even if he is just on the bench, coming off, getting minutes here and there. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, of course, I'd like to see him more. But I trust Solskjaer in terms of blooding in young players because he's done it quite a bit and he's done a good job of it. So I kind of just trust him. I like the fact that Mason Greenwood is in the number 9 role. I think that's his best position. I think it's surprising to see Fernandes, again, just given the amount of games that he's played. The way that I see this game going myself is we're going to see a lot of the ball. I imagine that Granada are going to camp out and make it very difficult for us and deny us space. And they're going to be the kind of team that we hate playing, which is the ones that sit with loads
Football
of men behind
teams.
them. Yeah.
fucking hate playing them football teams, lads.
But you know what it's like. We like players. We like teams that will come onto us and have space in behind.
They did what on you?
Come on to us.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Just give us a little cheeky flirt in the tunnel.
Dominic Dave says, we got scored on by Denver Bar, and that was this season. Defence hasn't got enough errors in it, or defence, sorry, has got enough errors in it that we can't go, who is Soldado anymore.
Really?
Denver Bar.
Finish it off.
Denver Bar did
Finish it off.
By the way, hashtag 21 is coming.
Yeah, he said that.
Denver Bar did do a number on us.
Denver Bar did do a number on us.
I felt like we did that number on us, though.
Yeah.
It could have been Freddie Quinne stood in the half, and they would have scored that goal.
Yeah.
I reckon I could catch Denver Bar up. That's how fucking slow that guy is.
It was hilarious. We had everyone in their 18-yard box, and then went,
I know.
why have they scored?
What's happened there then? It was marking him, and Matic was like, I don't remember
In the
anything.
Champions League?
Yeah, I know. Shit in it.
But the thing is, though, is everyone sort of like, goes at United's defence and stuff. But defensively, we have a solid unit. It's just they're prone to making ridiculous fucking errors. Luke Shaw this season, name me a better left back in the world this season. And I'm not talking about someone as good. I'm talking about someone who is noticeably better. Maybe Alphonso Davies or somebody like that. He is up
No
there.
one that I've seen. I mean, I mostly watch Premier League football, in fairness, but I've not seen anyone that's like definitely been better than him.
Let's keep it Premier League based then. Best left back in the Premier League.
Yeah, I would say Luke Shaw.
Superb.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire, for all of his critics, and people like to take the piss out of him, is a very solid defender. Victor Lindelof, I think, is average. He's capable of playing well, but I think overall he's average. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka's one of the best defensive fullbacks in the world. So together, those four should work. It's just we have individual moments of absolute
And it has been
fucking
working
madness.
since Christmas. We have had a lot of clean sheets in the last sort of 20 or so games. It's before that was the problem.
Totally.
So defensively, we're looking pretty good at the moment. We've got a super chat from Stefan Johan Jonstad, who says, choose one. We don't win the Europa League and Liverpool doesn't make top four, so they don't get Champions League. Or we do win it and Liverpool come fifth, but because we've taken a spot from the Europa League, they get Champions League.
It wouldn't go to them, would it?
It goes to the next one down, doesn't it?
Nah, it doesn't. I don't think it does. It doesn't go.
Who does it go to?
You can only have 4 English
No, you
teams
can
in
have
Champions
5.
League.
You can have 5.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Isn't it
You can have
dependent
5.
as well
You
on-
didn't used to be able to have 5. Now you can. The not anymore thing is.
I thought they changed the rule after that whole Everton-Liverpool thing.
Isn't it
Yeah,
also
to make it
dependent
so
on
that
FA
you
Cup?
could have 5.
Yeah, so isn't it also dependent on FA Cup as well?
No, because that's Europa.
Ah, right, yeah. I don't know that.
They should give it to
Let's just say that
whoever
what
wins the
this person
playoffs.
has said is true.
Okay.
Which would you prefer?
United winning. Because
And they get it as well.
I'd rather United win over United lose and someone else get fucked over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I think that is the sign of a toxic fan base. When
Yeah,
you get
me too.
people going, well, we didn't win, but neither did you. Do you know what I mean? Like...
But it is funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
I'd rather us do well and they don't get fucked over
But
as a result than the other way around.
I still think that Liverpool scraping fourth is funny. I
Yeah.
think that that's a funny fall from grace.
Yeah, considering that because they'd celebrate it and it'd be. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, didn't you win?
Weren't
the
you
Champions
supposed to be
League and the
celebrating
Premier League last season?
the league?
Oh.
How good is that, by the way? That they mathematically cannot win the league this season now,
Mate.
So that means they never had fans. Well, they had like 1,000 fans once, but they never had fans properly in the ground while they were
Mate,
champions.
do you know? You know when Liverpool were going to win the league last season and then COVID cancelled it? Do you have any idea how much I was trying to catch and spread COVID so that the league would get cancelled?
Well, you had it about 3 times,
Yeah,
didn't
I
you?
was literally just kissing old women. I was tonguing old women. That's
Old
how
Scouse
fucking
women.
much- Old Scouse
Walking
women.
around the streets of Liverpool, pulling masks down.
Come
slagging
here,
people.
Dad.
Robert McCarthy says, Freddie, what's your favourite moment from the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final? Do you have one? Do you remember it? How old were you?
I was 3.
Yeah, what's your favourite
at
memory?
that
You've got a
moment.
memory then, haven't you?
I ain't got a memory from 3.
Have you not?
shitting
What's
my
your
pants.
earliest memory?
What's my earliest memory?
Yeah. Also, not shitting
Ever.
your pants is hardly a memory, is it? As I say, not dying. It's like, how can you remember not doing something? You must have nearly shat them to remember not shitting them.
Let me think. What's my earliest memory? Do you know? I honestly don't know what my earliest memory is.
Do you know yours, Adam? It's hard to know, isn't
How
it?
can you categorise it?
Because once you go that far back, it's like, was I 5? Was I
Everything
4?
just like...
I remember coming down on my 5th
lost.
birthday.
I remember thinking I was lost once. You know when like
Yeah.
You'd go clothes shopping and you'd go into the clothes.
Yeah.
You'd just go sit in them.
Yeah, it's
and then,
ace
like,
in there, isn't
for
it?
30 seconds thinking I was lost, but I weren't lost.
You were just
I
in
can
some
remember
clothes.
that, but I don't know if that was my first.
Yeah.
But it's one that I can
It's an
remember
early
from
memory.
early.
Yeah.
Early doors.
Yeah. I remember falling off my bike, but I must have been like 7. So that can't have been that. I remember being 5, coming down my 5th birthday, and there's a bike on the table. So it must have been the same day I fell off it and cracked my head
On
open.
a table.
Yeah.
My mum wouldn't even let me put new trainers on the table.
we weren't allowed generally. It's just
bad
'cause
luck
it's
that,
birthday.
ain't it? Fucking right. Calm down, man.
I rode it off the table.
But you were
as
allowed to
well.
put a bike on
I
the
didn't
table.
fucking put it on the table, did I? It's not like, Mum, I'm back from my bike ride. Just pop this on the dinner
You
table.
rode it off the table.
Of course I didn't.
It was on his birthday cake next to it.
I don't have birthday
It was
cake.
a second-hand bike as
I
well,
don't
so there
like
was shit in the wheel.
I don't like cake. So I used to have a birthday fruit salad because I didn't like cake growing
Your
up.
dad used to what?
A birthday fruit
Everything
salad.
makes sense. Yeah. I didn't used to like cake growing up, so I'd have a big birthday fruit salad with a candle and a bit of pineapple.
Was it the tin of fruit salad though?
So,
Not a
well, no,
proper
because
one.
here's what it'll be. It'd be a few of the tins of fruit salad. Then you get a peach, a straw, a banana.
Right. I
On
bet
top of that,
nobody wanted to come to your birthday.
No, of
I
course
bet
not.
nobody wanted to come to your birthday.
oh, that's
party.
lucky. That's lucky, Freddie, because I didn't want them to fucking come anyway. So the fact that they've rejected all the invitations is good for me. Thank you very much.
Sharing 100 fish and 12 loaves with his mate.
That would suggest I had 5,000 friends, so you fucked yourself over there. Quibbler Hussein or Kibler
He
says...
had his birthday party at the swimming pool and just walked all over the fuck.
Yeah, because they had floats there because it was a special occasion, actually. Hey, Adam, love from India. You're going to say...
Hold tight, you.
He said, I love the strong criticism and the lack of Ole bashing in this channel, like some of the other channels.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, I've been critical of Solskjaer when I think he's struggled, particularly at the start of this season. I've been critical of him, but right now he's doing a job. Do you know what I mean? We're second in the league comfortably. We are doing well in the Europa League.
Yeah.
You know, look. I mean,
we're doing well in the Europa League because we failed in the competition we were originally in.
Yeah, I mean, look.
The reason your mic's quiet, by the way, is because
of that.
It's nowhere near you.
I'm just laughing at things.
Good.
We've got to temper our expectations. Like, obviously, it's the last thing that we can win, but at the same time, if we win this, I think sort of a pat on the back is enough. Don't go fucking mental about it. You know?
Joe.
Yes.
So when they cut your cake, did fruit fall out?
No, it wasn't a fucking fruit cake.
Oh.
It was a fruit salad. You know what fruit salad is?
Just a bowl of fruit then?
Yeah, a bowl of different fruits. I didn't have a cake with full of fruit,
Your
like
birthday,
some weird
like-
pinata that's wet.
I rarely had it was either a choice of, do you want a birthday party as your present? What? Fuck that. I want presents. But I can't believe
I never had those birthday parties. You know, some people's mums used to hire out like the leisure centre.
I once had McDonald's birthday
trampolines and
party
stuff.
when I was 4.
No,
I had a McDonald's birthday party.
McDonald's, but we had a cinema birthday party once. We all went to the cinema.
Oh, that's good.
Went to Scooby Doo.
Balling.
See Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was great.
We weren't balling like that.
We never had
Booking out cinemas and that.
I'm trying to think.
But no, booking out cinema. We just fucking turned
You
up
like
at the
booked
cinema.
out Disney World,
We didn't
what?
book out a cinema. Imagine.
I'm trying to think.
One of the birthday games we used to play is run up the stairs, get a balloon out the bath, pop it between your legs, run back downstairs, change your t-shirt. That's the sort of games we had.
Really?
Sounds
Sounds like a dodgy uncle.
I say balloon.
I'll film it. There we go.
I say balloon.
Pop it with your legs.
Yeah.
Now take your t-shirt off for no reason.
You had to swap it with the next person on your team.
Now,
You're not going to break that chair.
Go to the fruit bowl, get a banana, but don't eat it.
Just peel it with no hands. Hands behind your back, peel the banana.
Birthday.
Viom Batia says Ole is the first manager after Fergie to get top 4 in back-to-back seasons. What do you reckon to that?
I love how you're trying to keep it professional.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to... Okay, go on. Ole's the first manager to get back-to-back top 4s since Ferguson.
Congratulations.
Not a trophy, but some visible progress.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think we're progressing under Solskjaer. I also think that it's really interesting now that we have got a director of football in and how that's going to affect our.
Do you think that will change anything?
100%.
Do you? Because he's just a bloke who was already there.
I mean, I've said before on this channel that we would never win a major trophy again until we got a director of football in, because our transfer policy was a fucking joke at one point. It was just a...
Bastian Schweinsteiger was a World Cup winner when we signed him.
City wanted buy him.
Do you remember the... Yeah, exactly. Alexis Sanchez, you say? We'll offer you £1 million a day. Just nonsense. Do you remember that time that
Dr. Evil as our transfer
do you remember
guy?
that time that we wanted Harry Maguire, so we rung Leicester City, and Leicester were like 70 million quid. We were like, nah, they'll fold. And then we rung them on the last day, we were like 71 million, and they were like, no, go fuck yourself, you left it too late. And then the next year it was 80 million.
Yeah.
It was just a joke,
Yeah.
but that'll be gone now. What I think is going to be really interesting is how we are going to solve the striker stroke right wing problem that we have, which is we don't have a recognised right winger, apart from Ahmad, but we don't know how good he is. And we don't have a recognised striker other than Greenwood. And Martial, I think, has shown that he isn't right for that role. So what are we going to do? Are we going to go out and get a striker and a right winger? Are we going to get one over the other? Are we going to have a season where Mason Greenwood...
That's why I think Cavani's staying is important for what we want to do, because I know everyone's going to keep talking about Haaland. I genuinely don't think we're getting him.
Yeah.
So it's like,
same.
Forget Haaland. I think we're going to go for Sancho, and then it's, do you go into the season with Martial and Greenwood as your nines?
I don't
But
think
you've
you
got
can.
more. No, but I mean that's what Ali will be thinking. But you've got more goals and creativity from the right, or do you make sure Cavani stays? I think you've got to make sure Cavani stays. Really.
So I think that if you are not going to get a striker in, I think you have to make sure that Cavani stays. And I would be happy going into the next season with Greenwood, Martial and Cavani all as strikers if we had a right winger like Sancho. I'd be happy with that. But if Cavani leaves and you've just got Martial and Greenwood, that's asking for trouble, because one of them's, 19?
Yeah.
And he's going to come in and out of form as nearly all 19-year-olds do. Most people...
All 19-year-olds, even ones that aren't footballers.
But I mean...
Hey, that 19-year-old is on form tonight.
But the thing is, though, is people judge young players now the same way that they judge Mbappe and Haaland, who are young, but they're fucking outliers. It's unbelievable that Mbappe and Haaland are as consistent as they are at 19 and 20. Age 19, Mason Greenwood is going to come in form. He's going to come out of form.
Yeah.
He's not your number one striker, but he will be in future. Martial has shown that he can't be United's number 9. He can't, because he's not consistent enough.
Do you think do you think we can say that? Do you think that Martial can't be United's number 9, like long term?
Look, if we went into the season with Greenwood and Martial as your nines, you're leaving a question mark.
Totally, I think it's asking for trouble.
I think he's shown. I think last season we've been sat here like Martial's shown he can be our number 9, and now this time, so it's like you're changing it very quickly, but it's still a question mark. And with that being said, you can't go into the season with just 2 question mark strikers. That's why having Cavani, I think, would be a good. I think make sure Cavani stays.
Totally.
Give him a 12-month deal.
'Cause-
Get Sancho signed up. Then you've got more goals, more creativity. You've also got another option through the middle in Greenwood, because he's not needed so much on the right. And I think it would work out better. Because then because one of the things as well, and I think that's why it's a question mark for me in regards to Martial and Cavani, is we haven't created properly. Like, we don't play with a proper... So once we have that balance of a real right winger, will that change the way we play? Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment, down the right-hand side, and when Bissaka goes forward, there's not much else there.
Yeah.
So when we play with a real right winger that's creating chances and that, will we see a better Martial? Will we see a better Greenwood? Will we see a better Cavani through the middle? And that's why I think it's still a question mark.
What I would say is that Greenwood and Cavani have made it work with that problem, where I don't think Martial has. So,
but the reason which makes you say no to that, or to at least not, because you can't categorically say no, but to at least question that is, it's not so long ago we were saying otherwise. And that's why I think, like, when we saw last season a team that were maybe playing a little bit more, coming in between the lines, Greenwood coming closer, Rashford, we had a better team. But I do agree with you can't go into the season with Martial and Greenwood as your 2 9s. You need to keep Cavani.
The thing is then, is if you've just got your 2 9s as Martial and Greenwood, what do you do about your next striker? Do you go out and buy a proper fucking player, knowing that it might impede the development of Mason Greenwood because they're going to be competing for years and years? Or do you go out and buy a 25 million Ben Yedder or something like that who can do
Danny
a job
Ings.
for a few seasons? Yeah, a Danny Ings or somebody like that.
Someone
Or-
who's like a backup but isn't 35.
Or do you go out and get somebody who's in the, early 30s who is seasoned, who you can get for just a few
I
million
reckon
quid just to stop the
That's
gap?
why if Martial was to regain his form, it'd be so, because they're kind of like at the perfect age where you could keep Martial as your main one,
totally,
and still have a good alternative second option. But
I just
again, this
feel
question.
like his form, Martial, he can't be relied upon. He just can't be as a number one. And the thing is, as well, is I've wanted Martial to succeed so much, but he will have one world-class game and then he'll go missing for 3 months. He's just...
This season, yeah.
It's infuriating. Now, the thing is, look, I mean, I would not be against, if we can't get Haaland, I would not be against a cheeky £20 million bid for a Danny Ings who can come in and just do something and just be a stopgap and another rotational option. He's not going to be a world beater player or anything like that, but he will give Mason Greenwood the space he needs to develop, and he will make it so that we don't have to rely on Martial.
I think if we get that and a world-class right winger, then it makes sense.
Sancho
if we
plus,
just get like a stopgap right winger and a stopgap striker, at that point you're thinking, are we even trying to improve? We need to improve some places in the starting 11 if we don't get a big striker.
This summer, did
No. I mean, we kind of did with Cavani, but he's not played that much, and he's not that much. He's no better than Martial was last season. So our starting 11 hasn't actually got better, except that Luke Shaw's much better. We've got a couple of super chats. Abdullah Ibrahim says, and this is sort of echoing the comment before. He said, "Ollie might be the first coach to get us back-to-back top four, and the progress is there. But I don't want to look at this as sufficient like Arsenal did."
Yeah, totally.
Completely agree. Yeah, and Death by Stereo said, "Ollie is going to ruin Rashford like Liverpool did Owen."
Really? I mean,
Playing
what's
him with
the...
injuries, I guess, is the suggestion.
Okay, I see. I mean, one of my criticisms about Solskjaer, and I do look, I'm behind the manager, but I do have criticisms of him. One of my criticisms of him is that he does not rotate players as well as he could do. For me personally, tonight, Rashford doesn't need to start.
Basically, the only one who's got a rest is Fred, which I think he probably does need a rest, but he's also been a bit shy.
Fernandes doesn't need to start. Donny van der Beek can play. I would have loved to have seen Tellez at left back, and I'd love to have seen Matic and Van der Beek. Van der Beek as an 8. We haven't really seen Van der Beek as an 8 yet. I think one of the reasons that Van der Beek has struggled is because when he's come in, he's had to replace Fernandes, who is, first of all, he doesn't play like Fernandes.
No.
But secondly, it's our best player.
He's irreplaceable, really.
He's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
And so everybody's going to look worse next to him.
Who's that, Martial?
No, Van der Beek.
Right, we've got like 1 minute till kick-off, by the way. Let's have a go round, give our score predictions. Get your predictions in the comments as well. I'll start with you, Freddie. You're the
I
guest.
am going to say that United are going to win this 1-0 because Granada are going to defend like their fucking lives depend on it. I think everybody's going to go away and go, oh, we only won that 1-0, the shit Granada. But actually, one away goal here, knowing that they can't sit back at Old Trafford and they'd have nothing to defend. I'd be more than happy with United winning 1-0.
I completely agree with that. I think I said 2-0 on the previous, so I'll stick with that. But I wouldn't be, distraught by 1-0 at all. I won't be heading to Twitter to slag everyone off at 1-0. I'd take that.
Because it means they can't play the way that they want to play.
They can't just sit back and do nothing. What do you reckon, Adam?
I think we'll win 2-0.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what? Now I've slacked off Soldado, it's going to be
him.
6-goal masterclass.
There's also that
Shavin against fucking Liverpool. 4 goals.
Yango Herrera.
Yeah.
Yango Herrera.
Miraj Desai says, if Arsenal win the Europa League and Chelsea/Liverpool win the Champions League, the team finishing 4th in the league misses out on Champions League next year. Yeah, because you can only have 5 but not 6.
Okay.
Yeah, you still only built up 4, obviously.
If
people saying 3-1, 8-1, 5-1, bloody hell. A lot of big
you
scores
reckon it
there.
could be an all-English Super Cup this year?
I hope so. Has that ever happened?
But you don't want to hope so for that because that means Liverpool or City won the Champions
I hope
League.
not.
Just a quick question. Do they take the knee in the Europa League?
I don't know,
It's going to look very weird in the Slavia Prague game, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it.
That one player will go around grabbing all his team. What are you doing, you dickhead? Stand up!
I can't believe they haven't been kicked out for that, you know.
You what, sorry?
I can't believe they haven't been kicked
I'm
out.
sorry, you can't punish the whole team
Yeah,
for
you
one
can.
players.
I think you can.
You can't.
I think you can, because otherwise what are you going to do?
You can't.
What would you do then?
You can't. Okay, let me just exaggerate a point to make a point.
Well,
what if one player was going to leave then and just went on a mad one for his team and got them?
Yeah.
Or like, it's
Yeah,
like when people
so?
say, oh, a fan
Yes,
was racist, kick the whole team out of Europe. Then I could go and sit in Liverpool's home end,
Yes, but
say
that
something
doesn't-
racist
but
and get
that
them kicked out
doesn't
of Europe.
happen then, does
Basically,
it?
like it's like you're setting such a mad precedent.
No.
I love how you doing that and no one would go, is that McCollum? You'd have to wear like a disguise.
Why is he being racist to himself?
I don't think people would do that, first of all. And second of all, it's very difficult.
Would you want to be held accountable?
Oh, only some are taking the knee. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I can see why some people wouldn't.
Yeah.
And it's not because they're racist. It's because is the meaning of taking a knee getting lost. In America, it was done during the national anthem. We don't have a national anthem at the moment. And it was done as a protest against the country for, and rightfully so, for things that are happening there. Whereas here, it's become like
an empty gesture.
Symbol. Like, you know, like kick it out of racism t-shirts have become...
Yeah, but I think it's
just
better to
pointless.
have some symbols than no symbols.
Really? Because what I would say, and again, I don't really have a dog in the fight. I don't really have a dog in the fight with this, so it's not.
By that you mean you don't have an opinion either way. You do. You
No,
do
I
support
mean-
anti-racism.
no, I mean-
obviously.
No, what
I
I
don't care if racist or anti-racist.
What I mean
Back and forth.
is that as a straight white bloke, I'm not an expert in racism. Do you know what I mean? But what I feel like is when you have this empty symbolic gesture of kneeling for 5 seconds, but then you have someone actually being racist in the competition and nothing is done, then it starts to lose meaning, because we go, look, we're fighting racism. Look, we kneel for 5 seconds. It's like, no, go and fight the actual dude that was racist.
I agree with that. But I agree with the person who's racist needs to be punished more harshly. But I do think it's better to be drawing attention to it, to have an increase in talking about it, articles written about it, that kind of thing, than just, ignoring it or not doing anything.
Let's play devil's advocate. I'm not going to say a player's name because it's not nice to attach them to that. Let's say a Manchester United player did what John Terry did for us.
Yes.
And then we were kicked out of European competition. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would that happen?
I don't think it would happen. But
would you be supporting that happening?
If it was what John Terry did, I would say you fucked up so badly. Yeah, there's your punishment. I wouldn't be against that.
To be fair,
can't agree with that.
It would be a little
because
bit harsh.
there doesn't seem to be any other punishment.
It would be a little bit harsh to kick out an entire team just because one of your teammates shagged someone's missus. That would be
Yeah, not that thing John Terry did. The other thing. Ross Murphy says, for someone who's a comedian, Freddie's got knowledge.
What? Sorry, for some what?
Who's
Our
a comedian,
greatest.
Freddie's got knowledge.
Thanks, man.
You can have knowledge.
Cheers. I read.
Yeah.
on that kind of subject, would you do a podcast
discussing race?
No, you're literally doing one discussing race.
Yeah, I know, we're doing it.
Discussing.
Let's not get into this. The Francie Brady says Fred is dropped. He just had 2 weeks off. Yeah, I think he has been dropped potentially.
Do you know what? He's
Not
not played well, and I
Fred.
really like Fred as well as a player. I think for the last 18 months, I think he's been a really important player for us, but he's not played well recently.
No.
So I mean, I don't know what's so controversial about if you're not playing well, you don't get to play. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think surely that should be a standard.
Yeah. Why would you keep playing him?
Yeah.
United have kicked off 3 minutes ago.
Oh shit! Started.
There you go. We've not really done much of anything yet. For anyone who's
No,
not
to be
watching
honest
at home.
with you, they look like they're full of energy, Granada.
Yeah, they do.
This is a team, by the way, that are quite good at home. They beat Napoli 2-0.
They beat Moldy in the last game as well. Molder.
Oh,
Moldy.
Did they?
Moldy.
Wow.
Moldy bouncer. So.
Moldy.
Freddie,
Hey.
did you tell the guys about Dodgy Guy on TikTok?
About Dodgy Guy on TikTok. Oh, mate. Yeah. There was a dude that I was doing a TikTok live with, and he had his girlfriend in the room, right? And he was like, this is my girlfriend, and I swear to God, looks about 13. And I was like, how old is she? And he went, 30. And I was like, she's not 30. And then he goes, yeah, I'll prove it. And then he held up a picture of her
next to Gorbachev.
Yesterday.
But it clearly was, a little baby holding a Daily Mirror for when she was born. Like a kidnapping video.
There she was at the fall of the Berlin Wall.
But he held up a picture of someone that was a completely different person.
Oh, no.
Or at least it looked like
You can tell he gets asked that question a lot.
So you're doing it.
Is that how old is?
What? You know that if you have a picture ready like this, you know that you get asked that a lot. But I was just having a laugh
Unfolds
with
a
him.
piece of A4 paper out of his back pocket that's clearly been used a lot.
Mate,
there she is.
I was just having a laugh with him in the comments and that. 'Cause he was going, she's not underage. And I was like, she looks it. And he's going, she's not. And I went, look, man. I said, let's talk about something else. I said, have you been busy during lockdown? And he goes, yeah, I've been busy, yeah. I went, homeschooling? Fuck off.
Who was it? Do you know who was it?
No, just some random, really dodgy looking dude.
Right, well, if you do get his number, do report it to the police.
Do you know
obviously.
what? Well, this is it.
I thought he was going to ask for his own number then.
But somebody said, why don't you report it to the police? And I went, what? Send a TikTok screenshot to the police?
And say, I don't know how old this person is. Will you find out?
Do you recognise this living room?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a tough one, that, isn't it? Naked guy in the pitch, apparently. You don't see that as much anymore.
No.
It's a shame.
Do you like his cock and balls out, or
I don't know.
Does
They
he
used to show him,
committed to
didn't
it,
they?
or
And
is
then
he
now
not?
they don't show him when they go on the pitch.
because they don't want to condone it?
Don't want to encourage it. I don't know if there is a naked guy on the pitch. If they are, there's far ahead of where we are.
Do you know what? I think that by not showing it and not encouraging it, that makes people do... Oh, there he is!
Fucking hell.
He's got a big
He's
beard
not that
there.
naked, is he? He's very hairy.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
I love how no one's...
Rashford looked. Rashford didn't look. Rashford
Trying to
went
keep
like
eye
that. He's there.
contact.
Rashford went like that.
Just above. Imagine he ran straight up to you, bruv. What are you? Oh my god!
I got that.
Hugging you and that.
Some sort of
It's the kind of thing
pretend
I
to know
imagine
karate
you
or
doing to
something.
someone.
What, sprinting on it?
Start bollock naked, just hugging them.
In what scenario would I do that?
You did TalkSport 2 naked today, didn't you?
I wasn't naked.
It's not what you told me, Jay.
Oh,
From the waist down I was, but not from the waist up. Sam J says, SMH, it's always underage children with Freddie. That wasn't your fault, was it?
Wait, what?
I'm just, this is a super chat.
You
Cameron
guys-
S,
you shouldn't have read that.
can you
surely.
do a proper perfect Premier League? Where
What
we're
is that
talking about
like?
who should be in the Premier League
Oh, we've
top
done
20.
this before, haven't we?
Yeah, we've done it. We've done it. Not fully, but,
All
What do
right.
you mean a perfect
You
Premier
can
League?
help with your ear. So obviously Manchester United are obviously going to be in it. When you picture a 20 Premier League table, who's on it?
Oh, right.
Do you get what it is?
I thought you meant...
Like in mine is Sheffield Wednesday because that's who my first ever game was against.
I see. Okay.
Who do
I
you
think-
regard the
I
creme
think
de la
for
creme?
me,
The
I think-
creme de la creme.
So hang about. Why has he got a card for that? Oh, come on. He's on the floor there like he's been fucking shot.
Creme
Jesus
de la
Christ
creme.
above. So I would say, for example, I would definitely have Blackburn Rovers in it.
Yep.
Nice.
Is that really a yellow card? Can you just have a look?
It's a bit...
Fuck
no.
it.
It's not yellow.
He turns his ankle a bit, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, but it's not yellow.
I know, but is it worth that? Like that reaction?
No.
Blackburn Rovers would be in it.
Would they?
For me,
Same.
Preston.
Same.
For me, Preston North End would be in
Yeah,
it.
Blackburn would be in
just because I grew up watching North End.
Yeah, Blackburn have
Have
got to be in
Preston
it. They've
ever
won
been
it.
in the Premier League?
No, they've never been in the Premier League.
You can't. You can't.
Yeah, he can. He
Oh,
can have
right.
who he wants.
No, you
I
can't
thought it
bring
was
new
my
Of course he
perfect
can. It's
Premier
his
League.
perfect
man,
20
what
Premier
the-
League.
That's like me going, oh,
Well, why don't you just
my
pick,
school team.
Why don't you just pick him for him then?
You can't
Pick
just
Freddie.
Okay,
Why
so
don't
it's
you
gotta be
pick
people
Freddie's
random.
then?
So it's got to be people that have
My
been in
school
the Prem.
team.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Like
Okay.
traditional. What's your Premier
So-
League 20?
So
Top 20.
Sunderland would be in it.
Yeah, same.
Um,
But I'd have Sunderland, Newcastle, and Borough.
would you?
Yeah.
That's good though for the North East, isn't it? Just have some fucking rivalries.
Me, I ain't like
Borough-
Maggie
Borough's
Thatcher.
a
I
bit
care
got-
about the North.
I suppose Borough have been in there for a long time.
I'd
haven't
have, but who would you get rid of? That's the thing. I'd 100.
I'd get a lot of the London teams out.
I'd get rid of Burnley.
they? Fulham.
Burnley gone.
Burnley gone.
Burnley gone, replaced by Blackburn.
Fulham.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Do you know what? I don't mind Fulham.
Only if they wear Pizza Hut t-shirts. So.
They were good. That was a great kit, that.
Yeah. Only if they re-sign Steed Malbronk.
Brian
McBride.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
All right, let's start this again. So you've got Blackburn.
I've got Blackburn.
I'd
have Bolton.
Bolton. I got Bolton.
I think you got to have Bolton.
Bolton.
They've been in. They won quite a lot of Premier League points. I think.
Sunderland.
They deserve it.
Borough.
Yeah.
And
you have to put
Newcastle.
Magpies in, don't we?
Oh yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm saying the current Premier League plus these people, and then you tell me who to get rid of.
Oh, okay. Is that what
so
Sheffield Wednesday?
No, I'm not asked about Sheffield Wednesday.
Forest?
All right, Forest. Yeah. I'm not really bothered about Nottingham Forest.
Well, don't put them in then.
No, all right then. I won't have them in.
I feel it that you don't want to put them in.
No, I don't, because I'm not really asked about them. Do you know what I mean?
Then it's your choice.
Steve Stone. Do you know what I mean? Like
Andy Reid.
Bassett, Dave Bassett.
Yeah, but Forest, come on, man.
Nah.
It is. What are you telling him who to put in?
Yeah, 2 European Cups.
They didn't win them in the fucking Premier League, though, did they?
One. Pierre Van Hooijdonk.
They won the European Cups.
Oh,
in
Pierre
the
Van
70s.
Hooijdonk was a right
Come
fucking
on, that
laugh,
name
wasn't
alone would get them in that Prem de la Prem.
Pierre Van Hooijdonk, I remember when he refused to play for a while, didn't he? He was just like, nah, not fucking doing it. Not playing for Forest.
I'll tell you who's not playing around. Joe at the minute just lifted his cheeks and squeezed one out.
Okay, so I would add those teams, those 5 teams that I mentioned. And in terms of who I'm getting rid of...
What about Derby? No.
In terms of...
If Forest ain't getting in, Derby ain't getting
in terms of who I'm getting rid of, I'm getting rid of Burnley. I'm getting rid...
Just before you get rid of any more, can I just offer a couple more wild cards?
Yep.
QPR.
Birmingham City.
Do you know what?
Reading.
Not Reading.
Norwich.
Not Reading. Not Norwich.
Ipswich.
Not QPR. I
Ipswich.
like Birmingham City, though. I like Birmingham City, and I like Ipswich as well. Oh, Blackpool. I'd have Blackpool for a
come
while.
on, that's a recent one. That's
ridiculous.
I like that. I liked how
it's
they.
too new.
But I liked how they went up. They got to about 5th, and then they immediately went, "Should we just fuck this up?" And then just went right back down again.
Can I bring you a
It's
couple?
like when you go to Blackpool.
Yeah.
You do the lights.
They got
Shall
as
we
far
go
as
home?
the pier, and they went, "Let's just fucking go home, mate." And I kind of respect that about them.
Can I bring you a couple more options?
Go on.
Portsmouth, Wigan, Charlton.
Oh, do you know what?
Charlton. Oh,
So I
shout.
would actually have Portsmouth over those 3 because I did quite like that Portsmouth team. Do you remember fucking Sully Montari?
Yeah, Carnu up front
That's
for him
it,
as well.
Carnu, Papa Bouba Diop. who
Matty
rit up
Taylor
the-
banging him in from the halfway line.
Mate, that was a great fucking side.
You can't have all of these.
So how many have I got now? 6, 7?
Quite a few in it. Are you getting rid of Sheffield United?
Sheffield United are going.
Burnley.
Burnley are going.
Lit.
Crystal Palace can fuck off.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I agree with that.
They're just a
Even though
nothing
it's
team.
iconic Selhurst Park.
Shall we get 12th again?
Cantona.
Nah,
Fulham are going.
You what?
Fulham.
Fulham are going. Who else are going?
Brighton, going.
Palace would stay just
Do you know
for
what? I
away.
like Brighton. I'd keep Brighton.
Nah, bro. What? No.
Who are you getting rid of? Leeds.
I'm boycotting
Arsenal.
your Premier League. Bro.
No, I'm going to get rid of.
Brighton can't stay, surely.
Do you know what? I'd be dead tempted to.
Get rid of Wolves.
Yeah, get rid of
Yeah,
Wolves.
I could see that.
You know what? I'd replace Wolves with Birmingham City.
Yeah,
I said
there
it.
you go.
I can take that.
I said it.
Villa's
you
got
can
to stay
fucking
though, haven't
sign
they?
those Portuguese players to play the fucking championship.
I think we're sorted there.
See
Pretty
how-
much. Maybe one more.
See how many pastel donatas you sell at Scunthorpe, you pricks.
I love a pastel donata, by the way.
They are elite. Lidl's ones are great.
So good.
Great, aren't
They're
they?
so
Lidl's
good.
are good, man.
It's like a custard tart, but with like flaky
don't
pastry.
go to Nando's and buy them as well when you got a Lidl near you guys. Seriously, look after your
Yeah,
pennies, man.
use
Have
a
you
different
ever been to Portugal?
giant
Yeah, I've
conglomerate
been a
instead.
few times. I love it.
I've been to
Villamora,
Porto
Cortera.
is the one that I've been to. Love it. I love Porto. I think
I
it's
love
such
it.
a great city.
Yeah, I go there. White City and Abu Fair is banging. Cortera and that.
It's a really
Where
nice
else did I
place.
go?
Ooh.
Villamora.
Shout for Stoke.
Abu Fair.
Spent
Do you
some
know
good
what?
years in the Premier League.
They spent a long time in the Premier
Who's
League, Stoke,
Stoke?
but they were
That
never
fucked
anyone's.
that away
They were
end
never
off, man.
everyone's fucking favourite.
And it's on an
were they?
industrial site. It's like industrial is one of them. What's
Estate.
them? Estates, yeah.
Yeah, and they really lay. Oh, we're the Potters. Oh, do fuck off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, great. 30
Did you see where they tried to get the European capital of culture recently?
What?
That
Because
made
they've
me
got,
laugh.
they've got an Emma Bridgewater.
You say that made you laugh.
30 quid for a coffee mug, the prick.
Hull had it about 5 years ago.
So
why is it just? Oh,
Hull's disgusting. Like, no offense if you're from Hull, but
why
Hull's-
is it places that the EDR love that enter the capital of culture? Do you think it's because the normal people within them cities are like, fucking hell, these EDL are dragging us down.
Yeah, it's got-
How can we get out of this situation?
Yeah. It's either
I know, let's do capital of culture.
it's either apply for capital of culture or see if they want to make a Mowgli in town. That's it. Those are the two options.
This is so sad. Alexa Play Despacito says Wolves should
fucking
stay
hate
just for the
Despacito.
Kevin Doyle days.
I went to a
yeah,
wedding
that's
once,
true.
and they played Despacito about 10 times, yeah.
So here's the thing.
And I remember thinking, bruv, what the fuck is this? Why do you keep playing
It was
this
so
dead
big though. At
tune,
one
man?
point,
So-
10 times is nothing.
Nah.
10 times is nothing.
My
I had to keep
current-
walking after dance.
I've been on
current
nights out and
next
heard
door
it 50
neighbours
times.
play Top Loader, Dancing in the Moonlight.
Oh, what a
At
tune.
No.
least 3 times a week.
I
I'm
think
so
you
sick of
need to
that
check
song.
them out because
But-
if you've watched Four Lions, you know they're up to no good.
But do you know what? It's such a summer track. To hear it in November, do you know what I mean? To hear we get it almost every night. It's like it's fucking dark at 4. What are you fucking doing, you dicks? Sorry for singing it. I know that's going to get you a YouTube copyright.
That's such a good point about how some music just doesn't work when the weather's not right.
Yeah, what the
like
fuck?
you can't listen to some super sad music when it's suns, when it's
Exactly.
really hot.
Can you imagine being in a beer garden in July listening to November Rain by Guns N' Roses? The fuck would that be about? It'd be like listening to Christmas songs in August. It'd be weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just chilling with your mates in the beer garden and some prick's like, you better not shout, you better not cry. Come on, lads, it's a banger. Rocking around the Christmas tree. It's August, what are you doing?
Um,
Do you know what? That's what I'm going to do when I go back to a pub. I'm going to go on the jukebox and just fucking Christmas songs.
Oh, I wish it could. Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Oh, shit.
Genuinely crying. This is what we should get TikTok stars on every week.
Mate, I love coming on here because it's a right laugh. And you guys love me on here because I'm the only guest you don't have to pay.
That's true, actually.
We don't pay anyway,
Samuel
so-
says, what about a cult hero 11 players who aren't from the top teams?
What, as in just for Manchester United or like
No.
we're talking the Benito,
Okay.
Yeah,
Carbonis of this
Anelkas
world?
and that.
I would be goalkeeper. I would say Brad Friedel.
Wait.
Yeah.
Or
Let's
Jussi
wait.
Jaskalainen.
Let's wait then. So goalkeeper.
Friedel.
Yussi's a good shout,
I
but
think Friedel.
Fabian Barthez was a bit of a wild card for me. that I love.
Oh, he was funny, Fabian Barthez, wasn't he?
And I know I'm being biased bringing in a United player. but
You
fuck
never
this.
knew if Fabian Barthez was going to do something absolutely class or absolutely fucking mental. It could have been. Do you remember that game against Deportivo La Coruña where he was like, "Do you know what? Fuck this game." And
I'm off.
yeah, See, I'm going to do a Blackpool. See you in a bit, guys. Fuck this. But I like
Mark Poom. There's a shout. We used to get linked with him a lot.
because of his name as well.
Yeah,
But he's
Poom.
not a cult hero for anyone. Brad Friedel, I
fucking
think,
great.
is the
The
perfect
thing
one.
with-
Who's that fella that wore the grey tracksuits?
Oh, Gabor Kirai.
You know, you see those memes that girls put on Instagram, boys in grey tracksuits and all that.
Yeah.
He's got Gabor Kirai.
That's why Gabor Kirai did it, because he was hung like a motherfucker. They used to call him the Romanian horse.
Right, so what are we going with?
Save our
Gabor
goalkeeper.
Seabiscuit.
Who are we going with a goalkeeper?
Gabor Kirai.
I see. I want Brad Friedel. The
I
reason
want
that
I want
as
Matt
well.
Poom.
The reason that I want Brad Friedel is because what was great about Friedel is that every once in a while, particularly against United, the prick, he would turn into the greatest goalkeeper of all time. Like when he was on his day, he was fucking great.
I reckon Friedel. Let's go Friedel.
Someone said Shaka Hislop.
Shaka was great. Do you know he works for NASA? Or he did. He worked for NASA.
Is that true? Doing
Yeah.
what?
Like NASA shit.
Stopping meteors and that.
No, like stopping meteors.
Send him out in space, get him some big fucking gloves, and he just deflects
You know, you
everything.
said like doing what at NASA? I imagine it's something space related.
No, he's still a goalkeeper.
Oh, he's
Yeah, he's a great shot stopper.
Stopping asteroids.
Yeah.
just works in
Space
HR.
station.
Yeah.
Just
Right,
works
so
he's your local HR rep, Shaka.
right back then. We need a Matty, what was he called? Matty Taylor. He was a right back, wasn't he?
Nah, fuck that.
Right back. Oh, I know. Pascal Chimbonda.
Oh, that is a fucking shout of a. Oh.
And do you know who I'd like as a left back as well? Benoit Asuekoto.
I like Asuekoto. I think
he hated football. He did.
That's why I like him.
Yeah, I used to like him for that.
I really like the idea that he's like, mate, I fucking hate it, but it pays 50 grand a week. So who gives a shit?
Wages are good.
Yeah, but he used to rock up and be like, who are we playing? Oh, it's a cup game.
And he'd
Sweet.
be linked with a new team every season.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
What the
That was dreadful.
blasting it over.
That was dreadful.
Did he just go, watch how hard I can hit this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going with him at
Aurelio
left back
Gomez is a good shout as well.
Oh,
As a
Aurelio
goalkeeper.
Gomez
Just for
was
wearing
great.
gum shields.
Yeah. Centre back.
We need a couple centre backs now.
I would go with Arjen Deseu.
I don't even know who that is.
Wigan.
From his
Played
Wigan
for.
and Portsmouth
He had a proper
days.
block square head.
Yeah. And
A
honestly,
proper straight.
and he was one of those that he was like 34 when he came to the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? He was old.
But was he a cult hero for anyone?
No,
yes.
he's just-
Oh, definitely for Portsmouth fans, I'd say
it?
Arjen Deseu. He was the captain, I think.
That's not bad. Not a bad shout.
Centre backs.
Chris Samba? Who was it who said he was the
He
best
was
centre back
really-
in the
he
world? Was it
He
Sam
was at
Allardyce?
some point. He kept
Who was
getting
it?
linked to us.
Someone
I
said
think
he
it
was the
might
best
have been
centre back in
Allardyce.
the world.
Didn't he get signed for because he went to Angie Makalaka for a while, and then he went. Who did he sign for? Was it Spurs or
No,
somebody?
It was like QPR, wasn't it?
Oh yes, and they sent him for like 20 million quid, and they played him twice.
And then they sold him for 20 million quid again.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
signed
yeah.
him and sold him for the same thing.
I swear he was at Spurs at some point.
Yeah.
I tell you what, they're really going for it, Granada. I honestly thought that they'd sit back and just fucking chill.
Yeah, they're not chilling.
They're not chilling at all. They're taking the game to United here, and fair play to them. Perhaps I did them a little bit of a disservice to assume that they'd just defend their fucking lives off for 90 minutes.
That's a foul there.
Linvoy Primus. Robert Huth.
Robert
Huth just for getting a ban for playing cock or no cock on Twitter.
Yeah.
Is that what he got a ban for?
He got banned for playing cock or no. So do you remember that account that used to post pictures and it'd just be the face and it'd be like,
That's
the rest of the
funny.
picture is there a cock
That's
or no
so
cock?
funny.
And he got suspended for playing that.
Do you know what? I just love this idea that this big German's in a WhatsApp going, yeah, that's very funny. yeah, he does not look like he has a cock out, but he does have the cock out. Just think it's such great humour.
Do you reckon he was telling all the other lads, yo, get on to this, boys?
Yeah, cock or no cock.
Titus Bramble, another one.
Who was that
But
player?
He was
ever a cult hero?
unfairly criticised.
Yeah,
though, like,
I don't think he was a hero for
he
them,
was
was
great for Ipswich, and everyone thought, look at this geezer, he's going to be the next fucking Sol Campbell. And then he went to Newcastle, and he was just
He went
a few
regarded
places,
as a
didn't he?
complete idiot.
Who
and a
was
clown.
who was that player? I can't remember who it was, but he got banned because he went on Twitter. I swear it was like a goalkeeper. I think it was like a Wolves keeper, and he did like a Nazi salute. And then,
McCarthy,
Yeah.
Hennessy.
Yeah, and
Wayne
they were
Hennessy.
like, why have you just put a picture of you doing a Nazi salute? And he panicked. And he went, I was itching my lip, and there was something in the distance that I was pointing
Yeah, and then
to.
and then it wasn't his defence.
I told
I've
my
never
mates
heard
come
of
in.
Adolf Hitler.
Oh yeah, it was something like that. The Whoosies, the what? It's like, really, mate? You're gonna go with that one?
Yeah, that was his defence.
Yeah,
Right,
he just proper pleaded.
he just went.
I don't know,
never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Right mid. We'll do 4-4-2. Right mid.
Right mid.
See,
Oh,
the attackers is where
Oh.
you get interesting. Janino from Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
You got.
do you know what, Janino?
Also,
was-
Eric May, he would go in my cult hero 11.
do you know
in
who I
defence.
would like? I would like Nobby Solano.
Ooh, that's a decent shout,
I
actually.
used to love Norberto Solano.
Yeah.
Nah, you got Jimmy Bullard. You got Janino, who's in mine.
Janino's a great shout. I'd love Janino in.
JJ Akocha.
Oh,
We
JJ
can play him on the
Okocha.
left, though, if we need to fit a couple of these.
But
And,
you see, on the left, I really
Ivan
want,
Campos sitting.
I really want Muzzy Izzet in the left.
Oh, just for his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? We could have an 11 of fucking Mark Poom in there. It's just daft names.
Right, who are we going with on the right side then? Solano?
I'd go with Janino
I'll
because
go with Janino, JJ.
Janino was one of
and
the
then midfield,
best.
two midfielders.
Midfielders.
Kevin Nolan, some options for you.
Kevin Nolan.
that?
Do you remember
Yeah,
Kevin Nolan?
Kevin
Chicken
Nolan.
dance.
Oh, look at him stamping on his foot.
Is there VAR in this?
Ooh, Giovanni from Hull. He
went
was
to,
a cult
City,
hero.
didn't he?
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
he came up and was sensational for 15
Albert.
games.
Yeah.
Lauren Robert, another one, Newcastle. Had a right
Laura
free
Robert
kick on him.
was left-footed, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He
left
was
side, yeah.
Left.
Free kicks galore.
What about...
That always reminds me of, for some reason, every time we mention these Newcastle players, I can see their kit. Remember they had blue writing
Ben
on their
Arthur.
kit?
Yeah.
So they had the black and white with the blue
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah. Do you know who I used to think was fucking brilliant?
For anyone who doesn't know what we're doing, sorry to interrupt. We're doing a Cult Hero 11, by the way, for anyone who's joined in
Do you
recently.
know who I thought was fucking brilliant?
Yeah.
Emmanuel Petit. I used to think he was fucking
But that's
class.
like,
But
we're
he's not a
getting
cult
into territory
hero.
of
Hero.
your dream 11
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
aren't we?
yeah.
He's
When
a
you bring
hero,
Petit
not
in.
a cult hero. Like, yeah.
Because
That's
him and
like saying
Vieira were one
Roy
of the
Keane.
best partnerships
Well,
about.
but,
What
you know.
about...
Yeah, he was just a good player.
Let's see. Let's have a think.
Damien Duff.
Damien-
Two-guy. Adel Tarap.
David Dunn.
Kabai.
David
in the
Dunn's a
Newcastle
shout.
era.
Do you know what? I really like Two Guy. Two Guy's a great shout.
Two-guy is good. Michu. Ooh, was he a
That's up
striker?
front.
But he wasn't he was like an attacker.
Michu was like a false nine.
Yeah.
But I really love Two Guy for the fact that he was like a fat old Turkish man.
If you go with strikers,
Just had
though.
a fucking great
What
left
about
foot.
Morten Gamps Pedersen? He had a
Nah,
right long
strikers
throw
has
on
to
him.
be Fabrizio Ravanelli.
Anelka.
If you're going strikers, or Yeboah.
I think Anelka got to get in there as well.
Anelka's great, but I regard him as one of the Premier League greats. I don't
But
regard
he
Anelka
never
as a
was
cult
for anyone
hero.
who won anything.
What?
Who for? Arsenal.
Didn't he win stuff at City? Arsenal. Arsenal,
like,
bro. What are
he
you
wasn't
talking
their
about with
best
a double
player,
at
though.
Arsenal?
Do you know what I would say
Yeah.
for cult hero status?
Yeah, it was good for that season.
Kevin
98.
Davis.
Nah, he was good for his whole
No,
career.
I know he was good, but he was at Bolton and he was
Chelsea?
at Chelsea.
Him and Drogba were sick
no, he
together,
wasn't.
bro.
No, he
They
wasn't.
were,
he
man.
was all right.
Kevin
He's not
Davis
a Premier
at
League
Bolton.
great. He's a very
Kevin
good player.
Phillips.
Kevin
Phillips.
Davis is a bastard.
Kevin Davis.
Remember a game 4-1. It was Patrick's Day game because me and my brother went with like our island flags and like a pair of bellends at St. Paddy's Day, and he injured Gary Neville.
Did he?
Yeah, Gary Neville was then fucked for like a year. It was a while that he got fucked for.
Viduka.
Diego Forlan.
Delap. Rory Delap. He is a cult hero. He is the definition of a cult hero.
Do you know what? Mark Viduka was a great shout as well.
Yeah.
To the 4 goals against Liverpool.
I think Rory Delap has to be in there. He might be the definition of cult hero.
He has to be one of your defenders,
He's
doesn't he?
famous for throw-ins. There is no one else who is famous for throw-ins. It's got to be Rory Delap. Where did he even play? What position did he play?
No idea.
Left-hand side, middle?
He was a fullback, wasn't he? He was a fullback.
Was he?
Yeah. Because he was closer to the throwing line then, wasn't he? You could just throw it.
Mido. Salomon Rondon.
Wait, didn't Mido get done for some heavy drug use? No, that was Mutu.
That was Mutu.
Mutu, yeah. He had,
Adrian
like,
Mutu.
Proper coke issue, didn't he?
Poor
That
fella.
one was at Chelsea,
And we were
wasn't
just
it?
laughing at it. He had a proper drug issue. That's fucked up.
Gorm Burner says, Men of Culture, how are you?
Someone
Very
said
well.
Adam Johnson.
Harry Johnson says, didn't Mark Bosnich do the aforementioned salute? Or is
And he did the
remembering that?
aforementioned coke.
Oh, not too bad. Cross it in.
Did Mark Bosnich.
Oh, that's a great.
He
Mark
did the
Laffer.
aforementioned everything.
Mark
Paid for Man
Garside,
United.
loving the convo, but just to say the ref is shite. And Standard 442 says, Stelios Yanakopoulos.
How can you forget, you pair of slags, Dugary? Christoph
Christoph
Dugary for
Dugary.
fucking Birmingham City.
And do you know what? We've completely forgotten about Yuri Jokayev as well. Do you remember
Yeah,
him?
Walter Pandiani also
Oh,
played for Birmingham City at one
mate.
point.
Fernando Hierro.
Adol Tarapt.
Oh, Hierro was a great shout.
Part
Adol
of the
Tarapt.
greatest cult team of all time, Big Sam's Bolton.
Adol Tarapt.
How many times do you think he'll say it if we just ignore it?
Adol Tarapt.
Oh, there you go. I'll address it. At
Do you know
QPR, he was like, he did 3 good skills on YouTube, and that was
Ben
it.
Arthur.
Do you know what?
Better.
Do you know what? With Adel Tarat, I was watching a
getting somewhere.
I was watching a podcast with Paddy Kenny, and they were talking about.
Oh, what a shout that is for a goalkeeper. Paddy Kenny, bro.
Well, they were talking about
Aidan McGee.
when,
With Wes Morgan in front of him.
They were talking about when he was
Chris Morgan.
when they were in the championship with Adel Tarat, right? And Tarat apparently was a fucking dick, but all the lads were like, look, he's going to get us up because he's just a fucking amazing player. So they just put up with his bullshit. And apparently one day they were away at Stoke and literally they pulled up and Tarat went, I'm not playing today. And they were like, why? He went, the pitch is shit, I'm not playing. And then he just literally just refused to fucking play.
That reminds
Jesus
me of me
Christ.
on Tuesdays with my mates.
The pitch is shit, I'm not playing.
That is class. I like stuff like that. I love stories like that. It's good, isn't it? Just players with
When you're
character.
so good that you don't give a fuck. It's great. It's great.
I think we've got to have Michu in there. I think he's...
Nah, Michu don't get in, bro. Michu don't get in over Fabrizio Ravanelli up front. He don't get in if you really wanted to put Anelka in. He don't get in ahead of Anelka.
Oh, go on then, James.
We said I'm not allowed Anelka.
He doesn't get in ahead of Johan Almenda.
Yeah, he does.
Remember that goal?
He gets in definitely above Almanda. Michu was he got like 19 Premier League goals by January. He's
not
ridiculous.
Michu
yeah,
don't
he is
get
because
in.
for Swansea,
Nah, he
they've
don't.
just
Michu
come up. They've
don't
never
get
been in
no
the Premier
Swansea
League
player
before.
gets in.
Interesting.
Who was that fella that used to do that? Bafétimbi Gomez.
Bafétimbi
He did that
Gomez.
against United. I felt like
Yeah,
crying,
I hated
you know.
it with that. Who was it? He chucked on the floor as well.
Obafemi Martins.
Oh, not bad.
Yes, scoring against Arsenal in the League Cup as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure he slapped one of their defenders' heads as he went past him.
Oh, what about
Didn't he?
Papu Cisse? Oh, Cisse, I should say, for Newcastle, where he scored like 3 worldies in a month.
Chelsea.
Yeah. He scored like
Where
3
he sliced one
incredible
away from the
goals,
corner.
and then he just never did anything again.
Was it the 4-4?
And then never scored.
The 4-4 Newcastle Arsenal. Who scored the? Was it? Czech Tiote scored
Tiote's
the
a good
4-4.
He
Rest in
is,
peace.
he's dead, yeah.
Yeah, passed away. God bless him.
I
But I'm
used to
sure
like-
he scored in that game, 4-4.
Do you know what? I think it was the only goal he scored, actually, because he only scored 1 Premier League. Ooh.
Robert McCarthy says, got to pick Paolo Di Canio. Probably.
Yeah, but he's a bit of a massive racist.
I think for
isn't he?
cult heroes, I think it's got to be, you're right in what you're saying, that it's got to be that only fans of that club really rate him.
Only fans. You've got one of them, haven't you? Yeah.
Mate, I fucking would for the money that they make.
Have you noticed that they're trying to target? Yes!
Oh, yes, 1-0. Oh, what's he pointing at?
that a
What's
real
he
goal?
fucking
Yeah,
pointing
he's
at?
pointing at the halfway line. That's a goal.
Oh,
Why
1-0
does it
Manchester
feel like
United.
everything? Why did they go to a replay just before he scored? What the fuck's going on?
That was
We
quick.
didn't see the build-up of
That
that
was
goal at all
quick.
because the fucking replay.
We didn't even really see. Did he run into the box or did he just get there and finish
Honestly, the replay just fucked everything up there.
Yeah.
We'll see it again. It must have been a quick counter.
Crucial goal, that.
Very crucial.
How many is he on now? 22, 21?
No, it's 20, I think. So it's De Gea to Lindelof. Oh, we've seen this form. We've
Do
seen
you know
this
what?
before.
It's so rare, though, that we just boot it out.
Brilliant.
Well done, Victor.
Sensational pass.
That's a great pass.
That's the second time he's on that.
That's
this
a
year.
great pass.
Brilliant. Great.
Oh, great touch as well.
With the defender
yes.
pulling him and
Fantastic goal,
putting
that.
that pressure
Yeah.
on.
That's a superb goal.
Yeah.
Look
This
at
touch here by Rashford
Look at this.
is
Oh,
divine.
behave.
Yeah.
That's great.
And because you know what's so good about that? Obviously, the first touch goes without saying. Used to have said it, but it's the fact that he's got the defender on his back.
Yeah.
You know,
Balls coming over the top as well
there's
from
a
behind.
lot of pressure there.
Tough.
You slow down a little bit, you get caught. Do you think about falling over and trying to get there's so many things probably going through your mind. He's done really well there.
Huge goal. And like you said before, Freddie, not only in the second leg will they have to press, they have to push us now.
Yeah.
Because if this game ends and we've won the away leg and they haven't scored, they're going to, it's going to be disastrous for them.
The sort of teams that we hate playing, and I honestly thought that Granada were going to do this, is the ones that put 10 men behind the ball
Yeah.
and they just fuck me and they hassle and harangue and they just make it very difficult and they try and nick a goal. That is when we struggle breaking those teams down.
Yeah.
Teams that want to come out and play against us, it doesn't matter if you're Granada or, Real Madrid.
Or Man City.
Yeah, or Man
we've
City.
seen.
We enjoy having teams come out on us and leaving space in behind because we've got some of the quickest forwards in the world.
Yeah, Marcus Rashford being the key example of that. Solrak says Mike Smalling was pretty insane. Yeah, Chris Smalling's alter ego that Louis Van Gaal came up with. Ross Murphy, Roque Santa Cruz.
Roque Santa Cruz
That's
is
a good
great
one.
shout.
Harry Wallace.
Can I just tell you to read the text I've just received? I think it'd be funny if you said it.
Okay. I can't. I don't think I'd like to read it, but it just makes me look like silly, doesn't it? Harry Wallace says Hugo Rodallega and Johan Elmander got to be up top. Rodallega's a good shout. And James
Wasn't
Roberts
Hugo
with a few.
Rodallega, wasn't he Haitian?
I think he was.
He was from
I'm not certain where he's
crazy
from. to be
like
honest.
that, wasn't he?
James Roberts says.
Can someone
with a
check
super
if Hugo Rodallega's Haitian? I feel like that's a.
I think you're very close.
Yeah, if I'm not close, if it's
Not
not
rock.
bang on, yeah, then it's close. They're never going to go. He's actually Scottish.
You massive racist.
My name's Roddy Eager.
He's Colombian.
Is he Colombian?
Yeah, he's Colombian.
You bastard. James Roberts says Jakubu, Harewood, Brazilian Joe, Carew, Pogrebniak. John Carew was very good for
You know, it's
Villa
weird.
for a while.
I met Marlon Harewood and worked with him, and he's so sound, Marlon Harewood.
Is it?
And
I used to like him for Forest.
Gabi Agbonglahor.
Oh, he played for the same
He
football
might be a
team
cult
as me when
hero.
I was a kid.
Did he?
might
I
be a
played for a
cult
team
hero
called
as well.
Great Bar Falcons, and I played for them for about 2 months, 3 months in the summer.
Was he always
and then I
quick?
moved to another club, and he was in. So he played for the team, the age group just above, and he was fast as fuck.
Rapid.
I think someone else. It may have been his brother, but someone else played as well, and they were as quick as him, and they just had these 2 fast players. On the pitch.
I love it.
But yeah, I also heard a story about him being addicted to Quality Street.
No, Gabi Agbonglahor.
Yeah,
We've been
From a
we've been
personal
over
trainer.
this 2 or 3 times. That's not humanly possible.
It is.
No, you can't.
It's like he used to wake up, have them for breakfast and that.
What?
Addicted to Quality Street.
Heated the purple one up on a spoon. like that.
Couldn't move in our
that's
house
a lovely little bit of skit. Oh,
for
look.
Quality Street.
Philip James, Amir Zaki, proper cult hero for the pie eaters. Who's the pie eaters?
Wigan.
Is it?
name rings
That makes
a bell.
sense. to me.
Amir Zaki, I believe, turned up. I think he was Egyptian. I think he turned up, famously banged in fucking like 10 goals in like 6 games. And then his lack of professionalism, like he used to just fucking turn up off international duty and just never fucking come back and that. They ended up just getting rid of him. I think he came from Zamalek.
Interesting knowledge. that
If
you've
I
got on
have
that.
this knocking about...
Zamalek's an Egyptian team.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
may be right.
If I have this knocking about in my fucking head...
Yeah. I mean, you were right with the Hugo Rodallega one.
Was I?
No.
Well,
Zachary
was
Purvis. Rashi will go down as one of our greatest players if he stays on his career path. Man, I
He's
hate
going
people-
to break Rooney's record. I said it before. I'll say it again.
Man, I hate people who don't love him. Still think a front 2 would be our best look. Marcus and Mason as a 2 is scary.
My brother has sent another text that we can read out. Yeah, you can read that one. Second one.
This is Adam's brother. Gonna need a clean up in aisle 4, mate. I'm, let's just say, expended my energy everywhere.
Just give me
after Rashford's
just
goal.
give me just 2 seconds, guys. I've just got up Amir Zaki's Wikipedia.
Okay.
He was on loan at Wigan Athletic, which was terminated. Where did he come from?
He came from Zamalek
Fucking
in
Zamalek.
Egypt.
Nailed it, mate.
Don't-
Nailed it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I have weird things like that stuck in the back of my head.
I don't know where that lives. I don't know why that's in my fucking brain, but I know it.
Quality stuff. Quality Street, some might say.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Don't get Gabby on those.
I'd love to get Gabby.
Do you reckon they weaned him off? You know, like a heroin addict has like methadrone. Do you reckon they had like roses.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
You can have 2 miniature heroes, and that's it.
Yeah, a little box of celebrations. Come on, you can do it, mate.
2 miniature heroes on a patch on his arm.
His mum's
Just-
crying.
Do you reckon? Because I've never tweeted that or posted about that or talked about that. Do you reckon if we Googled the words Agbon Lahore and Quality Street, someone else has put that?
Yeah, I love the idea of a patch and it's just fucking the wrappers and someone sellotapes it on.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fuck,
Got to
mate.
get him off it. Got to get him off it. The amount of fucking green
Having said
triangles
that,
he's
though,
had.
having said that, though, speaking of daft addictions,
Yes.
Dembele at Barcelona was addicted to gaming.
Was he? What, Ousmane Dembele?
Ousmane Dembele was, Barcelona said he had a gaming addiction.
Really? That's a proper like 90s thing to say, isn't it? Oh, it's the video games that do him. That's the problem with him.
He
blame
would
everything on video
well, this
games.
is it. He would stay up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning when he had training the next day playing FIFA. And it's like, dickhead, you can play FIFA in real
Dickhead,
life.
you are FIFA.
You're FIFA, you dick.
This is FIFA. What are you talking about? Oh, I've got to simulate a training session with Lionel Messi. Or just fucking do one.
Exactly. The reason I play FIFA is because I'm never going to get to be a
Yes.
footballer.
You are on it.
I'd actually understand it a bit more if he was up all night simulating fucking Theme Hospital or something
Yeah.
like that. It's like, at least you're not going to be a GP,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you live in a fantasy.
Live other people's lives. It's not about living your own life. James Roberts, DJ Campbell, Taylor Fletcher, Kitson, Benjani, and Alana. We're just getting lists of...
Alana's a great
lists
shout.
of
And do you know what?
heroes
DJ
now.
Campbell's great as well. Speaking
Everyone
about...
go and retweet my latest tweet, please.
Speaking about Ousmane Dembele at the moment, his career has had a resurgence because he's hired his own chef, his own nutritionist, and his own personal trainer.
He's working for him?
So he's hired 3 people just to keep him fit.
He's done the Ronaldo thing, basically.
That's fair enough, though. A lot of like top athletes do that, don't they? Where you sort of, I need a bit extra than what the club's gonna
Forget top
provide.
athletes, fucking influencers do it nowadays, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to have it soon. Million on TikTok, mate. As soon as he gets that. Game changer.
Yeah, you need someone not to make you... What's the equivalent of like keeping you in TikTok shape? Because you don't need a 6-pack. You need to stay as you are. So you need someone who's going to be like getting you the right way.
My own Uber driver.
Yeah.
My own Uber Eats.
Yeah, exactly. Personalised Uber Eats driver. That's what you need.
Mate.
Interesting, that, isn't
Someone
it?
pressuring you to have a
Yeah.
McDonald's every day.
Yeah. I'm for eating. You've got to look like Freddie Quinne. That'd be great. I think, you know what? I'll pay for it for you. That'd be so good, wouldn't it? Having a personal chef, personal trainer. Oh, that'd be so good.
I'd love to get to the point where, you know how like Kim Kardashian got so famous that like people were like having arse lifts and stuff to look like her. I'd love people going into plastic surgery and going, can you make my stomach big? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I've got a picture of what I want, and it's just a picture
it's
of
just
you
me
like,
naked.
Look at him.
Okay, we
I
can
tell
do
you what,
tummy implants.
What we can't do, what he's had so much work done that we'll never be able to get you to look like that. But here's what we can do. We'll
Scott
start you on this
McTominay
diet.
misses the next game.
That's disappointing, isn't it?
Do you know what though? Is that a yellow card?
I would say it probably is.
Is it though?
I think it's still
Is it
Don
not
Ankle,
one of
isn't it?
those? Is it not one of those where because he gave Pogba a yellow card early on,
Yeah.
now every tackle like that, every 50-50,
Everything as bad or worse than that has to be a
has
yellow
to be a
now.
yellow.
Could you believe?
So he's set his own fucking
Yeah.
problem now,
Yeah.
and now you've got this daft situation.
Well, that's our problem.
I think it's warm there. By the way, Scott McTominay has got English person in like. Do you know when in the Euros?
Scottish person.
Yeah, I'm not saying he is English.
he's
I'm
Scottish.
comparing it.
Well, is he Scottish?
When you see it in like tournaments and there's an extra level of sweat that you don't get because it's never hot in England. McTominay's got like international tournament sweat on.
Yeah.
I reckon it must be hot there.
International tournament
Yeah.
sweat.
It's humidity.
You know the look. Yeah, maybe it's
Not
a
just
humidity
heat.
thing.
It's 14
Do you remember how the
degrees
England
over
players
in
looked when it
Granada?
was in the World Cup that was in Korea? There was an extra level to it, and they're all like,
You
"We
could
can't
hear the
breathe."
heat.
Yeah,
You could hear it.
McTominay's got
Sound like vuvuzelas.
British
doesn't it?
person abroad sweat going on.
Do you know, apparently, in South America, in their qualifiers, they all, like, the amount of games that Bolivia win at home because
Yeah.
they play on La
Like
Paz.
6,000 meters altitude or
Yeah,
something.
and it's like literally in the fucking sky, like
Yeah.
a fucking level of Sonic.
Yeah.
and all these
Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, and all these players are fucking gassed because they can only do
Yeah.
15 minutes.
What is it like? Mexico City is the same thing, isn't it? Where it's like 8,000 meters high or something.
I did
And
that
people who
once.
go there, they did like a UFC there, and no one can breathe. And they're just the worst fights of all time because no one can move. They just
fucking
throw 3 punches.
How
and
do
you-
they get away with that,
knackered.
though? Like, is it fair to do that?
No.
With the high altitude stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you can't not do it, right?
But it's like...
It's
do you know what
unfair
I
if
mean?
you don't go to their ground.
Well, like... I mean, to me, it's kind of the same as playing a match, like, in the sea. Do you know what I mean? And being like...
My feet won't
Yeah,
move.
just having
Should
like
have thought
3
about that.
fucking meters of surface water and just be like, well, our country is full of swamps and marshland. It's like, yeah, but there's a bit over there that you can play football on, you fucking pricks.
we like it here.
Yeah.
We like it here.
No,
where it's
no,
boggy.
this is-
Oh, shit. And Luke Shaw misses the next match.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
fucking
Right, let's have a look.
everybody out.
This is a yellow card, this is.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah, I think he pulled it
Very
back.
accidental, though.
No, he didn't.
Ah,
they cut it
come
before.
on.
They cut it after the pullback there. I think that was a yellow.
I don't know if that was a yellow. It's a foul. He's wearing a yellow.
It's one of them. He's not making any attempt for the ball, though,
No.
is he? He's pulling the man off.
How much do you want to bet?
Go on.
Either me or Joe puts McTominay and Shaw in our,
In our
predicted
preview
11s
team
for
next
the
week.
one.
Yeah. So I need to write that down because I'm going to forget that. Free kick to Granada. Who's managing this cult hero team? Great fucking question. I'm thinking
Phil Brown.
Mike Bassett.
Alan Kirbishley, Paul Jewell, or David O'Leary.
Oh, Paul Jewell with
Phil-
his fringe.
Phil
Paul
Brown.
Jewell reminded me of what Paul Jewell. When I used to hear Paul Jewell speak, I used to think that's what Wayne Rooney's going to be when he's a manager.
Yeah.
He's going to be like Paul Jewell.
To be fair, that's quite a clever free kick from
Yeah.
him, isn't it?
It was a good tackle by
What about Ian Dowie?
Bruno Fernandes.
Ian
Oh yeah,
Dowie.
only if we could
Pulis.
use that picture of Ian Dowie in an Indian suit. Have you seen that? It's so
not only
good.
have I seen it, I show it every person I've ever met. It's the best picture of all time. I'll get it up. I'll get it up because I've had it up.
Go on
recently.
then. I'll get it through
Go
my
on
phone.
then. What do you know? What he's doing? Where is he?
The best one is Neil Lennon.
Yeah, the Neil Lennon one's
His arm
fantastic
straight
as well.
for no reason.
Where is he in Dowie on that? Do you know?
Do you know?
Is that some sort of event? Isn't it?
Oh gosh,
like a dinner and dance or something. Indian, like sometimes there's these things called dinner and dances.
What
Your dinner
on
and-
Ian Dowie in all
is
his
that?
glory. If we can cut to my camera.
Let's have a look.
Oh, it's too bright.
Mate,
Ian Dowie.
he looks like a fucking pound shop Aladdin.
He looks
Sexy
fantastic.
swag right there.
I like him. I like the shoes.
I like that.
He looks
I
like
like
he's
that.
going to his mate's fancy dress party as Aladdin. That's what he looks like.
When I get married, Joe can come dressed like that.
Can I?
Yeah.
But no one else is going to be dressed like that. I turn up, you tell me it's like like a respect
I thought
thing.
all you lot were going to look like this.
No, you would prank me and be like, right, so here's what it is. It's a religious
A
thing.
white
You've
one
got
as
to
well,
wear
so you
this.
come turn up looking like Jesus, just walking
with the
so
with the
funny.
shoes with the split in them like he's got on. Yeah, that'd be fun. Oh, hello. I love Big Sam, Holloway, some other options.
Now, Big Sam,
Neil
is
Warnock.
A shout. Ian Holloway is a shout, just because I always like his interviews.
Do you know who I'd quite like? Graham Souness. Just because I really like the idea of when he was managing Galatasaray, and he just stuck the flag in the middle of the fucking pitch, and he was.
That takes some balls. That.
Oh yeah, that's.
Have you
started
heard
a riot.
about what the Fenner fans did in retaliation though?
What?
So, for the next match.
So who
there
was he
this-
managing? Talk people through it.
He was
Not everyone
talking.
knows
He was
about this.
managing Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce, and they're like, it's a big fucking
Bit of a rivalry.
Yeah, it's a big and it's mental as well. Like this is back when they were not dog shit as well. Like you know what I mean, they were Champions League teams as well. But I don't know what he did in response. What did he do in response?
No, so explain what happened, what Graham Souness did. And I'll
So
explain.
Graham Souness was managing one of the. He was managing Galatasaray, and they were away at Fenerbahce.
They won away.
and he grabbed the Galatasaray flag.
And when I say flag, I don't mean a corner flag.
Yeah,
Or like a little.
It was the kind of. So it was the kind of
Big
flag.
tifo flags,
yeah,
isn't it?
it's the kind of flag that people would fly as they were going to war in like the 1400s. Do you know
On
what I
a
mean?
ship.
Yeah,
Stick
yeah,
it in
yeah.
that horse.
And he just
It's a
stuck
Jolly
it-
Roger.
He stuck it right in the middle of the centre spot, but it didn't stick in at first. So it's not like he stuck it in and then fucked off. He literally
No,
spent about
he's
a
like-
minute just fucking trying to put it in like this.
If you've ever put the corner flags up when you play football, you'll know what you have to do.
And the thing is, as well, is everyone's looking at him like, is he insane?
Is he
an
actually
insane
doing
person? But I don't know what they did in response. What
So
did they do
in response, a Fenerbahce fan for the next game, he kind of hid in some sort of advertising hoarding.
Well, like a Trojan
With a
horse.
flag and a knife, bro. Overnight, with a flag and a knife. If you watch Danny Dyer's Football Factories, and then you watch the Turkish one, it's explained.
Oh,
in there.
really?
And he jumps out, so he cuts himself out of his thing when the game's about to kick off. Runs out with his flag and this knife onto
Yeah.
the centre circle. Tells all the players, "Get back, you bastard! I got a knife." So he's doing all that, and then he plants it and fucks off. So they had their retaliation.
Jesus Christ.
And that caused a lot of shit. So like, you know what it is? I think it's that typical, like British mentality. Like these like over here in
Yeah,
Turkey
they
don't know
don't-
what it's all
they're not
about.
gonna get it.
Like they're not gonna get. They
There
don't
you
know
go.
what football means.
You see, like,
It's a
that's him
big
doing it
fuck
there.
off flag, that.
It's a big flag.
He's got some balls.
That's a Glastonbury flag.
But there's a thing as well in Britain where we can only give a shit about something for like 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Like literally whatever happened. Do you remember like with the free school meal things over summer where like literally they were giving like fucking crappy little boxes to kids? It's like we were angry about that for 3 days, then everyone gave up. So I think we're sort of surprised when people can hold a grudge for like 6 months.
Half time, Manchester United 1, Granada 0. I mean, relatively uneventful first half, wasn't it? What would you say?
It was just what we need, really, isn't it? Apart from the 2 yellow cards for McTominay and Luke Shaw, which are disappointing. Although, to be fair, if you're going into the second leg, I'm kind of glad Luke Shaw is now forced to be rested in that second leg. You know, like that little is all right to me. But getting that goal, fantastic goal as well. Shout out Lindelof for the pass. Shout out Rashford for the touch, composure, and the finish. But a good first 45 minutes. I'm not going to be able to sit here and tell you we deserve this and they deserve that, because I'll be honest with you, preferred the conversation we've been having around here.
Yeah,
But it's what I would have wanted.
I'm slightly surprised with how Granada have played, to be honest with you. They've gone out and they've taken the game to United, and I wasn't expecting that at all. In terms of, like what you were saying, I think us getting the away goal is vital because it means that even if Granada score and they get something out of this, it means they have to go to Old Trafford and score. They have to come on to us. And so it changes the dynamic of the tie completely.
Yeah.
And it means they have to play in a way that is, set up for us. But yeah, man, I mean, I think my only worry is the amount of yellow cards that are flying about. And this is a referee who, I think when he booked Pogba early on...
Set a shitty little precedent.
He's created a little rod for his own back now. And now anybody who's fucking sneezing is getting a yellow card. And so we're going to have to be careful about that because, you know what I mean, 10 men can change a fucking tie. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we need to be careful about.
Yeah, let's not do anything silly that might, ruin our chances here because at the minute, it's... Other than being 2, 3, 4 goals up, it's a relatively ideal first half, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of low energy, not too strenuous. Other than the bookings, looks like everyone's fit and healthy, and we're 1 goal up as well. Let us know what you think of the first half in the comments. We're going over to the halftime show in just a moment. People saying Granada's played significantly better than Sociedad did. I would probably agree with that.
I'd agree with that. In fact, they beat Sociedad 1-0 about a month ago.
Yeah.
So
you were here for the Sociedad, the 4-0,
I was here
we
for
just
the 4-0.
battered them, didn't we?
It was just incredible how little they turned up. I was also here for the Milan game as well. I'm basically the Sergio Romero of Stretford Paddock. You only wheel me out when there's a cup game.
You're our Europa League goalkeeper. That's how we get
Next season, you'll be
And
number 1.
I keep going on about how little you pay me. So
Glenn F.
You keep saying it now. Is he being serious, John?
I'm going to do like a members thing quick. Glenn F., welcome to the Academy, mate. Thank you for becoming a member. We've got a members podcast coming out this weekend, so make sure you check that one out. Are we ready to go over there?
They've turned up today then.
Are we good? No, thank you.
Fucking look at that.
Right, we're going over to Alex and Ronaldo.
We're here. Hello. Big question though, not about anything about that first half, but why has Joe got no shoes on?
I thought that.
Why is Joe isn't wearing any shoes?
There's 2 questions.
There's
Why
2 questions.
has Joe not got his shoes on?
Yeah, go on.
And how many things do you reckon he can land on Freddie's hat?
Hold the shoe. There's a shoe.
I reckon I could balance that on your cap. I'm not gonna lie. Might be
Maybe in the second half. In the second half, we were doing that.
I've never seen it.
I'm here with what was your sign off for the day, Ronaldo? Talk me through the sign off for your show news of the day. What was the
what?
In my
no, you know what? When you're doing stuff like on camera and news and you're trying to do it one take and whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're trying to do an outro on the fly, things don't come out like how they're meant to. So what did I say now?
You said that, in my opinion, I'm Ronaldo or something along those lines.
I said, what did I say? How can I forget
Jay
this?
Motty will know it.
It's
but anyway,
monumental. It's monumental.
But Ronaldo, what do you think of the first half?
As far as I'm concerned.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm Ronaldo Brown.
I wasn't wrong.
You aren't wrong. You aren't wrong. What do you think of the first half?
Do you know what? They hit the nail on the head. It's been a little bit, it's just been a bit mundane. Like, there's not been much to it. I don't think United have needed to really get out of second gear, really. I think Granada has shown little bits. I think they have shown more than Real Sociedad did. But if we're looking at it, their squad, our squad, the way they play, the way we play, it's not a team that should cause us too much problems in terms of us progressing. And I feel like if we don't progress, we would have only beaten ourselves. And that is my opinion. I don't think there's going to be a situation where Granada outplay us and beat us.
No.
I think it's one of them where it's either United don't turn up or we just do something daft, like get a red card, like the same way they do, getting a few bookings.
Yeah, say about the bookings, we've got Luke Shaw, who is out of the second leg now. We've got Scott McTominay out of the second leg. Paul Pogba on the booking as well. So like Freddie mentioned there, that is probably the only worry for
that's why you
United
put teams away in the first leg and then the second leg situation. It doesn't matter about them type of players.
Because the thing is, this situation we're in now, I don't think Granada are going to come out and go at us because for as much as a goal for them maybe gets them, get them back into this game, the worst thing they can do is if they concede 2, they've got to come to Old Trafford and get 3 kind of thing. And I don't think that they want to do that. I think they'll probably kind of keep it as it was, keep sitting back, keep doing things like that. I don't think they're going to come out too much unless we go down to 10 men. That would be the only reason
that I think anything can happen. But I think United can get a second goal in that in the first.
There's a few nearly moments there by Greenwood 1v1 where he's nicked him a little bit too early. I like him to be a little bit more decisive in terms of going right or left and getting his snapshots away. I think that's the major difference between him this season and last season. I think this season he was a little bit more just doing stuff a little bit more instinctively. I think now, when Greenwood's in his 1v1 situations and he's in the attacking third, I think he's thinking about it a little bit too much.
We'll go through some of the comments. We've got what a pass from Victor Lindelof. Quality ball from Victor Lindelof in that first half for the goal. He's done that a couple of times this season. I think Sheffield United game earlier in the season, same kind of passing. He has got in that locker, and I do think there's something in that. I think that's why he plays
Ginger next game.
A few other questions we've got.
We can't discredit Rashford's part in the goal. Good first touch, couple to set himself, I think, and he
really
put it
finish.
away. Thursday night Mbappe, we called him upstairs.
He's not the Thursday night Mbappe. He's better than that, isn't he? He's a little bit better than that. And then we've also got a few people saying, do you want to see Ahmad in the second half? I don't think.
I always want to see Ahmad.
I do. I want to see how he does.
I think a game like this, when it's so everyone's going through the motions a little bit, and it's a little bit half-hearted,
and they've kind of sat in a little bit.
I think the likes of Amad Diallo, they provide that little bit of a spark. You know what I'm saying? Energise us a little bit, entertain us a little bit.
Joel Morris puts up, and thank you very much, saying, take off Dan James at half-time. He's been like a ghost, invisible. What did you make of that? I mean,
Dan James?
Yeah.
Nah, if you say anything critical about Dan James, it's an agenda in it, so I'm not. I think anything that I've ever needed to say about Dan James, I've already said, really.
I don't think he's not really done much in that first half. It's definitely a game for him, but maybe Granada do step out a little bit in the second half.
Put it this way, if
you might see
if we are starting Dan James as a winger for United next season, we're in trouble.
I completely agree with that. We've got Viva Diallo, we've got score of the goal, we've got Marcus Rashford scored the goal today. Victor football quality. Someone asking why am I not watching the golf? Man United is important until Sunday, and then that will.
You watch his golf, man.
It's the Masters, mate. It's a good week.
The Masters,
It's a good week. It's a good week. Good for Manchester United. Yes, very good first half for Man United. That's the thing, innit? It's just get through these games.
We were comfortable.
We weren't ever threatened by them in the slightest. Ref's got a bet on yellow cards. We've got from McLaren CT. There has been a lot of yellow cards, and I think the Pogba one was harsh. I think the Scott McTominay one was probably fair. To be fair, it was a bit of a rash tackle.
You know what referees
as soon as
are like.
one start, that's it gone then.
You know what referees are like in Europe anyway. Very quick with the bookings.
Well, that's it. Once they get going on that, once they've sent
they
one,
set a precedent, innit?
Yeah, they set a precedent, and that
it.
is everything. Slow build up. They're saying, what do you make of it? I mean, just on the ball, it seems a bit. This is the first time in a while we've played with McTominay, Pogba, and Bruno. We've not really seen that. We've seen Fred in there a lot. We've seen Matic plays a lot in that kind of three. It's been a bit.
Been a bit slow, and that's gonna worry me in terms if that becomes habit because of the game that we've got in the weekend against Tottenham.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want to look ahead. They've still got a second half to play, but that's definitely we need to quicken up our play.
Yeah.
Before teams get back in their shape and then make it a little bit more difficult for us because that's where we struggle this season. We're not superb when we've got to break teams down. Teams are set in a defensive shape. You've got to find gaps and find holes. That's not where United excel. That's not where their players excel. They excel in space with time and being direct. And that's why we need to attack quicker in transition and need to move the ball forward a little bit faster.
You almost said we can Mason to score in the second half. I'd fancy that. It'd be good to see Mason get another goal.
I'm always vouching for him to score because I do feel like his performances in relation to his actual output don't all the way match up. I think his output's obviously been disappointing, but in the general scheme of things, I think his performances have shown a little bit of maturity and a bit of progression from last season. But it's just the goals haven't come with it, and I think if he does merge the two next year, we've got a real player on our hands.
What have you made of him playing in the number 9 though? Because it's a different position. He's obviously played more on the right hand side. Do you think I felt it's not stuck that much up top. I felt like it has bounced off him a few times, or he's not held it up very well.
It's because you know why it is. It's because Greenwood's still in that level of his development or that stage of his development where he will prefer the ball to feet, where he can turn and be direct and turn, shoot, turn, strike, snapshot a little bit. Being a focal point and being someone that kind of pins a man and he holds the play and he sets it off. That's not where he's currently at in the stage of his development and his physicality and just his general style. So I think that maybe, because you can even tend to see it, even when he's playing centrally, he does drift off a little bit into that right inside channel, and that's where he likes to operate, and that's where he's the most dangerous.
He does. He's naturally drifted out right. That's what Anish Josh has just said. Ajax winning, Villarreal winning, and Arsenal drawing. I believe it's all set that if we go through, we will be playing against Ajax or Roma. I think that's already been drawn. So, what do you make of that? Even if we do get through, happy with those two going through. We'd be happy with Ajax or Roma or either team.
We already looked at the draw before this game and said there's not a team that was left in the competition that I wouldn't fancy us against. So
even
I don't
Arsenal.
really care. I don't. Listen, don't get me started on Arsenal.
Yeah.
I said the other day, I hope one day that I live long enough to see Arsenal liquidated. But anyway, other than that,
you really hate Arsenal.
I think there's, as long as we can, if we beat them in the final or semi-final, I'll be over the moon.
Yeah.
It sounds bad, but I think that'll make my season.
Let's have a look at a few more comments. We'll get a red card with this blind ref. If it stays 1-0, we can be happy. That's from Car Killer 92.
Yeah.
We should play a front two, allows Mason and Rashford to actually drift, and Bruno can hit the space through the middle. What do you make to that? Yes? No?
Yeah.
Bringing Donny on maybe, but...
we don't want to fall into that trap of giving the game away, though.
No,
I think
absolutely
we need to... I'm always a fan of blowing teams away and then making the subs.
James O'Brien is with you. Hate Arsenal as much as, if not more than Liverpool.
I said that to you, didn't I?
That's madness.
I think I hate Arsenal more
hate
than any of the big teams. Obviously, there's a dislike for City and Liverpool naturally, but something about the... I don't like saying their name. I just really don't like.
Okay. Francie Brady, Pogba slows it down too much. Yes? No?
Occasionally, but he does hold on to the ball. Well, it's a bit of a, would you rather someone slow it down, keep the ball, or someone like Fred that gives it away and he's a bit erratic and he's a bit rushed and he doesn't see the pitch?
I think I'd much rather Paul Pogba. Right, before we pass over to those guys, Ronaldo Brown, what is your prediction for the second half?
Our government name, jeez.
It's on your Twitter, so... John, sorry. Sorry, it's John. John Brown.
I think 2-0. I think we nick one more in the second half and 2-0.
So you're going 2-0. I'll go...
Alex Baguli. What do you...
That's it, it's Bajler.
Oh, great. What's your prediction?
I'm going to go 3. I think we'll get 2 more. I think we'll get 2 more in the second half. So we are going to go with 3-0. Right. I think the guys are ready over there, or they're not, or maybe they are. Let's have a look. Joe Smith looks shocked that I've said that he's ready to go. But pass over to Joe Smith, Freddie Quinne, and Adam Mckola. See you later.
We're back.
We are back.
Half
Joe.
time
Got
is
your
almost
clothes
over.
On, good to see.
Got my clothes back on. I'm being compared to that streaker, which isn't
But
fair.
what they don't...
We've both just got beards.
And
that's the only comparison.
You're manscaped as well.
Yeah, I'm trimmed down there.
It's good. Grain of rice in it, Joe. Grain of rice.
Yeah, man looks like a green at Augusta.
Here's a question. I have never trimmed my pubes.
What?
In my entire life.
Okay, this is great.
Never,
this is good.
I've got
a few questions.
I love how McColla's looking at me disgusted.
I've got a few questions.
Yeah.
First question. Does it just get to a certain length and then stop?
Mate,
or is that like down to your knees?
Have you ever seen like a Rastafarian's hair when they take the cap off?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Dreadlocks.
No, it's not. It's like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know.
Okay, second question. Why not?
Why? I just feel like it's on brand for me. Do you know?
Yeah, but no.
How weird would
your
it
brand
look?
doesn't extend down to your genitals.
No.
You're allowed to treat.
Yours does.
Yeah, you're allowed to treat your. You got a girlfriend, haven't you?
How weird would it be if, like, me looking the way that I did just had an incredibly trimmed pubis? It'd just look weird.
Nah, you need to be like, look, I'm hairy all over.
Yeah.
But
you're kempt.
Even my underarms, I keep them in.
Yeah, but
shape
we're
as
not
well.
asking for it to be like bicked.
And in terms of girlfriend thing, like I said, she's been with me for 6
Just a
years
touch of the
now, so she's
Manscaped.
given up.
She's got hairy balls as well, ain't she? Just
That's it. That's an incredible stat. Never taken a scissor to it or anything.
You what, sorry?
Never
not
taken
even,
a scissor.
Oh,
not
nothing.
even pulled one out.
Do you know what? I think sometimes, you know when you're playing FIFA and you don't want to fucking smash the controller. Rage pull.
She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. You should do that.
I don't know. I was quite a late bloomer as a child, so I think I've just never wanted to get rid of him.
You're like, I'm holding on to everything I've got here.
I waited for him to sprout for so long, but when they did, I was like, I'm keeping.
Did you buy some of Scott Tenenbaum?
Honestly, quite sickening to hear that. Alex Tellers has come on, by the way, for Luke Shaw.
I think that's
getting him ready for next week.
Getting ready for next week. Also, let's not risk a red card. Also, let's give Luke Shaw a rest. Makes sense to me.
Also, you're going to play him next week. You're going to need to get ready for it, Alex.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort your shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean? Rest up Shaw for a weekend.
It's quite funny for Alex Tellers, really, because when he came, he was very much expected to be our number one left back. And I also think as well that we expect him to be that as well. And I think he expected that. But no one could have predicted that Luke Shaw had turned into fucking Roberto Carlos.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
He's turned into arguably the best left back in the league.
Also, people didn't, and people don't quite grasp how much Ollie likes Shaw, I think.
Yeah. And there's something about competition for spots makes players play better. Why do you think...
Or makes some players play better.
Well, yeah, but why do you think David De Gea is playing out of his fucking skin? Because he knows that Dean Henderson is a really good
What would you
keeper.
do with that situation? Would you let De Gea go in the summer, as
Yes.
has been talked about?
So I mentioned this on the live stream that we did, right? I think David De Gea is a better goalkeeper than Dean Henderson, but I don't think he's 300 grand a week better.
Actually, I remember us having this.
Yeah.
last
I
week
don't
on
think he's 300.
TikTok.
I don't think he's 300k a week better. And if we can get 40, 50 million for De Gea, then I think to me that represents. I don't think there's that much difference in between them. Also, De Gea's 30 odd, and this guy's 24.
Yeah.
So
30 odds. It's not old.
It'd actually.
By the way.
It's not old for a keeper as well. I mean, he's
I'm
definitely.
a keeper. I've been told.
Ooh.
It's not old.
Maguire
Who's that
there.
guy? Harry Mag.
Yeah. He's sort of over... Bit of a poor touch that took him into
hang
the
about,
Granada player.
That's not
Harry
not a
Maguire.
card, is it? It's not a card.
That's literally what our players have been booked for already.
Our players have been booked for.
And did he give him a little cheeky elbow in the ribs?
It's just a late collision that he doesn't get out of the way of.
But just to sort of remember what Luke Shaw was booked for,
Yeah.
which is literally a little flailing arm.
Could be a little broken rib or something there, you know.
If you're not lucky.
A little. That's what it is, I think, more than anything. I think he's winded. Because he's gone. I don't think he intentionally, but with that elbow right in the midriff. Take your breath away, that.
Free kick to United. Pogba just chips it out to Wan-Bissaka. Do you think United are going to go for more goals now?
This is for you like, and the people at home.
Watch Harry Maguire. He's still feeling it.
Yeah.
He's still feeling it. He had his arms up by his head.
Yeah,
just
that's because he's
before.
winded, I think. Probably
Yeah.
like, trying to stretch it out a bit.
Do you go for another one? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. I was going to say something else, but you two go on first with this
I
question.
I think you do go for another one. Yeah.
Mm.
I think that we can get this job done, and if we get 2 away from home, I think that's job done.
Coming out in the second half, it looks like it's Dan James on the left, Marcus down the middle, Greenwood on the right at the moment. I don't know if that'll sort of change around a little bit, but I'm surprised by that.
I don't think Rashford likes playing up top. I think he likes cutting in from the left. So it surprises me. Dan James has been fucking hell. Dan James, what was that about?
That wasn't a foul. Was
I
it,
think
on Dan
he's.
James?
I think Dan James has been quite ineffectual this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he came off, to be honest with you.
Maybe Cavani switched that sort of front three around a little bit.
He's saving Cavani for the weekend, though, isn't he?
Probably.
Because you need a 9 up against Spurs.
Do you know what? I think probably if anyone's going to come on for him, it'd be Donny.
Or Diallo even.
He won't play Diallo when it's just 1-0, though, will he? I think he has to really trust him.
Yeah.
Well, Diallo came on when it was 0-0 against Milan.
True.
Yeah, but he had to, didn't he? There was no other options, were there?
That's a good point. But I do think, especially in the forward areas, you can afford to, bring some... Especially when all the other right wingers we've got aren't natural right wingers. Yeah.
What were you going to say before, Adam?
And for the people at home, are you guys nervous about this game? Do you get nervous about Europa League games?
Well, yeah, I did. I was a bit nervous before the second leg of the Milan game because that game was very much in the balance, wasn't it? The tie. I wasn't shitting myself, but I was when I thought about it, I got a bit of a butterfly. This one, no, because so far it's let that corner pass first. It's sort of gone to plan, hasn't it? So I think that's not necessarily something to be nervous about. What's happening? Ollie Ball follows us on
Ollie
TikTok.
Ball is a quite famous TikToker.
Fuck about, bro.
He has beef. What you want now
He follows us. He follows me on TikTok.
you
The
want
Ollie Ball.
you want to get Cal the Dragon. If you can get Cal the Dragon, you've completed fucking football TikTok there.
All right, we'll do
Tell
it.
Ollie Ball. Someone tell Ollie Ball I love him.
Cal the Dragon has blocked
I wish
me.
I went to school with him.
Why?
What?
Who is it?
He's stealing his material.
So Cal the Dragon is a
I love
Welsh
TikTok beef.
ginger. Well, he wears a Welsh flag, but I don't know where he's from. Oh, that's got to be a
That's
yellow.
a booking, ref.
Send him off, you fucking benchort.
He is a goalkeeper who is, in the nicest sense of the word, absolute dog shit.
When you say who's he play for?
Nobody.
So he's not a goalkeeper.
He literally does it in his
He's not a
garden.
goalkeeper. What does he do? Is he a schoolboy?
No, I think he's just he's a nutter.
Is he an
basically.
adult?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. We can take the piss out of him then.
But he.
So he's not a goalkeeper then, is he?
Well,
if he's not
that's
a footballer.
what he's known for is goalkeeping.
Right. Okay.
But
Sorry, I get
he's
you.
been offered trials at clubs who basically want to increase their own TikTok following. They go,
Ollie
hey,
Ball here, and
hey, come down and watch Rex.
And he's got beef with Ollie Ball, has he?
you know who's underrated though? Ollie
for
Ball's
everybody.
boy. You know, Ollie Ball's bedroom. He's underrated. He is, isn't it? Jacob, hold tight, man, like Jacob and Ollie Ball. We love you.
Good lads.
Have you seen Ollie Ball's lasagna joke?
Yeah.
No.
It's a classic.
You know what I do? I don't say
Have
any
you-
Ollie
you
Ball
must-
for about
you've
a
heard
week
that joke
and then I
before.
catch up.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's such a dad joke.
Yeah.
Go on, tell you.
He said it was on. He said it was on holiday in Spain. Right, there was a street magician, and he took my watch, and he did that thing where he covered the watch in cloth or whatever, and then he smashed the watch up with a hammer, and then I had a look, and it was just destroyed. My watch, it wasn't even a trick. It was just completely destroyed, and I was like, "That's my watch." And he was like, "Look, sorry, the trick went wrong," and he said, "Right, okay, I'll make it up to you. I'll buy you lunch tomorrow." So tomorrow he meets me, we have lunch, I order a lasagna, I come, I cut the lasagna up, I shit you not, guess what was in the lasagna?
Mincemeat.
That's the joke, yeah. Beef and cheese.
Oh, is it?
You meant to say the watch.
Oh.
Obviously, you've seen it, you liar.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen any new Ollie Ball content.
The problem
in the
is,
last
you meant to tell that
3-4
joke
days.
when the person doesn't know it's a joke.
Yeah.
So that's
exactly.
where that's where.
Oh,
we've
yeah,
lost
that's where
it.
you fucked up.
Yeah.
See, Ollie, that's why you're funnier than us.
Yeah, it is. Abdullah Ibrahim says there are some big free agents this summer, such as Alaba, Donnarumma, Depay, Çalhanoğlu, Wijnaldum, Messi, and Aguero, amongst others. Do you think we can get any that would improve us? I mean, half of them would improve us.
Yeah, I mean, Donnarumma, I think, would be a great shout.
You think?
It'd be a bit sly on Dean Henderson, though, wouldn't it? I would get rid of David De Gea, but on the other hand...
Great. Yeah, just what I want to hear.
You're just going to be second to somebody else.
Right.
I would be really chuffed to bits if we got David Alaba, but I think he's going to go elsewhere. There's talk of him going to City, although whether or not they want him now, given that they've got Stones and... Diaz at centre-back, I don't know. Çalhanoğlu, I'm not sure where he'd fit in our team, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think he would fit anywhere in our team.
Where's he fitting? Maybe he's a right winger, but then we are sacrificing Jadon Sancho.
That's a foul. Good bit of footwork from... Was it Maguire playing on the right wing there?
No, it looks like Dan James, that doesn't it?
I don't know, he looked
He's
about
switched.
8 inches taller than Dan James.
If that's Harry Maguire that has made that little bit of skill, then fuck me.
Fantastic.
It
is!
He is, look at that!
What's he doing?
That's an ouchie as well, that one is. Just below the knee, just above the shin. It's a sore spot, that is.
Do you know what?
It's as bad as getting kicked in your gooch.
I think Harry Maguire must be the only player that plays better when he's winded.
He's been good, hasn't he?
Smashed that.
Killian Wallace says...
Trouble
I
with
think
Maguire,
Rash
you can
is...
see him think.
Oh, go on.
Sorry, what?
Killian Wallace with a super chat
Super.
said, I
Is
think
it
Rashford's
super?
up front because of his fitness, doesn't have to track back as much. Good point.
Yeah, perhaps especially when you get Alex Telles on the left who likes to bomb up. You need somebody on that left-hand side who's willing to come back. But then again, Dan James is the perfect defensive winger, isn't he?
There's a foul in there, you slag.
Yeah.
So many say.
Couldn't agree with that.
Other scores today: Ajax are winning 1-0 at home.
That's who we'd play next, isn't it?
Yeah,
For anyone
Arsenal
who isn't
0-0
certain.
against Slavic. Oh, and Roma have just equalised as we speak.
That
I
changes
feel like
things,
Jeff
doesn't
Stelling. Arsenal 0-0, Dinamo Zagreb 0, Villarreal 0. So at the moment, as things stand, Villarreal and United are the only teams leading.
Here's one for you then. Tom Turner, exclude Howson, who wins a Paddock Royal Rumble?
Me,
No.
including Howson.
No, you wouldn't.
You know why?
Because
I was born for
you
this.
want to.
I was ready for this. I've practiced for this so many years in my life, bruv.
So when you
I
say
was
Paddock-
swanton bombing in year 6.
That ain't gonna get Stephen Howson over the top rope though, is it?
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Nah, but that's where
We'd have
we
to team up. Yeah.
You know, like when everyone
turns and looks at the big show. And you're like, you're fucking out, lad. That's what we'd have to do with Steve.
And then when you do that thing where one of you's got your hand and you
The other
lift
one
his
pulls
legs,
the
but
rope
he's
down.
just struggling like this.
Yeah. You
that's what would
wouldn't
happen.
win that.
No, we'd have to get Steve out
No,
together.
we'd team up to get Steve. But once Steve's
And
out,
then that's it, I'm winning.
You got to get past me.
I'll fight dirty, bro.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean you'll fight dirty? You can't fight dirty in wrestling.
Yeah, you can.
It's wrestling.
It's Royal Rumble, bro.
What are you
And
gonna
I
do?
know all the rules. They're like
Fight me.
little rules. Like if you go under the rope, not over the rope, you're not out. So you can just go and get
I
a
think
breather.
you'd be quite kind, Joe.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're too kind.
Do you think you'd be good? How tall are you?
5'10".
Interesting. If you don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh?
I've got dreadful personal hygiene, though, so you wouldn't want to come anywhere near me.
Yeah, what would your
I just
wrestling name be?
stink.
Stink Bomb.
Dirty fingers.
Hairy bollocks.
Dirty fingers. And what I do is I dress up
Hairy
like...
Gooch. That's your name.
Hairy Gooch.
You dress up what?
I dress up like salad fingers.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
That'd be good.
No, I'm 18 and a half stone.
Yeah.
So
we might have to team up on him as well.
Oh, me used to.
No,
Yeah,
on
you
Freddie.
might have to, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
So Howson's going over the top rope. I'm going over the top rope. And
Yeah.
then breaking news: there's an earthquake in Haiti.
Yeah, you'd land on Steve, still be on the floor, flailing like a turtle on his back, like that. And then you'd land on him. Steve's checking his Whoop band to see
Yeah.
if he's recovered from the fall
And
yet.
Greta Thunberg's like, oh, it's climate change. It's like,
Yeah,
it's fucking
it's
not,
not.
mate. We had a
It's
Royal
not.
Rumble.
Yeah, just two people in Droylsden have just landed on each other. Yeah, I think you'd have a chance, Adam.
Now we used to do. I remember. I've seen people get all sorts of twisted. I fucked the geezer up with a, you know when you got the plug where you could pull it out of the kettle. You just got a plug on a rope. I fucked the geezer up with that.
Sorry,
one of my mates.
This isn't wrestling. This is
It's
prison
hardcore
fighting.
match, bro. Mankind and shit. There was one match
Hardcore
where my
match.
mate went to hit.
These people are trained.
Pretend to hit someone in front of him with the baseball bat. As he's pulled it back, he's whacked the geezer. I bust open everything.
Have you ever seen those like documentaries on those like hardcore wrestlers that aren't like famous?
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
literally like scratching their face with cheese graters and stuff like proper. And you're like, this is
a lot of them blading. If you look at Dusty Rhodes now, his head
heads
on
are
the
just
front
covered in
fucked.
scars.
Devon Dudley's the same. If you look at it, he's got loads of.
Go on, Harry.
They blade a lot, don't
Maguire!
Oh,
Corner
he's
kick.
playing better with a fucking
playing his
broken rib.
Attacking midfield. Good effort. Good
My
effort.
hair's looking like Harry Maguire's hair at the minute. We both need a trim a few, but
You must have had a haircut recently.
I have had two.
It looks pretty. Still looks pretty tidy to me. That.
Nah, this is long now, bruv.
Not particularly though,
It
is
is.
it?
That little shimmy there. Who does he think he is? Love it.
What music do you reckon going through Harry Maguire's head as he's running forward?
What music?
Yeah.
Enya. Sail away, sail away, sail away.
Yeah, definitely.
Or I reckon in his head it's just constant Chumbawamba from the minute he wakes
I
up.
get knocked, but only that bit.
Yeah.
I get knocked down.
No, and then every once in a while,
yeah.
takes a whiskey drink, takes a lager drink, takes a cider
He
drink.
beats a copper up. He
Yeah.
gets a whiskey drink. Yeah, that sounds like him.
It's just to get some drinks back.
Fucking hell.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Has that been
It died down.
Finalised, by the way.
Back to court, hasn't he?
It died down.
How long do you
He's
get?
still got to go back. To
Sorry,
court.
you get arrested for beating up loads of policemen, and you just get to play football for a year scot free in the meantime.
Also,
He's the kind of man I would want to go out.
Oh, mate, he's been fucking done there. He's been done.
Everyone knows what police abroad are like.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Do you know what I mean? I think he never did.
Do you know what never fucking
Free
got
Harry
answered,
Maguire.
though? Is why is a millionaire going on holiday to fucking Zakynthos? Like, do you know what I mean?
Nah, bro.
Mate,
Nah, bro.
Maldives. What are you doing?
That's not fair. Nah, that's not fair, bro. Doesn't matter how much money you want. Sometimes you just want to get loose. Sometimes, no matter how much millions you got in the bank, you want to go. You want to go somewhere like that?
Do you remember
with your family and with your friends
Do you
and with the
remember when
lads?
Jack Grealish was 19 and he just
on the
was
floor,
fucking on the
sparkers
floor
and
in
Magaluf. I've got a picture of me like that somewhere, and he's at Jack Grealish.
It's so good. It's so good.
Nah, it doesn't matter how rich you are. You
The
can't
Jack
start
Wilshere one
stushing
as
it
well.
up.
Jack Wilshere was just in a hot tub with loads of women just smoking a fag, looking straight at the camera like no one's going to
Mate,
care.
he
You
looked
just
like the beginning
That's
of
Joe
the
Hart.
fucking.
No, it's Jack Grealish.
Wilshere, Joe Hart.
Jack Wilshere I'm talking about.
You said Jack Grealish 2 times.
Oh, I meant Wilshere.
And then where they kiss each other as well. In the
I don't-
pool. There's a picture of
Is there?
He looked like the fucking beginning
Not
of a
wrong with that,
Biggie
if that's
video,
what you
didn't he?
do. Yeah,
that's
I
great.
was expecting him to start going, it was all a dream.
Unfortunately not.
Oh, God.
I played for Arsenal when I was 17.
Yeah. It seemed so promising for Jack Wilshere, didn't it?
Yeah, and then his knees were made out of glass, and now he's fucked. Now, if only there was a really promising young player for United who keeps getting loads of injuries, who we keep playing.
Rashford's better than Wilshere ever was, though. Let's be honest.
I don't think
Come
so.
on.
Mate,
Don't
I
be
don't know.
silly.
Wilshere, Arsenal versus Barcelona.
Yeah, in one game. Fucking hell. Isn't that was when Wenger was his manager as well, wasn't it? Who's like notorious for like diet and all these sorts of new philosophies on how to live your life as a footballer. No smoking, no drinking.
Yeah.
And go
You
out
know
and
what
get
got him
battered.
gassed up? One good game against Barcelona.
I think
That's what changed the narrative around him. And you know what? Weren't even all that. No, it was all that. But what I'm trying to say is like, anyone can have one good game. Tom Cleverley had loads of one good games. Do you know what I mean? We never ran around saying, "Well, Tom Cleverley."
I can't believe we're comparing prime Jack Wilshere to Tom Cleverley.
Nah, I am.
Can't
I'm
believe
going
it.
there. I'm going there.
Oh, mate.
He was
You're
good,
gonna
but
you're gonna
he
get
was
AFTV
good. But it was
losing their
like,
minds.
fuck them. You know what? He was good, but you know what? Yeah, it was like someone said it from from Barcelona. They said, "We've got 1,000 Jack Wilsheres in our academy, bruv," and it's true. Like there is like it's just an Englishman that could pass. We've seen it all before.
And back then, that was like fucking. That was a novelty.
Yeah, it
during
still
that
is.
proper
It still
play.
is.
And the Arsenal thing makes people gas players up. I've heard people talking about Bakayoko Saka, whatever his name is better than Rashford and all this stuff. Like, that's what these lot are running with. And it's like, what planet are you from, bro? The reason it's sticking out like a sore thumb is because your whole team is shit.
Do you know as well?
Mate.
I don't get it when they absolutely gas up Emile Smith-Rowe. It's like I must have seen half a dozen games that he's played in, and he has never once looked fucking noteworthy.
No.
He's looked good again, though. It's that thing where Januzaj looked good for United and Moyes because none of the older players cared about Moyes.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They were like,
Yeah.
what? We're not doing nothing.
Don't Let Me Down says, nowhere in the world I'd rather be during lockdown than in front of my PC watching the watch along with you lot with a game on. Paddock Ting.
Owen's
Thank
my
you very
guy
much.
in the comments.
Thank
He
you
said,
very much.
Loads of one good games. He did have
People
loads
have had
of them.
loads of one good
Look,
games.
I'll tell you the loads of one good games.
How many one
He had
good-
one good game, 8-2.
Games.
8-2 against Arsenal. Remember that one good game?
Cleverly.
Here's another one good game. Remember the game against City in the Community Shield?
Does that even count?
We came from behind, bruv. 2-0 down.
Does the
we
Community
were.
Shield count as a goal?
Yeah,
Like, if you
it
get a
does.
goal, does that
Ruud
go on
van
your
Nistelrooy's
record?
first official goal for United was in the Community Shield when we
I didn't
lost
know that was an
2-1
official
against
game.
Liverpool.
But I totally get what you mean about loads of one good games because I think
Yeah.
no, I do get
I
it
know what
because
it
the thing is part of what makes a player a great player is the
Consistency.
consistency
Yeah.
to play. The reason that fucking Bruno Fernandes is world class is because every fucking game, near enough, he shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you watch a game and Bruno Fernandes isn't one of the best players on the pitch, you go, Bruno Fernandes wasn't very good today.
Yeah.
Because that's the standard that he sets every single time. It's the reason why people are going mad about Luke Shaw is because his consistency this season. He hasn't had a bad game.
No. And like that's what separates some of the people we talked about before, the cult heroes, Tarapt and Ben Arthur, these sorts of players who on their day are almost as good as Bruno Fernandes or whatever, but they have 6-1 good games a season.
You know who else? You know who else is
sticking.
You know who else is like that though now? That's how I see Martial.
Yeah.
Pardon?
That's how I see Martial. Loads of 1 good games.
In a row.
In a row, and then loads of dog shit. Do you know what? Again, when he's not on it, Martial, it's the saddest thing in the world to watch. He just doesn't look like he's... hello.
Fuck off, Freddie, will you? Taking digs at...
Whoa.
Nah, you had nowhere to go. That's what I hate. That's what I hate. That's why I boycotted football with the lads this week. Like, that's why
So hang on a sec.
I'm comparing Daniel James to the lads I played football
Marcus
with.
Rashford?
And Marcus. Yes, I am. I'm doing it.
Right.
You know when there's a pass, that's clearly not going to get somewhere. And you still go and do it just so you can say, well, I tried. But when you went to try, you knew the pass weren't going to go there because there's someone standing in front of you, bro.
At 5-a-side, though.
Yeah.
Right.
The fuckers pissed me off. Getting me out of my house.
He's got
to come play
19 goals
football
this
with you
season.
lot, and you can't even
For
fucking
Man United.
pass 5 yards.
He's just come off, right?
But you know what I mean? Like, he could see, if I kick this ball in this direction, it's going to hit the defender.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to do it because...
We did a roulette, didn't he? Did a little spin. Rashford has come off, by the way, like you just said, for Cavani. We knew he wasn't going to play the full 90. And
I'm glad Rashford's off.
Yeah.
He's probably been our man of the match today.
He's had a good game, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, just getting the goal, that's the most important thing.
Milkshakes on their way, boys.
Milkshakes. Have you had a milkshake?
My milkshake
I don't want
brings
a milkshake, I'm
all
already
over
Neither do I.
I got that Lotus Biscoff one again.
Have you? You like that one, do you?
Yeah.
Remember when I think it was a sad period of time when those Lotus Biscoff biscuits went from being like
underrated,
the underground, like, what are those biscuits that you get at some coffee shops? You didn't really know what they were called, and every time you had one, once every 3 years, you're like, these are fucking incredible. To now, it's like,
you know what
B&M
ruined the
Bargain
game?
sells 70 different
That's
Lotus
what ruined the
Biscoff
game.
things.
B&M
You get it in a
and
jar,
Iceland
get it on your
and
head.
farm foods,
yeah,
just stuck in them.
Biscoff face masks
They
and
used to
shit.
be my thing.
Let them
you
be
know what
underground.
It was? I used to go I go to Amsterdam a lot, innit?
Cheeky.
I'd go there, and basically, whenever you get a coffee, you'd get a Lotus, and you'd be like,
yeah,
right, these are banging. How come they don't have these at home?
Yeah.
And then one year I went home, and they were all I fucking saw.
Yeah, and everyone on Instagram's like doing Lotus Biscoff like blended smoothies and stuff.
Do you know what
Get
Lotus
over it.
Biscoff
Get a
haven't
grip.
branched out into, but they totally should? Car air fresheners.
Oh.
Imagine if your car smelled like Lotus Biscoff.
You know what
That's
I want in my
nice.
car though? I live
You're-
near a bakery, Allied Bakery. The smell of fresh bread.
Oh, that's nice.
But it makes you hungry
If
though.
you
That's the
could bottle
problem.
that up.
Yeah.
You need something that smells nice but doesn't make you hungry. Like, what is it, like Magnolia or something? What do they do? Flowers
you
and
wanna
shit.
Sniff paint, you fucking lunatic.
You're joking, aren't you?
Magnolia.
That's
Is it a flower?
That's a flower.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a colour.
You're joking, aren't you? Where do you think the fucking colour came from? Yeah, that's what you want. Something that smells nice that don't make you hungry. It's like, what would you like your car to smell of? Steak, chicken Kiev.
Joe
You
smelling
don't want that.
Dulux at home.
What do you think smells nice?
Yeah.
But it's not
Diesel.
classed as a nice
Petrol.
smell. Petrol's a great smell.
Okay,
Petrol
yeah.
does smell nice. But you don't have like petrol candles, do you? Well, obviously not. God, that's the end of your house.
Yeah, well, I mean, freshly cut grass, but that does smell nice, doesn't it?
Nah.
Yeah, but that's like a candle. That I mean,
Okay.
what smells nice?
Yeah, okay, that you wouldn't have a candle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, petrol.
Yeah, shoe polish, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like shoe polish.
Permanent
I
markers.
like permanent marker, yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Permanent markers a shout. Guinness smells really nice, I think.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
smells nice.
I've never smelled a pint before I drank it.
What else smells good, but you wouldn't have it as a candle?
Like, you know, like them Disaronno type drinks.
Oh,
And
yeah, like
fruity kind of
orangey.
liqueurs.
Yeah.
But that they are candles, though. Like, almond. Disaronno's almond, isn't it?
Almond?
I think it's almond flavour. Something like that.
That's Jesse
Tarmac,
Lingard's
that's a good
favourite
one.
alcoholic drink.
Tarmac's a great one. Yeah. Your own farts. It's hard to get that in a candle, unless you're working very closely with Yankee.
Yeah, but fucking Gwyneth Paltrow had a vagina as one,
Yeah.
didn't she?
Yeah.
Do you not know this?
Pardon?
She had a fanny as a candle.
What was that? Fish and sea salt.
Okay, right. Burnt hair, someone says. Leather, onions, glue.
Leather's a good shout, and glue's a great shout. I'm not sure about onions.
Petrichor, which is, I believe, that's
did we sign him over the summer?
No, yeah, he's on loan at, where is he? Bilbao.
Facundo Petrichor.
Petrichor, I think
Someone said new car, which is a shout.
But that's already a smell, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a good one.
Petrichor is the smell of the ground when it's not rained in ages and it's all dry, and then the rain hits it. And
That's a shout.
In the air, that's
Owen
petrichor.
says the smoke off a match. But do you know how to make
Yeah.
that smell? By rubbing the back of your hands together. Like that. So keep rubbing.
If your hands are covered in sulphur,
Yeah, if my hands set fire now.
that'd be so funny.
Just rub it for
This is bizarre.
It smells like a match. Yep.
Oh, it does.
Fucking told you,
It
brother.
fucking
I
does.
fucking told you. You fucking.
No
dick.
way does this
It
work.
smells like a match.
No, you've got to do it for longer.
It does.
Yeah.
You gotta do
It
it.
fucking
You've got to do it
does.
for longer. Welcome to Stretford Paddock's Inclusivity Hour.
As
We've got Joe on here, who was hit by a
smells like
car
a
last week.
It smells like a match, does it not? Does it
right, Brian Kennedy, great content as always, lads. Loving the banter. How did the weight loss challenge go? That's a great point. We're going to be talking about that on the.
You know what I
members
hate about
podcast.
this game at the minute? So
The weekend.
when we watch it live, it's from one angle. And then when they do the replays, they switch the angle. So it looks
Yeah.
like they're attacking the other end on the
Yeah,
replay.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you think, is this a new attack? What's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you rub your back of your hands
I think
together, it
BT
smells like
Sport is hands down the shittest platform to stream sport on. Like I think the not only the commentary but also just the general overall.
No, see, the thing with BT Sport that I actually really like, have you ever used their own app?
No.
Their own app. So let's say you start the game. halfway
Fireworks is a shout.
I stream it all illegally.
Oh, so their own app. You go on it, and it's got like, do you know the timeline when you tap it and the timeline comes
Yeah,
up? And
yeah,
usually
yeah.
it's just stop, play on live stuff,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? Theirs, it's like little football, yellow card, chance thing,
that's
and you
good.
can go back and watch it from 2 or 3 different angles. Their app is actually really good.
Who's that? BT's.
Yeah.
I'm actually a big fan of Amazon Prime's stuff when they put a thing on. I think
Yeah,
it's
they've been
slick.
good.
I think they do it really well.
Someone said Halfords of a smell that they like, but they wouldn't have as a candle, or that you
That's
can't
so
get as a candle.
funny. That's
Halfords
so
is a
funny.
very
Do you
lovely
remember?
smell.
I don't know if it was just me, but primary school used to have a certain smell to it when I was a kid.
Has he been booked for that?
Like,
Maguire's just been booked for that, by the way. You
he
know?
misses the next game then.
And misses the next game.
That's
for
a
that.
dive. You know, I wouldn't be surprised
That's
if
his
Soldado knew he was on a yellow.
That's
So
absolutely
he's
not a
literally
booking.
saying, that's my first one. This ref is taking the piss.
Chris Siddle, the Subway smell. Do you know that smell you get from the bread when you walk past Subway?
Oh, I thought he meant like.
Or
the
maybe he
Subway
means like in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, what, like?
Piss and
For the sake
shit.
of us,
Tramp piss, lovely.
for the sake of us all knowing the smell, I'm going to guess that it's the Subway one.
Do you know what smells really nice? Steak.
Yeah,
Like just a really
Beef.
well-cooked steak.
but you wouldn't want that again.
Yo,
you don't want your car smelling a beef.
milkshakes outside. I love the smell of milkshakes.
Milkshakes outside.
Oh, we got a break on here.
Yep.
Yeah, he's coming now. Yeah,
That's annoying about Maguire, isn't it? That's a good tackle, whoever that is. That's a shame about Maguire, because that is not a yellow card. That for me, that's the softest of the lot so far. That.
McTominay, Shaw, Maguire.
And yeah,
Yeah.
Pogba
Oh,
was
Pogba
but,
as well.
but he was. I don't think he's
No.
suspended.
But the thing so how's that not a yellow? How's every tackle from now on not
He's
a
just
yellow
fucked
card?
up now, isn't he? Oh, tennis balls. You ever open a thing of tennis balls?
Yes,
that's a
great
good
shout.
smell. That.
Do you know what's a bad smell? Remember when you used to be
Poopy.
You know, remember when you used to be sorting your tires out on your bike as a kid, and the air would come out the thing on your hand.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I hate when you hand. You know when you use like change or coppers or something, and your
Yeah,
fingers smell like metal after.
and then you touch your
that makes
mouth
me
and you're
feel
like,
sick.
"Ugh."
Yeah, I
What
hate
have I
that
just
metal
done?
smell. I have to wash my hands after I've done
Horrible
that.
bastards.
Yeah.
That's a great tackle.
Pogba off, Matic on. Apparently.
No, you're kidding.
Sawdust.
Can we not show a little bit of fucking...
You got to remember, he's just come back from an injury not long ago. Though.
Yeah, but bring Donny van der Beek on.
That's true.
Let's
I
see
thought,
Donny as a
I thought you was on
number
about Pogba going off rather than.
Let's see Donny as a number 8, playing a bit deeper. Let's have somebody who's mobile, who can go forwards. I mean, I know that McTominay likes to
suppose
bomb
that's what they've
forwards,
trying to get
and-
in McTominay,
and he's
isn't it?
going to sit back. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't think there's a place for Matic in United anymore. I don't think there has been for 12 months now.
You think?
I think he's so slow.
The end of
And-
last season, he was good though. But after we came back from COVID, when it was him and Pogba almost every week, we were good in that period, and he played most of those games.
So slow. I just think he's so ponderous.
Yeah.
And the game tends to pass him by. He'll have occasional good games still, but I don't think he should be. I don't think he's United level now. Everton, that's where he's at.
Yeah,
He's not even good enough for them no more. Alan's
He
better.
was terrible against Leicester, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You know what's?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what he did? Yeah, he blagged us, didn't he, for a new contract?
Yeah.
He was mint for like 2 months.
Yeah, he's
remember?
here till he's fucking 36, isn't he? I mean, is he going to have any mobility left at all at 36?
He's got a mobility scooter.
Yeah, that's going to be tough, innit? Matic at 36. I don't know what position he has in the squad at that age. Just riding out the last year of his contract. He'll be at Inter Milan by then, winning trophies. Have you seen they're 11 points clear with just Premier League rejects as their full team?
Well, Ashley Young.
Ashley Young, get Lukaku in there. No, he's not a reject. He's a good player, but like they're 11 points clear. How insane!
Haven't they got Victor Moses, or have I made that up?
Yes, they've got Victor Moses, yeah. Because Conte liked him, didn't he? I don't know if he plays every week, but yeah, they have.
And Christian Eriksen.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
They wanted to get rid of him immediately, didn't they?
Yeah.
He turned up and they're like, oh, he's gone.
Fucking
his legs have gone.
Hans Christian Eriksen.
Yeah. What did he write?
Treasure Island.
I read that when I was a kid with my dad.
Did you?
Yeah.
You read it to your dad?
With my dad. Like a bedtime thing. We didn't really do bedtime stories in that. We didn't really do bedtime stories. Yeah, when he comes in pissed, I read him a chapter of Treasure Island so he can get to sleep without being sick.
Kid, so I was 6-7 years old, bro.
Do you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think Treasure Island was Robert Louis Stevenson and Hans Christian Andersen was Fairy Tales. So.
Wasn't Robbie Louis Stevenson the fella that went to the moon?
No, that was Neil Armstrong.
It was Robert Louis Stevenson.
Same fella, isn't it?
Hans Christian Andersen
did Fairy Tales and shit like that.
Yeah.
I used to have to do this thing with my brother, when he was a kid, where like I'd have to go and put him to bed. Like,
how old was he?
Pretend to go to sleep, and then when he'd fall asleep, I could sneak out the room and go and carry on with my day. And like,
carry on with your day. What time's he going to sleep?
It would be like 7 o'clock, you know, like them ones.
Yeah, when kids have a loser bedtime.
Yeah, like proper lose. But I get to stay up till 9.
I get to stay up till 9.
And half the time I'd fall asleep.
I can watch the first half of Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway.
And it's like, oh yeah, you at 7, you don't know what happens at 9.
Between 7 and 9, that's really when things get exciting.
It's just very adult, you know. 9 o'clock is very adult.
Yeah, you get to watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Chris Tarrant is raunchy on there.
My friend.
Raunchy?
Yeah. It all kicks off between 7 and 9, you big loser.
My friend had a younger brother, and I think my friend was about 14, and his younger brother was about 10, and they watched The Ring.
Oh,
you know The Ring, and what he did is that night when he went to bed.
It wasn't the spoof version, was it?
No, it was the scary version. That night when he went to bed, he snuck into his brother's room and turned the TV on and left it on static. What a prick move that's
great. See, that's not even possible to do now because static doesn't exist anymore.
Do you remember that
because of digital? Start again. Look, I was speaking over that.
Do you remember that
person?
Clown?
Oh, the clown girl with the chalkboard. Right, here we go. Before we Google her, do you reckon, right, before we Google her, do you reckon that she's fit now?
No, I don't.
That's illegal to even
I'm
say.
About that, bro. What you just said is wrong.
What you just said is wrong.
Don't grab me down with that.
Can I say a super chat that Henry Whittaker's done?
Yeah.
He said the smell of your hand after you scratch your nuts. Now, what I would argue there, Henry, is that is in fact the smell of your nuts, not the smell of your hand. I've just put my finger up my bum and my hand smells right weird.
Just loves the smell.
Like, that's the smell of your nuts, not the smell of your hand. Get it right, Henry.
Do you reckon that
your hand is just the medium by which you are smelling the nuts?
Do you reckon he rubs them more vigorously to get the flavour so he can smell?
Yeah, I want
really
all 4 fingers coated.
Tries to really sort of get it in there.
Jesus Christmas.
Christ.
Someone says, yeah, same thing. Basically, a lot of people are agreeing with him, to be honest.
What, the smell of your...
Someone says, nutsack smell is lush. So, I've been
It's not, though, is
been
it?
to Lush,
Yeah.
and it's not. It's like glitter and that.
Do they have that in Lush?
Yeah,
One of
they
your
do.
bath bombs looks like a testicle. What's the reason for that? You fucking drop it in, it just dissolves. It's a fucking bollock smell. Your missus comes out smelling like another man's scrotum.
Jesus. Someone says, oh, I'm not even reading that. Nutella,
Yeah.
which is a slight twist on what we've been talking about, smells mint. Hazelnut. isn't it?
Oh, I like that. I like the smell of Nutella.
Yeah. Do you like? Are you a Nutella? What again? Were you upset? Not upset. Put off a little bit by how Nutella just got like people fucking putting ladles of it in pancakes in every dessert on Instagram. And just too much.
I'll tell you what made
Nutella
big. They had a phase where the jar were Simpsons glasses.
Yes, I've got them at home. They're still in the cupboard at my house.
So you had to buy 6 Nutellas to get all of them.
Yeah.
That's where they went mad. I've probably still got.
They definitely have them at my mum and dad's.
No, we've got the glasses, but there's probably a jar left full. Still.
Yeah.
No one uses that much Nutella.
On the same vein as this, unpopular opinion here, but too much chocolate is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Do you know when they do like double, triple chocolate cake?
Oh yeah.
And it's like the chocolatiest thing they've ever tried
like
to make.
Like that Matilda stuff.
Yeah, it's horrid. It's not nice at all. When you feel like fucking, what's he called?
Bog Trotter.
Bruce
Bog Trotter. You can do it, Brucey. You don't want someone shouting that when you're eating a muffin on the bus.
Why don't you have some more?
Entire confection. There's a fucking creepy old dinner lady behind him.
Do you know as well, that kid is fucking ripped now.
Of course he is.
He's a fitness model.
Right,
He's ripped as fuck.
You would investigate what kids look
You
like
would
now.
be. You would be if your whole childhood after you'd done that film was people shouting, "You can do it, Brucey, go Bruce."
Yeah, that's true.
Eat a fucking chocolate cake. If he got that all the time.
Oh, I bet Chunk from Goonies got bulimia.
Yeah,
he was like, do the truffle shuffle, you fat fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to have been tough for him. I'd have had a 6-pack if I was him as well.
Yeah. You know who was mad scary back in the day? Remember the Witches film?
Oh,
they used to take their heads off.
Skin off.
Scalps. There's a new copy of that now. It's not good,
there is.
though.
Have you seen it?
It's that lady's in it. What's her name?
Don't know. You tell me.
She does the main one. Anne Hathaway. Not Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
What's her name?
I mean, Anne Hathaway is a woman's name who's an actress.
Weren't Anne Hathaway married to Henry VIII?
No, that's Anne Boleyn.
Oh.
No, I think Anne Hathaway was married to some.
Anne Hathaway. What? This Anne Hathaway.
That was a royal.
There was a historical figure called Anne Hathaway. Yes,
but Anne Hathaway's name, I don't think is Anne Hathaway. I think it's an equity.
Anne Hathaway, bro. She's in The Witches. Man.
Yeah, no one disagreed with that.
She's in The New Witches. Yes, I was right. You're the one who said she was married to Henry VIII.
Gorm Burner says, "Great show, guys." I think. And Bailey James says...
What was that in his comment? I think.
No, just because the words have got a bit of extra lettering in there. Yeah. Bailey James says, unpopular opinion, Freddie is better than Andy Tate. There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's an unpopular opinion.
Oh, he's had a dig. Someone's saying Jane
It is
Seymour,
unpopular.
William Shakespeare. Shakespeare's wife was Anne Hathaway.
Oh, there we go. That's
what
what
a well-learned comment section.
So
we've got
I
here.
wasn't that wrong, was I?
No, not at
Well,
all.
yeah.
It was a lesson in school where someone's wife was Anne Hathaway.
Yeah,
it
but
just
not-
happened to be.
but not
It
the
happened to
person
be
you
William
said.
Shakespeare instead of King Henry VIII. So they're all the same people. They're on the same curriculum.
So here's the thing: is
Right.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I used to be a secondary school teacher.
And Henry VIII lookalike.
You what? Sorry.
Is that where this intriguing kid's called?
So listen, right?
What does Chunk look like now?
I think you'll find that of the three of us, I have a literal certificate to say that I'm not dodgy.
So do I.
I
I did work experience in a primary school in year 6.
Yeah, but it's not
Year
still
10.
valid now. You don't have it for life. It's not
No,
like
you
a
do.
swimming
I got
certificate.
one.
I thought it was.
FA badges.
I thought. Wait, how often do you have to get one of them refreshed?
Literally every 2 years, I think.
Bruno!
Oh!
I thought it was a sort of.
No, it's not
We'll
like a
give you this. Don't prove us wrong.
It's not like a swimming certificate where once you get it, once you never need
So
to
why have I
update
got
it.
a CRT badge or
short.
whatever?
Yeah.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got it
badge.
sewn in.
Sew it into your boxers, not a nonce. You know what I mean? Like,
By the time that's on show, it's too late, isn't it? Excuse me, sir. What are you doing with that? Look, honestly, look.
yeah.
Right.
Look, I'm stripping off to
Yeah.
show you that I'm not dodgy.
This is actually proof. So
Carries his
so
CRB
how
check
long
around
how long have you not been a teacher for then?
He's off there, isn't he? So
Since he's been on the register.
Yeah.
about 3 years. About 3 years. Ever since it became harder to forge the document.
They got good detection software, didn't they?
Yeah,
About
yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah, they started getting the same silver filament they use in fucking
Yeah.
£20 notes.
That like
I
dotted
have the
line.
day after sign the register.
Yeah,
It's fucked.
you go into a school with your CRB check and they'd hold it against a fucking purple light. And that's how I knew I was fucked.
Like you're trying to get in birdcage in town.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the
Arsenal
thing.
have scored, by the way, against Slavia Prague. Pepe.
Matic have been booked.
Does
been
he
on
miss the next
for
game?
5 minutes.
I hope he's going to miss the next game. Every fucker misses the next game. We're going to have 4 players next week. Go on then, what were you saying?
So, and what you used to do, so I used to teach. There's nothing in that. He didn't even elbow him. Look at this. It's down. You didn't touch him.
That's ridiculous.
Fuck me, man. He went down like he'd been fucking shot.
Yeah, terrible. The ref has lost. He's just lost control,
God.
hasn't he? Every foul now has to be a
6 bookings.
yellow. Yeah, ridiculous.
So anyway, I used to teach Shakespeare, and what they would do, Van der Beek's on. So what they would do is, for the first week, especially when it was like year 7, year 8, they'd just learn about Shakespeare. So they'd learn about Anne Hathaway.
William Shakespeare.
Yeah. They'd learn about the Globe Theatre, they'd learn about his life, that sort of bullshit. And then in the second week, we'd start reading Romeo and Juliet or whatever. I got 3 weeks into Romeo and Juliet once. This little kid puts his hand up, right, thick as fuck. He puts his hand up, and he goes, "Sir," and I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Was Shakespeare real?" And I went, "Yeah," and he went, "Oh." That was it.
He left.
He genuinely thought that I'd spent a week talking about just some random guy that I'd just made up.
Just fictional.
That's what he thought.
He's that one of those people, though. He could be a fictional character, couldn't he?
Fucking nuts. Not when I've fucking spent a week talking about all these life and times and shit.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And
I'll give you that.
Do you think he's like...
Well, like,
kids think he's in the Bible?
If a
or
kid
something?
watched the Marvel Cinematic Universe and then Spider-Man comes around school, they're all freaking out like it's the real Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean?
bro.
Well, they are.
No, bro.
Go, it's the real
What's
Captain
the geezer,
America.
Stan what?
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, yeah, but Stan Lee's a real person.
Yeah.
They don't think he's fucking fake.
What?
He's the author, innit?
Yeah.
So that what
But people
you're
think
completely
that, kids think that fake
mixing
people
two
are real,
things
though,
up.
don't they? So maybe they think a real
What
person was fake.
did you think anything about going to games before you went? That when you went, it was like I thought before I ever went to a game, like my first ever game, I expected to hear commentators coming out as speakers at the match, and I thought we had to move seats at halftime.
I thought
That
there would be
fucking class.
so everyone up, walk, sit.
No. Musical chairs. An entire stadium round, and they play like fucking Glory, Glory Man United. And then when the music stops, you just got to sit wherever you fucking sit.
I got the bench, I got the dugout.
That's how we ended up with Fred in midfield.
I thought you'd see replays. But
you do it in some stadiums.
You're
just
not Old Trafford, yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, that was the
Like
was
some
the first
grounds
stadium
you have
I've
it.
been.
Which ground?
I thought that
like Villa Park in the
They have
away.
it at Wembley.
You can see a big screen. Wembley.
I thought that if you sat too high up, you wouldn't be able to see the players.
Roma are winning.
Like you literally wouldn't be able to see the players. It'd be like little dots. on the
Yeah,
screen.
because sometimes, like I did when I used to do vlogs on my phone, like from tier 2 in the Stretford end, people would say, "Oh, what? Where are you sat? It looks awful." But when I'm there, bro, I can see everything perfectly clear.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
Yeah.
proper weird, like the
But
perspective.
there is something about phone cameras, isn't there? That when you like see something that's there, you're like, "Oh, it's there." And then you get your phone out, and it looks like it's twice.
It's like
as
your
far
wing mirror.
away.
Have you ever tried to take a picture of the moon on your phone? You walk up and you're like, fucking hell, moon's big. You get your phone out, it's like, I can't even see the moon on my phone.
And do you know
How
what
is this
as
meant to
well?
be impressive?
Do you know what's equally fucking annoying about that? On phone adverts,
Yeah.
they go, "Hey, look, it's Mars."
Yeah.
They literally do
Zoom
one
in.
zoom, and then it's like there.
I couldn't see the moon, and the moon was a big moon that
I got
night.
some good pictures of the moon, you know.
Have you?
Yeah.
Marco Gianni Trump says, this ref is horrendous. JFC, he is horrendous. He's just lost it, like you said. You made the point as
lost
soon
it.
as it happened, when he booked Pogba for what was just a normal foul,
Yeah.
the whole game's gone. Unless you want to be inconsistent. At least he's been consistent, I suppose.
As a ref, you dictate the
Here you
tempo
go.
of the game and the mood of the game.
Here's a good moon
And if
pic,
you're booking Pogba 20 minutes in for a
Yeah.
nothing foul, you got to book everybody from now on.
Yeah. Let's have a look then. Yeah, but there's no context to that. That's the problem, though.
have a
That's
look.
a good moon picture,
What?
but it doesn't
That's
look
a great
big
moon
next to anything.
But you know it's the moon, though. So what would you rather have? Like a
Why
can
a
of Coke
Samsung?
next to it or something?
No,
Or
but like a city or a tree, some buildings, something to put the size of the moon
okay.
on that night
I'm
in
with you.
context. That's what I'm
with
trying
you.
to say.
Something to sort of put the framing in there. And
Yeah.
Okay, that's a great ball.
Cavani!
Oh!
Like that miniature 50p piece you've
Remember the
got
Jaffa cake
to
over?
put next to your nuts when you take a dick pic.
Penalty. Handball.
Let's have a look here.
I think he's giving a penalty.
Look at him
Or
doing
is
a
it
fucking.
Is he giving a penalty or a corner? Oh, the line always come across. I think it's a penalty.
He's doing a shaggy, isn't he? Wasn't me?
But I caught her on the count.
Caught you with a handball.
Wasn't me?
He's booked him.
Oh, booked him.
Oh, he's finally booked one of their players. He looks like a total...
Misses next game.
He looks like a proper fed him, innit?
Right, so what's happened? Teller's on the left. Crosses it in.
And he stepped on him. Ouch.
What's he done?
I think, to be honest with you...
Pushed him.
Oh, he slapped his face. That's a red!
That's a red card! Why? What do you mean he's booked him for that? He's just fucking punched him in the face.
That's a red... Can you not... That's a red... That's a red card.
Is that not going
He
to
just slaps his face.
Is that not going to VAR? What the...
Bruno's walking in, just goes...
Bruno's one of them that he's just thinking, I got a goal here if I score.
He just fucking slapped him like he was challenging him to a duel in the Middle Ages. The fuck is that? It's like a fucking...
You want to throw down now?
Yeah, it's like a fight in Bridgerton.
How weird.
How dare you?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How's that not a red?
Don't know. Maybe it's that whole... I don't know, though, because he's not trying to get the ball, obviously. He just slaps his face. Slaps his face.
Just slaps him.
That's a red card, right?
Yeah,
Surely.
it should have been, yeah. Right, Bruno.
The geezer misses the next game anyway.
This would be a fantastic goal to get, wouldn't it? The difference between 1-0 and 2-0. Massive.
2-0, the tie's over.
Well, we beat Sassenab 4-0. We played a full team in the second leg.
But the tie was over. Go on, Bruno. Squeaked in under the goalie there. 2-0 United.
Cheeky.
It's huge.
The goalie's so
You
close
can still
to
see his
getting
face is red from where he got the slap.
Massive goal.
I think it was the other side.
Keeper should have saved that, to be fair.
Yeah, the keeper should have saved it. The goal is right on it. He gets a full hand on this.
That was a bad penalty.
Really
that,
bad penalty.
You know what it is? He kind of slapped at it rather than
Yeah.
pushing it.
Yeah.
He slapped down at it, look.
Do you know why? What the actual problem is, because it's so shit, the goal is expecting to extend his arm,
Yeah.
but he actually has to put it down early,
Yeah.
and he ends up slapping
Very
it, like you said.
clever by Bruno Fernandes to purposely take a shit penalty.
His eyes
He
still
won't be
red,
expecting that.
Mate,
He's
look
still
at his
had.
fucking
He's
face.
got slapped.
He looks like
mate.
he's got hay fever. Look at that.
Do you get hay fever, Freddie?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
I developed hay fever really late in life.
That's sad,
Did
isn't it?
you?
Like, when I mean late, I mean the last 5 years.
It's a bitch's hay fever.
Like my
as
nose
well,
goes
isn't it?
nuts sometimes.
It's a bitch.
Yeah.
The thing is, as well, is you can't. Hay fever is really bad, but you can't tell anyone that you've got hay fever.
It's not a
because
sympathy
it
disease.
sounds like you're being such a little pussyo to be like,
Yeah.
I've got hay fever.
Yeah, it's bad as well.
Yeah, and it is. It genuinely is bad.
Holes have just got an away goal against Arsenal. Arseholes.
Isn't it?
have-
The ARS
Yeah.
holes.
Really?
Holes has just scored against Arsenal. That's 1-1, and that is Arsenal's home tie as well. So a 1-0 win or a 0-0 draw would put Slavia Prague through.
Really?
Very interesting.
I really don't want I want Slavia Prague to go through based on the fact that they are worse than Arsenal, but I want them to not go through based on the Rangers tie. So I'm conflicted.
Nah, but think we can put them out.
Oh yeah.
In the final, though.
We could film a whole.
We have to beat them in the final.
We could field a whole team of ethnics. We can call Zidane Iqbal out. Everyone's coming out, yeah. And we could just field a whole team of ethnics, yeah. Lee Grant can go in goal. And we'll just batter fuck out of them.
That's another game that Donny van der Beek's not starting. He could be the token. Van der Beek could be the token. Oh shit.
Arsenal, Joe.
Oh, that's a great ball.
Someone needs to kick shit out of him like they did Emre Chandler. Remember that?
Oh yeah, when
just kick shit out of him.
Didier Zakora
Yeah.
just fucking smashed
Another
his bollocks back
game
into
in
his
Turkey.
fucking.
Wasn't that?
Yes, it was.
Fenerbahce, Galatasaray.
Yeah.
Galatasaray,
I don't think it was Galatasaray. I think it was definitely Fenerbahce. I think it was Besiktas.
Yeah, something like that.
Joe Przbilovsky says Arsenal just conceded to a fella named Holes.
Nice.
We know. That's a good night, isn't
Screw
it?
you guys.
Holes scores goals.
Yeah.
Holes.
Any holes a goal?
Hold
So
the
it brings a new
goals.
meaning to
Oh, there
that
you
phrase.
go. There's my tweet. Goal the holes. Remember that? Goal the skulls.
What is that
Goal
from?
the
I remember it,
skulls.
but I don't
It's when
really remember it.
Paul Scholes. I was at the game as well. I think it was like his 500th or 600th appearance for United because he got some sort of token at the
skull.
start of the game, like a little ball or a little statue. And I remember him not wanting to get it, running on. It was 2-0 against Liverpool, and he scored a goal against them where he kind of flicked it. The keeper comes out, it goes over
Yeah.
the keeper, and then he just pushed it in.
Yeah.
And the commentator, whoever was in Brazil or somewhere like that, just started going to the Rocky tune, Goal the Skulls.
They're fucking
Gold
nuts
skulls.
in Brazil, aren't they, with their
Gold
commentators?
skulls. Gold skulls.
Oh, this could be 3 here. Good cross. Nah, man.
Got lucky there. Ross Murphy, sorry, not Dan James with the super chat. Ross Murphy with the super chat. Guys, mint watch along as ever. Freddie Quinne, man of the match.
Thanks, mate. If you want to follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/Freddie Quinne Comedy. Got some banging content.
And if you want to follow him on TikTok?
Just at Freddie Quinne.
You've probably already seen him on TikTok, to be honest.
I know, man.
Popping off. How does it feel? Is this
game over, by the way?
Full time.
Game over.
Is this
2-0. Job done.
The most followers you've had on a platform?
What, TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it been? Has it been good? Do you like it?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's any different, man.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know what I mean? They're all fucking 12 anyways. It doesn't matter, mate.
At least you've got a security card so that you're allowed to talk to them.
Oh, mate, in 6
CRB'd up.
In 6 years, when they're all old enough to buy a comedy ticket, I'll be fucking raking it in.
That's a good point, yeah.
I'm
glad you went down.
Yeah, mate. Unless I'm planning on touring primary schools, then I'm fucked, innit?
The results in today's other games were Ajax 1, AS Roma 2. So they take a big
Ajax were winning that game as well,
into
which
the
is
second leg, which will be in Italy. Arsenal have drawn 1-1, as we heard earlier. Villarreal 1-0 up, going into their home leg. United 2-0 up. So as we stand, possibly you're looking at Roma, Villarreal, Manchester United in the semi-finals, with United potentially playing Roma, but still a long way to go.
To be fair, with Ajax, it's a big ask to, I think, in the second leg, score 2 goals away from home anywhere. I think that's a big ask.
Yeah. Just quickly before we go, a couple of super chats. Benji Radaby says, yes, happy with this win. Arsenal draw is good tonight as well. Clark Kent, Mbappe not renewing. Should we go for him? Yeah. Just get him.
Yeah, I mean, if
he's not coming, is he? But
he's not coming. But there's certain players in world football, Mbappe, Haaland, those players where if you can get them, then you sign them whatever the cost because they're generational talents.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a good backup for Greenwood as well.
Go on, Burner. Arsenal slipped into oblivion. Yes, they have. And finally, Liam Knight. Can we all just take a minute to laugh at Arsenal? The one pleasure I have every week. Ha 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 ha. Unlucky Arsenal. Right,
We've seen it all.
The review is coming very shortly. Me and Jay will be going through the game. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Freddie Quinne, for joining us. Thank you to Adam Mckola. His review will be up very soon as well. 2-0. We'll see you in a bit.